Funky hops in,
so
and
hi
he'll just
guys.
introduce himself later.
So I have groups with like 20 top MMORPG streamers.
And Collins.
Collins, you're top 20. You're much way higher than top 20. Okay, so we're trying to do a podcast type of stream, but it's just like what we discuss the meta, the hero, the minions, people's playstyle, our feelings towards streaming or whatever. The goal of the stream is to help me and the other people in the group to learn from each other. And for the viewer who is watching, you can also learn a lot of information from our discussion. To start this thing, to put ourselves in the same page, the first topic I selected are we're going to rank all the heroes, we're going to rank all the minions, and we're going to talk about curves to begin with. So I didn't really want to have a fixed host for this stream because everyone in the group is so talented and I respected everyone, and I think they each respect each other as well. So I wanted this to be as democratic as possible. I wanted discussion to be as open as possible as well. So I want people, when we're talking, we respect each other. We do not have to always come to agreement. Ideally, if you're streaming, we don't want to talk to Twitch chat too much. We want to focus on each other and engage in conversations. Yeah, I want this to be a very casual. I want people to learn from each other. And I want to, most importantly, I want people to be stress-free and we have a free time. Like, we have a fun time together while we learn. And yeah, Collins will be the host for today. He will lead a discussion. And I will give it to Collins now. Go ahead, Collins.
Awesome.
Hello, I'm Collins. I'm a BG player, some would say. I do other things, but I decided to host here because I have another podcast with Shady, so I have a lot of experience hosting, and I do think it makes sense for me to just kind of lead this discussion for today, just kind of get everyone comfortable and have like a good game plan for like next week and whatsoever. But generally, we're just gonna talk about the heroes, like a hero ranking today. We covering all the minions today was incredibly ambitious, so we ended up just only doing I believe the tier 1 minions, and then we have some other. We'll generally talk about curves, and then after that we have some streamer topics to round off the discussion. Hopefully we'll get that done in a reasonable time frame. I'm not thinking it will be done in a reasonable time frame, but hey, we can try. And we have a slew of amazing players, amazing people, which is really more important than being a player in my opinion, but some people disagree. But we can just kind of generally round it off. I believe we can lead it off to Sun, one of the most vocal and loved community members here. Sun, if you want to talk about yourself here.
Oh, I have to talk about myself, not heroes.
Yes.
Okay. Hi, I'm Sangitis. I recently reached like rank 30 on the leaderboard. Like before I was like kind of top 200 in Drea all the time, but I've been trying to push a little bit more, so I'm glad to be on this podcast, and I hope I learn from all the amazing players here.
Best player in the world, by the way.
Best player
in the world. Best in the world.
All right, I'll
go for it.
Oh, go ahead.
No,
I was just going to introduce myself too. Yeah, just move it on.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? My name is Ethan, or Mr. Incredible. I'm currently number 3 or something on the any leaderboard. But normally I'm just like somewhere on the front page. Normally not that high. Yeah, and I don't know. I'm a Taurus. I like long walks on the beach.
Okay.
Yeah. If you want to know anything else about me, just let me know.
And Mr. Incredible here have beautiful long hair, not like the picture, okay?
Yeah,
Picture
it looks
is a
way
little
nicer.
scuffed. He's
Yeah,
actually,
you should all
his
really
hair is beautiful.
look at his stream. And yeah,
Right.
I assume Mr. Incredible is not as old as picture tells you, so don't worry, he's not a grandpa just yet.
Yeah, I don't even have kids, so I'm not
Yes,
even a dad. We have 2 steps till the grandpa. Anyway,
yeah, so I guess it's time for me to introduce myself. So I'm XKN. You might know me from leaderboards. I'm consistently very high on EU and currently I hold #1 spot. I'm also playing Kanei for some time too. Like I'm #7 on an A2. So it's like I'm a very good player of this game and I play this game a lot too. Like I really put time and effort into it. And I stream every day too, so you might want to check it out. And also, I'm very glad to be in this discussion since it is my first Battleground discussion that I enter, and it's going to be very fun. I'm expecting to have a lot of fun. I'm expecting to share a lot of knowledge too, and gain a lot of knowledge as well. Like, it's not something I do often, like gaining knowledge, and I'm very excited about it.
SQN, your MMR is not only top 1 EU, right? It's also rank 1 global.
Nah,
it?
not really,
I'm pretty
Victor.
sure. It's not?
I think Xinjiang is higher than me on Chinese region, but if you don't count Chinese region, I think it's the highest.
Yeah, Mount 3 region, you're definitely the highest. I was there watching XQN yesterday. Dominating performance. Leash Bazel first place, claiming the crown.
Dude,
of
Lich is
number
so
1.
good. But we'll
Leech
talk
is
about that
such a
later.
wonderful hero.
Hey, we're focusing on XQN and how good XQN is. The hero.
Okay,
the hero
sorry.
I'm
Come
trying
on,
to
Victor,
say
you
is
don't spoil me too much.
but XQN got first still. And then suddenly they just come out and say it's the hero. It's not the hero. It's fucking God.
it's
I
the
just
pilot.
wanted to put a quick note in, because I feel like Lich is a little bit underrated.
Yeah, Leech
Yeah,
is super
it's still
underrated. It's such a
underrated.
good hero. I would even put it in
Yeah.
S tier, honestly. On
Yeah.
my own tier list. Like, it's so good. Like, getting all those coins and getting this armor to make up for those coins. It's, like, super consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe A tier. S tier is,
We'll talk about that later,
It
though,
really
right?
Yeah, we'll
depends
get
on
into
which armor she
Introducing.
gets. She can get either 10 or like 7, right? When I look
Yeah.
at 7, I don't feel like she's
Yeah,
not
exactly.
good.
That's the
And
issue.
also when Demon is banned, it's like, can't get free tabs. She's just okay. But when she said 10 armor, no token lobby, Demon's in, she's like the best.
Yeah, she's good. She's good for sure.
Yeah.
Who else hasn't talked? I believe
All Dragon.
right?
Hopper Bear, do you have
And
a bear
Pocky.
talk?
I can
It's
start.
not either.
I'm Aw Dragon. Like 14K, it's hovering. Sometimes maybe drop lower, but sometimes higher.
No way.
What else? I was rank 1 last season briefly. Then XUN took it every time. Every time I get rank 1, XUN takes it back.
Immediate.
Wow.
No. It was
Um,
actually a battle between us, Dragon. You took me for a long time. I mean, you were rank 1 for like a month or so, and I could not take
Oh yeah,
it back.
on season 3, I was rank 1 for a long time. Other than that, hope I can get rank 1 this season, but we'll see.
Still have like a month, maybe a little less.
Yeah, a month, maybe, but I mean, Mr. Curator was pretty close. Well, it was pretty
Yeah,
close.
but I was 2 off of 15K, and then I lost it all.
Aw.
But we'll get it back.
Hopefully
tomorrow,
I get
2 p.m.
to get to your ranks, Elise, soon. Yeah.
Pocky. Happa.
Okay, I'll go. My name's Papa Bear. I have been on the leaderboards probably every season. Usually I play EU and NA kind of spread out. So I'm usually more like around top 100, top 50 for that reason and other reasons. But I did this season really try to climb a lot more on NA. And for the first time I made it into the top 25. And I was 23 for 2 days. It was amazing.
We basically
And-
have like, oh, sorry.
Yeah, we have like a similar story of like this
Yeah.
season is we're taking things even more seriously and really try-harding a bit. But yeah, then I tilted a bunch and lost it.
You get it back. You're so good.
So I'm trying to get it.
Let's
I'm
not
trying to
forget
get
the
it back.
toughest competition, the Twitch rivals. Who won? Hopper Bear, Pocky.
Yeah.
They're all here.
Oh yeah, I've had some tourneys go well for me too. So That's good.
You guys
but
did incredible.
Thank you.
Mr. Incredible.
Oh my gosh. I got a
Oh wait,
golden
son, can you
Nomi.
give me the
I'm
Pocky picture as
excited.
well, son?
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Pucky, talk about yourself.
All right, let's go. I'm Pocky. I have a range of MMR all over the place. I usually don't try hard on ladder, but I've been as high as rank 11 on EU. I play NA and EU. Usually top 100 to top 50 to top 25 on both. Definitely just depends. Yeah, I really like theory. I spend a ton of time on patch notes, like way too much. I think the huge revamp or whatever, I did like an 8-hour patch review or
Yeah,
something.
I was there for
So
5 of it, and I left, and you're still going.
I really love talking about the theory and stuff, and I think it's more of my strength over, actively playing it anyways. So I'm super excited to just be able to talk about the game with other, high MMR players that like to really think things through.
Sounds
Yeah,
really
last time the expansion come out, the Cubeboard expansion, whatever.
Mhm.
Pocky spent the entire 8 hours talking about the patch notes. That's how dedicated he is about talking about theories in this game.
Yeah.
Absolutely admit-led.
I can't really imagine that. Like I was talking to Shady. We grabbed like 2 hours, and after that I was like so drained. And you're like doing it. I sit by yourself for 4 times as long, and I'm just like, how is that possible? But yeah, seems a lot of fun. I think we've covered everyone, right? Everyone's been introduced. I believe we're generally gonna get right into it because there's so much to talk about today. I believe the first topic we will be ranking all the heroes. So we will be using Tier Maker, just going through and giving our collaborative rankings, right? This isn't going to be like a personal ranking for any individual, but just we're going to discuss all the heroes and just see how we feel about it and just kind of go through it, right? I think it's not going to be so crazy long where we're going to fight each other for each performance. But if we all have like a consensus that's going to be S tier, A tier, we'll kind of stick it there. So we will be using Tier Maker, and I think I want to follow the H's replay kind of rankings, just go from there, because it's not going to be accurate, but it should have like an overview of like, things that are strong should be up there, things that are weak should be down there. So we'll be generally talking about the stronger heroes first, and then moving down from there. Sounds good, everybody?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Absolutely.
It's just that me and Nathan are not streaming, so who do we watch for this tier list?
I'll just have Collins stream open since he's already talking about.
Sure, we could. I mean, the thing is, I will have the rankings up there, but it's not going to be like super large, right? Like I could have a full screen, but I have our general pictures there. That's kind of taking half the slot. So,
Yeah.
Collins,
Yeah,
can we
that's
just
actually
go by the
looks pretty
order
good.
on this tier list?
You want to
It's
go
pretty
by
hard to
order on the
check
tier
back and
list?
forth.
Sure,
Yeah,
that's
'cause
fair.
it's pretty
That's
hard to
fair.
check back and forth.
Yeah. I'm just
Sure.
spitballing here.
I also have the tier list open, pretty large.
AFK, we can start with AFK. I mean, we can go alphabetical. That sounds fine too. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so the first one on the list is AFK. I'm not the biggest fan of her personally, but if you guys have any stronger opinions.
AFK is so bad, Collins. You have no idea. It's going right into F tier. Not even a question.
Last time I picked her is
tier.
it's like a year ago. Not
A
even.
year
It's
ago.
like-
Okay, wait a second. I have a question. So do we go from S to F tier? So S, A, B, C, D, F, or do you want to make?
As in, like, the way that the tier list is laid out, it has alphabetical order of the heroes. So like AFK is first, and then Akazam Zarek.
Oh yeah, sure, but like,
So we'll
how
that.
do we want to rank them from S to F?
Yeah, I think this is fine.
S to F is
is
fine. Yeah.
super to me.
Okay.
F basically just never pick them, and then D is like borderline. Sometimes you can pick it. Yeah.
I thought the armor changes would really add more things out of F tier, but it really solidified how bad they were. That's how it.
Yeah,
Like,
especially Pyramid and Gav. It's like so bad.
It did really help for some, but
Yeah, there's a handful that it helps a lot for.
Yeah,
but
there are some where that's very true. With the armor,
So you
does
basically
make
have to have a late game potential for the armor to be mattered.
Yes.
Like if you're an early game hero and your early game hero power is trash, no matter how many armor you get, it still dies very fast in late game.
Yeah. Agreed.
So where do we put AFK? F?
FK is going right in the F tier. Yeah, exactly.
I like F as well.
Okay.
Next one we have Akazamzarak, or Seeker Guy, as I like to call him. I'm actually a big fan of this hero.
This is a debatable one.
I'm not a fan of Akazamzarak since you waste a lot of gold on your hero power, and if you don't gain that sweet ice block, and if you don't get that competitive spirit back, it feels like super bad. You basically go for a farm conf and you actually don't gain any advantage, and you just lose every fight.
I agree. Like it's like a hero where you can like sometimes like cheat top 4 with more often than with others. So I wouldn't really put it in F because like for tournaments it might be a little bit better because like sometimes you just need a few points, right? But I think we're talking about ladder mostly.
Yeah,
it really depends on what type of player you are. They're safe. They're like people who play safe, play for top 4. They have lower MMR. This hero is amazing because you die so slow.
I actually
but then you have player like going for the very top of the leaderboard. You get the 3rd place, you still lose ranking. Then the value of getting into that top 4 with ice block is none. It's just basically a waste of time, right?
Yeah.
I think you can play the hero to higher potential though.
Yeah.
Like if you get to late game with the hero, the hero power is one of the strongest spells. Like splitting is amazing. Obviously ice block, if you haven't used it already, is crazy. You can use like redemption and the poison to great effect.
I wish
it is true the hero is strong late game, but the problem is that this hero have negative economy in the early game.
Yeah.
And then you're basically buffing tier 1 minion. It's just really, really, really hard to get to the late game stage with a real composition.
Yeah, exactly, Victor. And in this instance, you wish you will be buffing tier 1 minions. Sometimes you don't even get that secret, and it feels super bad. Like, there is a decision you need to make on that hero, right? You either level and don't use your hero power, or you stand tier 1 and use your hero power, right? And in first scenario, you level, you don't use your hero power, you're gonna lose all fights since you have no hero power. And if you use your hero power on tier 1 and you don't get any good secrets, you also lose one fight since it's just not good the way it's called, right?
Yeah, I have to add here, this is a really good mech hero. And mech right now is so much worse than before. So the rank of this hero have to drop down compared to before.
I agree with that for sure. In the past, it's been a lot better in the past, but right now, I do think that you are right about the econ. Like, econ is super important right now, and flexibility on curves, and Akazamzarak does not have that right now.
Personally, I will put Akazamzarak on a D tier. Yeah, D tier sounds good.
Yeah.
D?
Is it?
I mean,
I
think it's D tier since I will pick a lot of heroes over Akazamzarak.
I used to think it's C tier, but after I watched XQN and he explained to me, I think it is actually D tier.
It's just that, what is your advantage you are getting out of this hero power, right? Like, you have no advantage early game if you Laurel, that is. And I always feel like I'm on the verge of Laureling.
You get the competitive spirit, right? You can hit that, and there are a lot of just general buffs, right, that are strong. It is true that you do need the ice block to have it really go off, and then the late game you do need to rely on splitting image to really give you that advantage. Those are like the two like main ones, but they are strong and they can win you fights. And if you do abuse it efficiently, you can definitely take out some of the stronger heroes, just like cheesing with like splitting image Khadgar stuff. And I've really seen like especially Shady just like abuse this hero to like the fullest.
Shady love this
Yeah,
hero.
where I'm looking at this and I'm like, this shouldn't win, this shouldn't be right. And I'm just watching Shady and he's just like, yeah, you just do this, run double cat guard, just sell all your minions, just play one Divine Shield minion. You know, it's basically a golden Amalgadon, and you just have 5 of them, and just play my Exnas with Reborn and just have 5 of them. And then that just wins the lobby. I'm just looking at this and I'm like, this is wrong. But it wins, right? So I can't say this is a bad game, a bad strategy to use, right? Because he's playing the hero and he's making it work, right? So I would definitely say the hero's stronger. It's just that a lot of people don't necessarily abuse it in the way it should be abused in high skilled players. So
yeah, I agree with that.
I don't think
Yeah,
it's
you
a
know
D
what,
tier hero.
Collins? You can win stats. You can put it in S tier, like not S tier, C tier.
Okay, yeah. See,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
okay. S tier, you're going too
Yeah.
far.
You can put it in C. I think it's like between C and D.
Yeah,
Either
it's
way,
like
it's fine.
somewhere that's
I
like
mean-
slightly below average.
We'll
Yes,
also
next
see it in
hero, next hero.
context where we put other heroes, right? In the end.
Yeah,
So
we'll-
maybe
yeah,
we
we'll
can
see.
readjust
We can
them.
adjust
Yeah,
later.
we'll definitely readjust at the very end. We're like, why is this next to this shit?
Yeah, that always happens.
Yeah. We got Alec here next. Generally a fan of this hero because you just get a Hydra and you kill people. That's, when Beasts and Kobolds are in, you just abuse that to the fullest. And you're just like, I'm just going to win with one Hydra, and it does work. So, yeah, I like the hero.
Yeah.
Oh, guys. Also, one thing that I did want to mention is that when you talk about heroes, we do encourage you to talk about, how strong a hero is
With the tribes, with
which
different tribes.
tribal.
Yeah.
It's very
Yeah.
important. Yeah.
Yeah, so like in Alakir's case, I would say with Beast, Kolbor, and Dragon, it's probably
dragons as well. Yeah, for
around
sure.
like a
Yeah, dragon.
without those, it's
It
like
drops,
probably a little bit lower. But with like perfect tribes, it's definitely like a hero that can compete for first.
We
When
should
Macau and
definitely-
Terragosa are both in, it's very strong.
We should probably
Man,
talk
I
about the
love
heroes with
Alakir.
like perfect tribes, right? Like that should probably be its stat line.
Yeah,
we just
I
we
would
just
consider
assume they
that.
have
You need some
perfect tribes,
context.
right? Because otherwise we don't really pick them.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah, I will personally not put Alakir on A tier since I feel like A tier is a hero you're happy playing and a hero
Every
that can
time,
win
right?
consistently.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And B
Oh,
tier
yeah.
is like a
Yeah.
hero you're kind of happy playing, but not really. It's like a 50-50.
Like
You know
high
that
B
you can high
tier.
roll and you can
High
also
B
low
tier,
roll. It's
definitely.
like, yeah, a B tier for sure.
I'm okay
I
with
mean, I
that as
wouldn't
well.
pick it if there's no beast. So
Yeah, but I
think
mean,
B
assuming
tier.
they're beasts, right? Like, I still think that's like B tier stuff. Like, you're like generally happy, but you're not like this isn't like scabs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
conditionally.
just because
it
the
can
hero
be- it
doesn't
can
really
be
give
very
you
good.
extra economy. You cannot pull out ahead. If you
Yeah.
hit your ideal composition, you're gonna do fine. But you're never gonna high roll out of your mind, right?
Yeah,
Like some
exactly.
B tier and
That's
S tier
Really
hero,
slow
they can just
analytically.
high roll out of their mind and they get into the position that they cannot lose, like Hooktas or Janice, whatever.
The thing is with Alakir that I've done more recently is like a pink man in the front, and then I can level hard. But you kind of do it always with like the demon econ card, right? Like I force that a little bit more on Alakir, and then can level to 6 faster, and then you can get advantages.
A hero that
advantage
rely
through
on
that
Wrath
way.
Favor is never an S or A tier hero, in my opinion.
Oh my god, Victor, you don't know how much
I feel like
Elo I've
Alakir
gained.
does not actually have to rely on it. It's something you can do, right? It gives you an option to have
Yeah.
like that big GC minion on the first spot.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I agree,
it's
like
definitely
B
strong.
tier.
Alright, I've put it
Yeah.
in B. We have like 50
Sounds
more
good.
to go, so let's.
Oh yeah, oh man.
I believe
Yeah,
we'll
it's
get
gonna take
there.
a while if we're gonna talk this much.
It's okay, we have all night.
We got Alex Straza next.
Alex?
Oh,
you're
Alex
guaranteed to
is
have
my favorite
dragons?
top 8 hero. Like, it's a hero that is very likely to get top 8, but it feels so good when you get it. It feels like you accomplished something, right?
This feels like a fallacy here, like it feels good to win with the hero, but
Because it's so easy.
I-
It's so easy. You don't need to like actually set up for a win condition,
I
right?
do
You
love
just-
those heroes.
You have to just level.
Yeah, it's like a cheesy kind of hero. You get lucky, even like Chinwala, right?
Just get Caligos.
When it wins,
Yeah.
it
Can't be
feels
better
good,
than Alakir.
but she
No,
dies.
there's no
yeah,
way.
No.
There's no Alakir.
I
I
have it
actually used to
relative-
rate Elixtraza higher than Alakir before, but it feels to me that Avenge is a bit too good for Elixtraza right now. It's like, you got dragons, but Avenge is just better, right? Like going for Tier
yeah.
Force and stuff.
I think my current issue with Alex Straza right now is that even when you get the nuts, right? Let's say you hit the Cali and something else, like you hit Kelly Razor Gore, I can still
Never
lose.
happened.
Like I can definitely just see people just have like stronger boards afterwards. Like before, when it came out, right? If you hit something like that, you just won, right? Because no one could outskill you, and like people were just like, I don't know what to do, and you get a Nadine and you win. But nowadays, people are stronger or better, and I feel like, oh, I hit the Cali and stuff. I still need to like try. I still need to think. I still need to like get another Cali, or if I hit double Cali, then I feel good. But like one Cali and something else, it doesn't really feel like I'm guaranteed even like a top 2 placement or anything like that. So that's
I
my
also
issue.
think
I think
that
the main problem
change
with.
in-
Sorry, probably go ahead.
I think the change in or the meta that sort of shifted promo and Tarek away from being like quite as good. Like we still see Ysera doing it well, but like right after Doomsayer and Leapers was nerfed, Tarek and promo were doing really well, and Alex felt really good then. I think that's when XQN had it higher. But
No,
it
it
doesn't seem
was
like it's
actually
strong anymore.
not
'Cause
the case. I had Alexstrasza higher before since you could not lose to anything.
Before?
Convention was not a synergy, right? And when you high roll on Alexstrasza, you just automatically win, kind of. But right now,
Oh, you mean
Alexstrasza
like
is very
way at the
fragile.
beginning? Yeah.
Yeah. It was way earlier. So right now, Alexstrasza pretty much has to high roll even more. You have to push even
Yes.
more to beat Avenge
Yeah.
guys.
What
For sure.
happened?
But then with the shift to the poison,
You go for it.
I think with the shift to the poison, right? Like those Ysera sort of style boards with just like promo Terragosa have gotten so much worse because it's so susceptible to poison.
That's
I
why you
mean,
just run a
not really
press
for
third and a
him.
D9, you just win every game, I guess.
If I look back at my games, I lose to Ysera at least like half the time.
Yeah, Ysera's still stupid, let's be honest.
Yeah,
Usually-
but Alex
usually
isn't
the
as
early
good.
game where
Alex
Ysera's
isn't as
weak.
good at it, right?
Right? Like if
Yeah.
you get to the
You can't compare
mid
Alex
game,
with
you
Ysera.
hop in
They're-
top 2, right?
Yeah.
They're not the same tier heroes.
Yeah, they're not.
So the
No,
problem
I'm not
I have
comparing
with
them, like-
Alex, the problem I have with Alex is that her merge node for error is way too small. You have to level aggressively to get advantage. You level to 5, let's assume you hit, right? You
Mhm.
still need to level to 6. If you don't play Dragon on 6, you do not win the game, right? So
Mhm.
you're looking yourself with 12 HP. Maybe you have a Razor Gore or something. You have to push to 6. And most of the time when you do that, you die. But you have to do it. That just
Yeah.
make the hero game plan very, unfeasible. It's just not good.
Okay, what about
Yeah,
It's not a good
Arana?
game plan.
No,
So
not
are-
about
are we-
Arana
what
right
tier did
now.
we-
We did not
what
even
tier
rate
should
Alex
we
Plaza
set
just
Alex
yet, which tier it belongs to. I would personally put it on C tier myself.
Yeah, me too.
I think C is fine.
I put
Personally,
her
I'll
on
put
D.
a D.
though.
I'm a deer here.
I'm
Firstly.
Yeah.
fine with D too.
Top 8
Yeah.
is too much MMR lost. I really don't like. I don't want to try it.
It's so
yeah,
risky.
you are not a risky kind of player, Victor. You like to play Kazam Zarak, you like to go for Divine Shields.
No, I don't like to play Akazummer. No, it's not about that. It's just I don't want to go top 8.
Yeah,
I
we all
play,
don't want
I
to.
play
I think
this
Alex,
hero more
Alex
than
D is fine to me too.
It's
Sh-
not
I
worth
love
it.
getting last.
Shady's like so much safer than me, but I play this hero way more. Like, I even though I don't like him or her too much, but
This
Yeah,
is
it's
not
just like-
playstyle difference. Like going top 8, it's just
it's
strictly
so
wrong.
punishing. Yeah,
If you have 30% of going top 8 with a hero, that hero is terrible. And I think for Alex, that's more than 30% if you play her optimally. You're not going to stay on tier 2. You're
yeah,
not gonna
that's
stay
kind
on
of
tier
true.
3.
That's
You can
fair,
hire a
right?
lot of your mind and get top 1, but also that top 8 potential is very huge.
I
do-
agree, Alex, as a tier C or even tier B, like the meta before. But with
Yeah.
Avenge, so many people stay on 1 and actually get value over your dragons. I just don't see her being C.
Yeah, I'm a deer here. And
I'm fine with D.
Yeah,
D,
I'm
sure.
indifferent.
I don't care about
I
her.
would personally put it on C, but it's a community discussion, right? So
Yeah.
D tier is
Yeah,
fine. I will
That's
accept it.
borderline.
Sorry, is there okay.
Hey,
So
Hoppa.
there's hey. I've just been listening. So there's S tier above A tier.
yes,
So there's S,
Yeah.
A, B, C, D.
and we're skipping
Yeah.
E.
There-
Yes,
F.
There's skipping
There's
E
no
and there's
E.
F, and F is
Yeah.
the worst.
yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you put AFK and F?
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Yeah.
AFK is so bad, Kappa. You have no idea. Like,
No,
recently I
it
played
doesn't
AFK
go in
one time, and I actually high rolled on AFK, and I still died. Like, I still got top 7 since it still wasn't enough. Like, come on. I got double
Yeah.
burn sword, which might
I
seem like a
just,
tempo
I just
stat.
don't know if it deserves to be
Yeah,
an
that's
F tier
not a
because
high
there's
roll. I
some
think there's only
heroes.
one
Yeah.
high roll
I
on this
know.
hero right now.
I really,
Double
I know this
Flaming.
was the first hero, but I took issue from the start.
Okay.
Like AFK,
We'll have a lot
There's
of
just
heroes
there's some
down
heroes
there.
that are so much more F than AFK that it
Yeah,
just
like
doesn't make sense.
That is
Firaxis,
true.
right?
Yeah, like that
I
it
do
can't
agree
be in the
with
lowest
you.
tier. It just
Like,
can't.
No, it's impossible to get 3 heroes worse than AFK in the same row.
Is that
It's way too
true?
unlikely.
That's not true.
Okay,
That's true.
That's not
That's
Jiraxis.
true
true.
at
I
all.
haven't picked this hero for a year. You
Ragtoggle,
cannot get
Guff,
3 heroes that are worse than her.
No,
Tamsin.
Tamsin, Jiraxis.
Um,
You can, I'm
yeah.
probably sure find 2 more.
Guff.
And then give me
Yeah.
one more,
yeah.
Rat King. I'll
Guff
pick
and
Rat King
Rat
over
King.
her.
Well,
You're not gonna get those
Mad?
4 heroes in
mad?
the exact 4 pack. There's the
That's-
same chance as winning a lottery, having the exact 4 number line up.
That's true.
And there's like 50 heroes,
Yeah,
so
that's
it's number.
true.
There's only 10. There's
That's
50
true,
But
heroes.
is
that's
that
true.
how we're doing the
not possible.
standards? Because just
I
like,
think it's
can you
something we
get
could
heroes that are
revisit.
worse?
I
That's something
do
to think
think
about.
they're an F minus. She wouldn't go in F minus. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, like she would.
We
She,
should make an F.
F.
We should make an F minus then.
F is a broad.
I can
is a broad
technically
tier
do
for
that.
any hero you don't
but-
want to see.
No, basically in F tier, you never should pick it. There are heroes in
Yeah.
F tier, you should never pick it. And you should have like
See,
7
the
to
thing
8
is,
those kind of heroes, and you'll be safe. You'll never
Well,
need to
you
pick those 7
sometimes
or
you
8.
can pick. You
there's
should pick
definitely
AFK.
games that I take AFK though.
Yeah,
Nah,
but there's
I'm
like
confused
never
about
a
that.
time when you should pick
AFK.
I will
Tamsin.
never take AFK. If I,
See,
only
that's
if I'm
why we're
offered
trying
like
to learn from
Irama,
each other.
Gav, Jaraxxus,
Now you
and
know,
AFK,
don't
then
pick her.
sure.
Your rating is gonna increase. We're doing a solid here. No cap.
I also think Alex should be C, not D. That's all I have to say. I don't
Yeah, Kappa. I like
Yeah,
that
me
opinion.
too. Alex can be C. Like she's between, right? She's between C and D.
I've
What
made an
is-
F
Yeah.
minus tier. We might never use it, but who knows? We've got
Okay,
a
next
run.
hero, Arana, guys.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, Arana, my favorite hero to get top 8 with alongside
Yeah,
Elise
F,
Plaza.
F minus. Let's use it now.
No, Collins. Listen to me,
she's
listen to me,
D for
Collins.
me.
You get a
I'd rather
trickster,
play
you get a
Arana
golden
than
trickster,
AFK.
and then you're Gucci.
I mean, you
don't
can
like
play
this hero.
Starless Pinkman with her, and sometimes elementals, but oh my god, it's so triggering to play.
I
When you
feel like
don't
I
get
can
your
get so
stuff.
creative when I play Arana. Like, it's always like I have lines and roads open to me, but I need to pick one of them since if I start doing like some kill bars, some demons, some elementals, it's not gonna work. You need to pick one tribe to go for. And I feel like if you do that, Arana can really shine. But again, you need a good lobby for Arana. Like, you need demons, you need some kind of cheesy early game stuff.
Mhm.
So I feel
I'll
like
tell
for
you.
me personally, Arana is like C tier.
I had a game. I had a game a few days ago with beasts, demons, and elementals in, and I had 10 armor as Arana. I got a
You got
top 8
eighth, right?
minus
yeah.
148 MMR.
I know.
Oh!
That's the life, man, dude. I don't like this hero. I just feel like you're picking this when elementals are in, and people just do like light swan stuff. You just get rolled, and you're just like, why am I doing Arana stuff when I could just like go light swan anyway and just like try to pretend that I'm a hero, even though I'm taking the damage, but at least I have a light swan than this random elemental trash. So I don't know. I'm not a fan of this hero.
I have Arana F.
Yeah,
I
I
think
never
she's
picked this hero.
You
Yeah.
a
have
lot
the-
better.
No, I feel like
Every
Arana
hero-
can really
F
work
heroes.
sometimes.
I would
Man,
say
I also think it's F as
99%
well.
of the heroes have a chance to high roll. That's not a debate. I don't think. Like there's like Tamsin and Guff and
the Tamsin
and,
high roll. I know. I've
No,
done
I'm just
it.
saying. There's like some heroes that like almost force you to not high roll because you have to spend money on like an actively bad hero power. You know what I mean? Like Guff and Wag Toggle. Like you're spending a gold to like waste time, basically. Like you're saving like 3 health early and then you die. Arana doesn't necessarily do that. Most heroes don't do that. So like you have a chance to high roll with almost every hero. It's just you have a way lower chance of high rolling with these heroes that are at the bottom of the tier list. Which means you die fast. Like even if you have
And
an
even
extra
if you
5
high roll, you
it's
don't
fine.
win, right? You can high roll a
Right.
bunch of Raspberry and Lizard and reroll on
And then you
2. You
get a
can get
third
a
place.
third place with a Roach playstyle.
And get that plus
But
0 MMR.
that's
I
your
love
upside.
it.
That's it.
You get like second, third with her.
Yeah. You can high roll and get plus
Barely
0
first.
MMR. It sounds like fun to me. I hear you. Yeah.
And hero like this, in general, like hero like this and Daryl, just demotivate you to play the game even further. It gives you a bad mindset on top of that, right? You struggle so hard to get the 4th place.
Daryl's
like, oh,
different.
shit.
Daryl's actually. Let's not hate on Daryl.
Daryl.
You
Daryl.
actually like Daryl.
Daryl
Daryl
is
is not what you want to be playing.
Daryl
let
is
me tell
so
you.
boring.
Daryl
It's
is
not just
technically
boring,
the
it's just
best
that-
hero in the
what's
game
the point
statistically,
of
according to
playing
H's
Daryl?
replay. So whatever.
Like, what do you gain when you play Daryl, right?
get 2
you go for like
MMR.
top 3, top 4,
Feels
you get
good,
top 2
Yeah.
sometimes, and it's just not worth it. It feels like a waste of your time, and sometimes you might even die to a hurler, right? So you don't even get a juicy top 4.
That's what Shitty talks. That's what Shitty would tell me. Well, I played Daryl. You just get top 3 and waste your time. Yeah, that's I've heard that before, and I agree.
mean, that's definitely a playstyle, right?
But-
Like, if you want to waste a bunch of time, like treading water, MMR wise, like Daryl's great, but you can also go for Alex, and you have a chance to win, but also top 8. But like, at least you went for it. Like, so it's a different philosophy on how you want to approach MMR, right?
Daryl lets you skip the game. That's how I look at it. Okay, I don't like my
Yeah,
hero
yeah.
choices.
It's
I
like-
skip
If I'm
the
not a
game.
streamer, I think I'll pick Daryl a lot more. Just because I'm a streamer, I
Yeah.
know if I pick stuff like Daryl or Cthulhu, people will just start leaving. Even though I can keep like 30 MMR, it's just not worth it.
That is
'Cause,
not a right way to look at it, Victor.
Yeah,
Listen to
I
me.
would-
Daryl is
No, it's the right way
a
to look at
bad
it.
hero. Even if you get MMR, it's bad since you got lucky to get this MMR. Daryl is not giving you enough. Like, this hero power is not giving you enough to get that top 2 consistently. So even if you don't stream, you will probably be even higher if you don't stream, and then you will realize that playing
you think-
Daryl is a complete waste of your time. It's like a reroll hero, right?
Do you think Daryl is better than Arana?
Yes, for
Much
sure.
better, of
100%.
course.
That's
For
not
me,
even,
Yes.
it's not.
No,
Oh,
Daryl
yeah?
is better than Arana.
it's not even.
For
Come
me
on, man.
personally, it's not. Like,
Arana
Arana
can go top
utilizes
8,
golden tricks
Daryl
to
cannot,
better.
basically.
I don't even
Oh
get
my
to
God.
on Arana that often, honestly.
How does Arana utilize Golden Trickster better than Daryl? Daryl, you can dance on it and shit.
There's 2
Yeah,
heroes,
but you
it's
can
not
find
even
it
comparable.
way faster on
Daryl
Arana,
gets
and you can
stats.
also use it way better
Arana
since you
doesn't
roll
get
more
shit.
on Arana, right? So you can get that juicy Macau, you can get Baron, you can get poisons. I feel like Arana is actually better than Daryl. I mean, for potential to get top 1 or top 2. Whenever I play Daryl, I feel like
Lost
I'm
me.
kind of chained. Like, there
Yeah.
is something that's keeping me from being stronger, and I don't like that feeling.
Sure, that's fair. I mean, I skipped the lobby hero, but I think that's definitely good with all the heroes that are like, hey, here's a hero, you're gonna lose 50 MMR. I'll take the Daryl, almost every time than these.
By the way, it's not about Daryl right now. I feel like we are kind of deviating from
We are
Arana.
deviating.
Let's
for sure.
just put Daryl at C tier. Can we agree?
Yeah.
Well, we're on it.
I would put it B.
I'd put
Sure.
it B. I think it deserves a
I
little
will
bit more
put Daryl
respect.
below Lextrazo on G tier every time, but I guess that's fine. If you want to put Daryl in C, I don't
Daryl-
mind.
It's okay.
Daryl's
The-
so
There's
safe.
no
Like, you
way
gotta
Daryl
give
has
some credit
less
for
EV
Daryl
than
being a
Alex
safe
Raza.
hero.
Are you guys crazy? I hate Daryl with my guts,
That's
but the
crazy.
hero, when you sell a minion, you get 3/3 stats on the freaking Divine Shield. And you
Dude,
almost
the-
never bottom
They
6
will
with
be,
him.
they will be laughing at us if
And
they see
you
this.
pick
There's
Alex
no
Traza,
way
and
this
you
hero
get
belongs
you
to
get
anything
Razor, or you
belongs
get
to
Price promo.
even though
It
he's
gets
so
crazy.
boring.
Okay, can we
There's a
say,
lot
like-
of time Daryl can actually get second. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of times.
Yeah.
I
Like
feel like we
40,
have a-
50%
I feel like
of
your
the
lobby
time.
has to be bad for you to get second on Daryl. Like,
But in
The
reality, the
is
lobbies
bad
are
most
bad.
of the time, yeah.
There's not like 8x in my lobby all the time or 8 Mr. Incredible. This hero is able to get top 4, top 3 pretty consistently.
Yeah, okay, that's why. Like with D tier, you expect to lose Elo, basically, right?
Yeah,
C tier
I
is like,
agree.
okay,
I'm not
I want to
expecting to
skip the
lose
lobby,
Elo
blah blah
with
blah.
Daryl.
I'm getting like 20 Elo with those.
Wait.
With B tier, I'm thinking, okay, I can get first, I can get second. A tier, I get second, first more often. I feel like we have a problem with discussing because our expectations are different and we're not matching here. And I think when we put Daryl in C tier, I feel like it fits because like most of the times you get third, right?
Yeah.
I'll say average 3.2 through
I feel like
3.5.
C tier can be our reroll tier. It's like
Yeah.
heroes that you won't want to reroll. You basically don't really expect to gain a lot of MMR, but you don't expect to lose either.
But
Yeah.
So Daryl
Daryl's
is
the
that
best
hero.
reroll hero. You know, you gotta bump him up a
Yeah.
little bit. I can't, what is this Daryl disrespect?
I feel like B.
When you guys say Daryl F tier, I almost want to say it.
What?
No, Victor. Nobody said F tier, but I'm honestly not picking Daryl over Alexstrasza. It's not happening.
Sure, but I mean, I do think just like as a safety mechanism, like Daryl does perform better. Like Alexstrasza, yeah, you can high roll, but you can also just low roll the hell out of it. Take your minus 150 and move on. Where Daryl, you know, you're taking +1 or +0, and it's fine, right? You don't do anything, but it's better than like trying to, you know, go for the plus 80 and lose double that. So I'm fine with putting that above it, but we're not even on Daryl. We're on Alrana. Like, what's going on here? You know, what are we doing with this?
For me personally, Arana is C tier, but I would not mind if we put Arana at G tier. Just don't put Arana in F tier. It really hurts me.
Okay, XQN, but would you pick Alex or Arana?
Oh, that's a
You
very
wanted
close
C
one.
tier also for Alex, right? We have to keep this consistent.
Honestly, I will pick Alex over Arana
Yeah, I
since
think every
my
time.
potential to get
Mhm.
a better score is higher on Alex.
Mhm.
I mean, we
Okay,
can't put.
due to the respect for XQN, I'll put Arana D tier.
Thank you, Victor.
I
Very
will-
kind of you.
I still vote F.
I'm
yeah.
an
No,
F
no
right
F.
here.
Should we have
No,
a
but
majority
I
vote
will-
instead?
I will settle for D.
Guys,
but
can we not spend 20 minutes on a hero that you're not gonna pick in the entire month? Can we go to Lord Barov now?
They're all
man.
broken.
Sure.
They're all
AOS.
broken.
Lord Barov for me is the S tier. I'll start.
Okay,
Yeah,
sure.
like
He
borderline top
has so much
5.
armor now. 7 armored a lot of the times.
Yeah,
This hero is
overall, on
absolutely
Gallywix get
insane.
completely
If you go
unreasonable
3
amount
on
of
3, get
armor.
some pirates, or if you just stay warrior curve. He's way
Agree.
too flexible.
Yeah, Barrow is S tier for me as well. I feel like
Okay,
armor
sure.
change made Barrow a lot better since Barrow used to be a glass cannon hero. You lose a lot of HP, but you get strong, right?
Yeah.
And right now it's not really a glass cannon hero since you got this armor to work with. You can level a little bit faster. So Barrow definitely got better since armor change came out. Barrow used to be like an A tier hero for me, but right now armor pushes it to an S tier for sure.
And also, there's another scenario where I usually get in. There's a lot of people go warrior curve, and there's a lot of people go 3 on 3 or like normal curve. Because people are going
So you
different
just get the
curve,
free bets.
the early game gamble is
Yeah.
a lot easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also Barrow benefits from tier 1 curve as well, right? Since general playstyle you want to have in like a good lobby and good avenge lobby is you want to just buy a bunch of tier 1s, right? And Barrow is very good at doing that since it gives you a lot of economy to be efficient and buy some acolytes instead of random tokens and stuff like that. So Barrow actually benefits from avenge too, which is pretty good.
Yeah, I remember Alldragon had Barov as like one of the best
Best tier?
heroes in the
Yeah.
game when he was initially released, when you didn't get a gold back for ties and when he didn't have armor. So
You just win every bet, right? Like I feel you, Odd Dragon. That was me. I just won every bet. You know, just figure
Yeah,
it out.
Pretty
Just
much,
win.
pretty much. As long as you win majority of them, then you
It's so S, yeah.
net gold.
yeah, it's just so much gold.
Can we put Cat just into F?
No,
No,
simply
wait,
there's
wait,
stuff like
wait,
yeah,
wait.
Kitty is
Barov is
great.
S tier.
I actually
I
think
will
Cat isn't that bad.
personally put Kitty on a B tier since I feel like
Wow!
Cat actually
Oh,
benefits from
B?
Demons and Avenge.
No.
Yes,
B is a
exactly.
bit
No, I don't
much.
think
Since
B.
Cat is a kind of hero that benefits from current meta, right?
I like
Since a lot of people go for tier 1 curve and you can kind of compete with that if you do it yourself, right? So you don't even take a lot of damage.
Oh man,
And then
I
if you
just
get Avenge minions, you can just kind of slide by, get some tempo here and there, and then steal some really good minions.
oh damn, I just ignored Cat because I just thought she's still trash.
I mean,
I don't
No,
think
Cat
no,
on
Sangeeta,
HS
you need to play
Replay has
Kitty more.
really, really bad stats.
Oh, then
Cat on
I'll
HS
play her
Replay.
more.
I had
This is great.
a series where we won 3 Cat games in a row with Shady, and there wasn't even armor at that point, and I was just like, yeah. This was like the previous meta, like right before the armor, just because we could abuse like everyone's staying on 1, right? So you do the same thing, and you just get so much stronger, and you just need one person to die, right? And then you snowball. So it was able to
exactly.
work out. So I
Okay,
don't
so
think
how do you play cat? Do you just play like warrior curve, triple into 4?
You can do whatever you
It
want, Sun
depends,
Leaders.
yeah.
Like, as long
I
as
know
you
that's not
get
helpful.
really good minions, it's going to be good. I feel like actually in a
good.
Dragon or Pirate lobby, you can go 3-on-3 on Cat, and actually it's going to be pretty good since if Dragons and Pirates are available, you can get a Briny, you can get Brandsorden, and then you're kind of stronger than everyone else, which feels pretty good.
Yeah, you just need to do what makes you strong, essentially, right? If you level
Okay,
on 2
sure.
and you
Yeah,
you
basically
have
on
good
Cat you
things.
need to cheese some
Yeah.
tempo, and Mechano Tank is a great cheese, Soul Juggler is a great cheese, so Kitty really benefits from Demon and Mech lobbies for that reason.
Yeah, I used to like the cat, but then everyone told me, "Oh, don't pick her. She's so bad. She's
Don't
the
listen
worst."
to chat. That's
Don't listen to
rule,
the chats
rule
and haters, it's
advice number
not what
one.
you
Just-
Wow,
want to
you
do.
have a nice chat.
Wait, you chat
My
doesn't
chat
tell you
always
to
tells me to
pick
pick
cat?
cat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
that
like,
is so
"Hey,
nice
yeah.
for you. I wish my
If you
chat would tell me
subs."
to not pick cat.
So Barov on S, or anyone want to put it on A?
Yeah, no, Barov on S
Yeah,
is
but
fine
it is
right now.
S tier for sure.
Okay.
I think
Let's
that's
leave it that
the
way.
only thing we all agreed upon.
Okay.
Yeah, so far.
But for real, cat for me at most C tier. I'm
Yeah,
not
Yeah,
I
putting
would put him on
yeah.
C.
I would put D.
I would
I will put
Personally,
the cat
put
in front of
Kitty on
Daryl,
D tier.
but I cannot put
I
her
can't put
on
that
D.
cat above Daryl, like in the same as Daryl and Alec here. Like, I don't see it.
I mean, okay, for what it's worth, I think Daryl should be B tier, but Cat C tier is fine to me.
okay.
Like cat is still a high variance hero. I mean,
Yeah.
you don't
Yeah,
pay
yeah,
cat
for
a lot.
sure.
If you pay cat actually a lot, there are a
You-
lot of times you
yeah,
don't
you'll
get anything in the
punished. Yeah,
shop,
you'll get punished.
and you get very overwhelmed and just die.
Yeah.
And sometimes
Actually,
the
it does
first
not happen to
two,
me at all, Victor. It's like
I mean,
kind of variance, maybe, that whenever I pick cat, I actually am able to get
It's
stronger
just
than
because
everyone
you're a
else.
good player, so you were able to win without a hero power. This always happens to me,
true.
where I'm just like, yeah, I'm winning, and then like Shady will just be like, yeah, you can win without a hero power. Other people can't do that, and I'm like, yeah, that's true. So it's just because you're able to utilize everything in your ability to take advantage of the cat hero power. But if we're just like generally talking to people and say, hell yeah, play cat, they'll just die because they don't know how to use like every tool.
Yeah,
in their-
Collins,
Are
you
we,
got a
are we
good
making
point.
this tier list for us?
Yes,
or
we
for
are,
everyone else?
but
For
fine.
us.
It's for us, but it's still good to think about other people and how they would utilize the.
let me just say this: if you put 8 XQN in the same lobby,
You would die.
that one XQN who was playing cat
will
probably
die
will go
every
top
time.
8.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
my
that's
point. That's my point.
Your cat is fine because other people are doing dumb shit. They're leveling to 6 with nothing on the board, and then they finally got a tier 6 minion, they die.
Yeah,
That's like usually how you do
that
well,
is
right?
exactly
Because
my
you're
point.
staying on tier 4 playing
Yeah,
tank.
exactly, Victor. You actually benefit from a pretty bad lobby when you
Yeah.
play cat. But if you play cat on
You
a
benefit
tournament,
from
you're gonna
riskier
die. It's not
players.
even close. Like for a tournament setting, for example, cat is the worst hero so far. I mean, maybe Pyramid is worse and Gav, but you got my point. Kitty is not good
Yeah,
when everyone else is good.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do agree with that.
All right, D seems good though.
Man, you got so mad when I said F, and now we're like, okay, D is fine.
I will settle for S tier, not S tiir, C tier.
Because
I always
cat
confuse
have
them.
so much armor, I think C is fair.
I'm
If
okay with
he
C.
doesn't have that much
Yeah,
I'm
armor,
C
legit
I
okay
think
with
D.
C.
kind of
I like
good.
C.
Sure.
That sounds like the average of the chat.
We'll move Daryl later. We'll move Daryl up later, trust me.
We've got a
Daryl
Death
will be-
Speaker, Blood something.
Oh, that is such an interesting
Ooh.
hero to talk about. I will start since I used to love this hero before when Avenge was not available, when it was a different kind of meta. It used to be a great tempo hero since you usually don't go for top 1, but you can get top 2 consistently.
Right.
If you just level a bit faster, you get some kind of mechs or kill bars going.
Mech Quill
But I
board.
feel like right now this hero is so bad. Like whenever I pick this hero, I feel so weak. Like I cannot even win against
Feels like it
anyone
doesn't
using
do
my hero
anything.
power.
Especially in Avenge lobby, you don't have the option to go warrior curve. That's a big deal. But this
Yeah,
hero is
you
kind
can
of
make
good
them
for
look right.
small brain players. Like
And-
you don't need to think, right? Everyone play this hero, they're gonna have almost the same outcome. Because you're gonna level to 3. Okay, no good minions. I'm gonna level to 4 if I have a token. Everybody is gonna do that. And everybody know Hydra, Bunker, whatever, tier 4 minion is good. So like it doesn't really give you a skill edge. You take a lot of damage, which lower your skill edge as well.
Yeah,
So I think for us, this
pretty
hero is
linear.
not really that great.
I-
But for like newer
Yeah,
players,
it's not great.
I still think the hero's playable if Max Quobors are in, because you still get blood gems for free.
Quobors
You can't
always in.
use. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, Quobors with the buffs are actually quite nutty now. But generally, you get the blood gems. You buff something, right? I usually Jeeve curve if I'm gonna pick this hero. Just buff a divine shield like the puppy or something, right? You have something strong, and then you just run mech Quobor stuff. It's not as good as it used to be, right? But it is like stable, I guess would be the word I would use. So I don't think the hero is like unplayable or really bad. You just kind of
think it's a
do
very
the same
standard
thing.
Yeah, it's
C
Yeah,
hero.
you
definitely
do the same
playable.
thing
It's
every
just
time,
that
and it doesn't feel good, but it's not like trash.
yeah, it's not very powerful, whatever you do on this
Yeah.
hero, but it's not the worst, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's
Yeah.
not Daryl. I'm just kidding, Pocky, by the way, don't kill me. I would personally put it on C tier or a B tier,
Same.
maybe like low
Yeah.
B tier. But
Yeah,
C
I put
tier
it on
sounds
C
kind of good to
tier.
me.
Okay, when we're assuming the best
would-
lobby, it's just without demons and elementals, right? So people can't really go the crazy event shit.
Yeah. If there's no elementals, it's a lot better because you don't get like that crazy punish of everyone has a light spawn.
Yeah, and I still feel like this hero benefits from not dragons as well, since Pyrospun just destroys Divine Shield, and usually
Yeah.
you have like a couple Divine Shields on this hero.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. So, best
Okay,
case
let's just
scenario,
skip Carol. Let's go
See,
Shamala.
Yeah,
Um,
let's just put it on F
unplayable.
tier and not even talk about it.
Unplayable
It's
trash.
not worth it.
Yeah, put her on F. Let's go
F
Shamala.
minus. Yeah.
Yeah, negative.
Shamala is
Shamala
actually pretty good.
Actually a cheeky
You guys
hero
know?
lately.
Yeah, low key, the armor buff actually matters with
And
Shinvala.
she's
one of the
really
few
good staying
heroes.
on one.
I've never touched
really
this hero,
strong.
so I have no clue. I don't have anything to discuss here.
Oh, you stay on one?
Yeah,
you
I
can.
stay on one.
I think that makes sense. Like I've seen Shady play him. You just stay on one and get a light spawn like every other hero.
The way
Okay, great.
I mean, you
I
don't
like
even
the
have to get a
way-
light spawn. Shamala is kind of like Silas, right? Silas have ticket on random stuff. Shamala have ticket on elementals only.
I feel like
So
Shinvala
basically,
is
get
more
her-
like an
Get her 3
Elixir.
and then you get 3 free, right? Get 3 gold for free. And then you do that on
Okay.
tier 1, basically.
You don't really
Yeah,
get that
yeah.
for free, Victor. Usually it's very awkward to utilize that buff since if you played Shinvala before and you actually got some
I
good
played
games, you will
Shinvala, yeah.
notice that your curve is pretty awkward, right? You're always like
Not
one
that
bolt off
awkward,
of doing
actually,
a
no.
really good play.
As long as
Yeah.
she's like patches. You have economy if you hit
Nah.
elementals.
Okay, we'll get to patches later. But I think
Okay, patches is better than Shamala because
yeah.
pirate is
But
stronger
I
than
get what you're
elementals.
saying. Yeah, but
But
it's like similar.
How they
like-
work, it's the same. You rely on the shop to have a good curve. If you don't hit the shop, you never have a good curve.
Yeah, that's fair. But I think
Yeah.
the key is staying on one generally is good with the hero. And I think that a lot of the time you have to hold the elementals in hand on one and take a little extra damage. But because Shinval's in like one of the higher armor brackets, you can afford to hold without being like super punished. So like if you like happen to hit like Sully and another elemental, a lot of the time you just hold it in hand until 7 gold when you decide to double level. So that you can maybe buy an extra unit that turn or just get a discount on your level to 4. But
Yeah.
I feel like
I think
Shinvala
even-
is not
I mean, I agree.
consistent
I think it's-
enough. Yeah, go on.
I don't
Pocky.
really run into the curve.
In the
problem
interest
with
of time,
Shamala.
do we go deep?
3 gold is 3 gold.
It
Reducing the level by
The
3 gold is
interest
a
of
lot. If you
time,
say you have
dude.
problem on curve with this hero, then you have problem with Omu. You don't really have curve problem. I play this hero like a not a lot,
What
but
you actually have as a problem, Victor, is that whatever you buy is not strong enough. Whenever I played Shinvala before, it's like I buy a Molten Rock on tier 4 and it's good. And it's very problematic that I buy a Molten Rock on tier 4 and I'm happy about it, Victor. I'm gonna tell you that.
That's right.
But yeah.
So
So yeah,
in
for me,
between
I'm not
personally,
saying he's
C
a
and D,
good hero.
right?
It's
I
going to
think he's
be a
bottom
G tier
tier
hero.
for me.
Yeah, you
He's
can put
definitely
some-
better than Alex, but
Yeah, it's not F tier.
not
F tier
very
is just
consistent.
miserable. You go on to the next game. And
Yeah.
Shinvala is not exactly miserable, so it's like a D tier, maybe S tier even, but C
Dude,
tier, I mean.
you said S tier for every single.
Yeah, Collins, I'm just
Maybe
not
S.
used to it.
And it catches me off guard I'm like, he does it every time. I still get trolled.
It's not F. Maybe S. You know?
It's like, oh man.
There's no in between.
It's because XQN is S tier.
Sure,
Yeah,
sure.
I like.
Yeah, true, Pocky.
All right.
Next.
So C
Okay,
minus
D
on
tier,
Shalala.
but then is it better than Arana and Alex?
I think
Yeah,
so.
no.
You can throw it
Are
in.
we
It's better.
really?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
dude,
better
I
than
can't
those.
do this. If we're
Yes,
gonna
it is
order,
better than
if
those
we're
two.
gonna order, no, that's another hour. I'm not doing that. Oh boy.
Hey,
Just throw him somewhere in the same tier. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. We've got Cookie. I will try to
Cookie is-
please
Cookie
you.
is a hero I actually wanted to discuss with all of us, since I feel like Cookie actually became worse lately. Like,
I
I
agree.
feel like
That's
Cookie is
further.
glass cannon. Whenever I don't hit on Cookie, I take so much damage, and then it feels super bad to be at like 10 HP. You're actually pretty strong, but when you face one higher, you just die.
but
I
you
saw
can just play them
Zorko
on
stay on
one.
tier 1 for the
Yeah.
first one.
Yeah,
for the
you don't
first
have to
hero.
level every time on Cookie, but what I'm saying is Cookie got great potential to take a lot of damage early game for some reason.
Why though when you stay on one? Because you
Don't really
get
know,
more
Sanjay.
money.
It's because
Feels like every
you're
Cookie
eating the
game of
cards you want to
mine,
play.
most of the time early game.
You
I
can't.
think
Okay.
whether you stay on 1 or you go 3 on 3 really depends on the tribal.
Okay.
If
Yeah.
like pirates and keyboards in, I feel like 3 on 3 is very good because you don't want to
And
stay on 1 to get
dragons,
Sunbacon or get
dragons for
the
sure.
3-1 boards,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Then
Okay,
3 on
but
3 is
for-
great.
For
If you
the
have
tier
like
list,
tokens,
we
if you have
assume best
tokens,
tribes,
3 on 1
right?
is better.
Yeah.
If you're
So we
assuming best
assume all the
tribe-
tokens: Elemental, Beast, and Murloc. And when you have those in, you can just force triples on Tavern 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, and how is he then bad?
He's not bad.
No, I
no
wouldn't
one's
say
saying
that.
he's
It's
not
bad.
bad.
He's
It's
just
not
saying
going
But,
to
like,
happen
Alex
for
and
every
you-
he was
game,
worse than he
Sanjay.
before, but that might mean like S to S.
Yeah, I
Okay,
think.
I would say A.
Yeah, I think the hero was like a top 3 hero
I'd say
when he was
A.
introduced, and just like now he's like a top 10 to 15.
Yeah, I'm the same opinion. I'm going to put it on A tier myself.
Oh yeah, same.
A-
And
A
S
is
tier
fair,
is a bit
yeah.
too much for Cookie right now.
It's not S. Without
Yeah,
armor,
I think
he's
it was
never
there on
S.
release, but A now.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
arguing for S. I was just a bit shocked because I thought you want to put him on C or B
no,
or
no,
something.
No,
Yeah.
it's still a great hero. It's just
Yeah, okay,
that
good.
it's a bit fragile.
All right, we've got
Because
Cthulhu.
then F tier. Because then F tier,
Cthulhu?
guys.
What did
Cthulhu
you-
feels unplayable to me.
Yeah,
I-
Catan is so bad. Just put it on F and move
Yeah.
I
on.
hate this
same.
hero, but I
Sure.
feel like there are some people that like Shady would defend Cthulhu, and I'm not here to be Shady, so I'm not gonna.
No.
Shady's not here.
I'm not gonna defend
I
him,
mean,
but I know Shady, and I
How
know he'd
do
be
you
like,
even
this is a
defend
little bit
Catan?
better.
Like, what can Catan do for you to defend
Dude.
Catan? Catan has to give you a good game for you to
I
defend
don't want to.
Catan.
I
And
don't
will
want
you
to
have a good
cosplay
game in
Shady's
Catan?
mind.
Probably
I'm
not.
not doing it. I just know he would defend it here, but it's fine. He's
Shady
not
like
here.
the stuff that he can see. Shady like the stats that he can see on the Divine Shield.
No,
I think that's how he
goes
thinks.
dragons. He goes dragons on it. Yeah, and he just
He likes
stays
to
on
get
2.
stuff early,
He
but he
stays
doesn't
on
take
2 and
damage.
forces dragons. That's what he does. And
Even with dragons in, I feel like you have to like Giga High Roll,
Yeah.
and then you're still.
that's how I
behind.
feel.
Yeah,
man.
Dragon
Yeah,
is not
exactly.
even
It's so
enough.
slow. And even when you
Extra
fire roll,
plus
it's
1
pretty
HP is
slow.
not enough.
I'm not gonna defend this. I agree with
Yeah,
you guys. F that
Okay.
sucker.
Yeah.
All right, we
Should
got
move on.
Curator.
Another F?
No, it's
Curator?
not
No.
an F tier hero. Come on, it's
Curator
an
is
F tier
terrible.
hero.
Really? I would put F.
Yeah, I feel like Curator is like
Nah,
unplayable. most of the
Curator
time.
is
Curator is
terrible.
not completely unplayable. Come on, you at least got your amalgam. When you
Okay,
play
it's
like
not completely
Kayle,
unplayable.
you don't even
Cthulhu is
get
not
that
completely
amalgam.
unplayable.
You can build your
But if-
Amalgadon, you can use Brand, you can use Life Vein, you can use Mithrax. How's that F?
Yeah, exactly.
You
And
have
actually
extra
here
thing on
too,
the
if you
board to
if you
begin
like
with.
if you don't go
Stuff
for a
with,
chair
like-
one curve and you get
You don't
naturally
take
marked,
30
you actually get
damage, you have
extra
a
value
shit ton of
too.
armor.
Sorry, Harper?
Oh, I was just
really
saying you
quiet.
can you can do stuff with AFK too. You know, you
Yes,
can do stuff with a lot.
exactly.
There's a lot of heroes that are F tier or D tier that you would say, well, you could do this and that and that
Yeah,
with it. You know, if everything works out perfectly. But
Yeah.
I would say, generally speaking, you're not likely to get a very good result with Curator. And
Yeah,
Curator
like
is D tier, and he's
feel
definitely
like
matter-
capable.
how
D
good
tier,
you play.
aren't you
It's not an F
generous?
tier hero worthy. F tier is like a last tier, a hero you don't even wanna play.
I
I
don't
don't
want
wanna
to
Maybe
play
play.
Curator.
sometimes you can play
Yeah,
Curator.
it's like the
Yeah,
same with
Curator-
Akazamurak, I feel. Doesn't have economy, but you get some extra strength early
Akazamurak is
on.
way better.
You have
What?
survivability.
It's not what Akazamurak has a chance. you can do
Yeah, I
shit
think-
with.
Curator
I mean,
have a chance
Amalgam
too. You can
versus
use
Ice
Block.
Amalgadon later on.
Honestly,
You can hit a
Collins,
brand and then you promo fin, you go 6, then you have 3 Amalgadon. It's it's
definitely much harder to get poison
honestly,
on the
Collins,
amalgam now,
it makes
though.
me a bit uncomfortable as well seeing Akazamzarak next to Curator. It doesn't sound right. Like, it doesn't look right. When I look at Akazamzarak and Curator at the same tier. Maybe
So which do you
Akazamzarak should
think
be
is
moved
better?
to like...
Do you think Curator is better?
Nah, Akazamzarak is better than
It's better
Curator by a
than
large
the-
margin.
Yeah.
Like, Curator is very unlikely to get a good game going. Can Akazamzarak at
So we'll
least have
put
high roll?
Curator at the bottom of D tier after Rana.
No, I also put F.
I would F
I
the
I don't know.
don't
Curator,
It's
think
not a hero
so,
that's worth
man.
arguing
Like-
about, to
I
be
would have
honest.
Like, would you
yeah,
pick
it's not
Curator
very
over
worth
AFK?
it.
I
I
feel
would
like
not
AFK
I
is
would-
more likely to get a better game. Or, like,
Honestly,
considering-
Papa brings a good point about AFK, that F tier is completely unplayable, and AFK is kind of unplayable, but not completely. Sometimes you will high roll, right? So maybe
To
AFK
move
should
up,
be
right?
So
G
what
tier.
you're saying is
I like
Cthulhu
AFK.
Move it up.
Cthulhu goes
along.
to F minus, and then we could put Curator in F minus. That's what I'm hearing.
yeah, if Curator is not F, then we also have to put AFK out of F.
Yeah, I
Wait,
think
how,
it
I still don't
Yeah.
understand why
And then,
having a
but then
Malgadon
if
on
they're
your board
D,
is
then
unplayable.
Alex has to move up to C.
Because it's so hard to
Yeah.
get poison on
It's
it.
not a
Guys,
Malgadon
please
unless you...
explain to me how having a 2/2 Amalgadon on your board make that hero unplayable.
Well, first of all, it's not Amalgadon. It's Amalgam, which is only a tutu, and you need to invest into it. It's like a Fish of Nezat, Victor, except you don't even get an effect of Fish of Nezat. And is Nezat a good hero? Not really. Like, I got a bunch of top 7s on
I'm not
Nezat
saying
since
he's a
I was
good
just
hero,
very, very
but
slow.
you're putting him after AFK.
It feels
Like,
like a
some people
guaranteed
put him
6th
on-
place.
AFK is the hero
that's
that
fair.
actually gets nothing, and then she's behind on curve, she's behind on HP, and she actually doesn't have anything. Curator has
But she
something.
gets
Brainy.
3
You have
jobs.
more
You
HP
gotta,
at least.
you know,
But 20 points of HP difference can be huge. AFK, you start a game, you took a hit, and then turn 3 you discover. If you decide to level on that turn to tier 3, you have to take another hit. Curator, you don't have to take
don't
that
always
much
take
damage.
hits on 5 gold, right? Like it depends
Yeah,
on
I
what
feel
you
like
hit,
a lot-
right?
if-
Like,
I mean, if you level to
Curious-
3, most of the
Curious
time you are.
what R-Dragon thinks of this. Like, where would you put it, R-Dragon?
I put it F.
We need a-
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've been
okay.
saying that.
Yes.
I don't know why we
We're-
make
We need a
this
tiebreaker.
We're
huge
F boys.
discussion about this.
Okay, what about we go through and everyone says F or D?
Yeah, that sounds
Sure.
For which ones? All of them?
No
good.
Curator.
No, just about
Oh,
Curator.
sorry.
Curator.
Okay.
Start with R-Dragon, then XQ, and then Mr.
Okay.
Incredible.
Well,
Okay,
it depends on where AFK is, though.
AFK
I
is
swear.
also F.
And it depends where Alex is.
Oh, damn!
Alexstrasza is D.
Are we really going back? We were very discussed.
No, it's just Curator.
Don't use the other heroes as benchmarkers. Use F as a. Oh, I just.
Okay,
I
guys,
feel like I
if you
can't get-
don't play Curator, doesn't mean he's F tier for sure.
Yeah, I
Like,
know.
if you haven't played Curator for like a long time, don't just say he's F tier.
I've
Okay,
played
we
doesn't
do
make any
need
Curator.
sense.
benchmark, though.
I've played
So-
Curator.
I'm very
So-
capable of getting a top 4 with Curator.
But you're capable of getting a top
Okay,
4 with
F,
every hero.
let's
It
say
doesn't
F
really
is like
matter,
just
yeah.
you don't pick it, right?
Yeah, F is
And then
like
D
last,
is like-
a complete trash can.
I'm
And
so
It
unhappy,
feels to me
but
that
like
AFK is not
gonna
a
pick
trash
this.
can.
I really feel like Alex should move up to C. At least. If not,
Yeah,
D,
me too,
but
Papa. Hell yeah,
definitely
that's a good
C.
opinion.
Because if F is only unplayable and then D takes stuff like Curator, then Alex
can-
just
I-
doesn't
I
belong
can-
there.
Yeah,
now.
that's
And
also
There are
very
heroes
good.
that
it's
don't have
very
hero
I
power.
can see that.
There's
Yeah.
also a hero with hero power that will lead you to top 8,
Yeah,
right?
that's the issue.
The
That-
hero
yeah, that-
power is not always positive.
that is-
Alex
that
will
is
also
the
actively
point.
lead you
either.
not to go for some other composition, will make you tunnel vision on dragon and tunnel vision on level, and actively give you top 8.
That's true, right?
Curator does not do that.
If this was based on how we feel when we pick the hero, I can see it going C. But the fact that sometimes you
You
play
know, when you
Alexstrasza
pyro
and it
with
kills
Alex,
you.
your brain will remember.
Yeah, it kills you.
But
That's the
just
beef
because you
of it.
remember your hero doesn't make the hero
I do
C.
feel that Alex is a lot more consistent now than he used to be, obviously, because of the introduction of
armor.
many more dragons. And these days, though, even if you miss, even if you don't get everything perfect, the fact that it gets you to 5 so fast with so much economy makes it a lot more reliable and better in this meta. But it has
sucks.
but it gets you to 5, which can get you to 6, and it gets you into the higher
You're
tiers.
not gonna go to 6. You're 15 HP. Hopper, you'll be freaked out.
I'm just
Oh my god, Chad! I can't stand our 15 HP. What to do? I don't even have a full board. You're not going to 6.
Yeah,
don't lie.
You're not.
Don't lie.
You're so dead if you do that.
But did I say
I'm just trying to
that?
be funny, but it's
I'm
true.
saying it gets you to higher tiers faster.
Can we didn't even
With
do
a
the
lot of
original
economy.
plan, guys. You know when this was introduced,
Okay,
I was
okay,
like,
guys.
this is gonna take 6+. And I was being
Longer.
generous.
It's like
I was
18
being
right
so
now.
Yeah,
generous.
you
You know?
underestimated by so much.
Oh man, God.
We
damn.
all have 2 big egos.
F for D, guys. I'm an F-er. Anyway.
Yeah, we should
I
just
personally
go
vote for
and just
D.
say F or D, right? And just end the discussion because we can't decide.
Yeah.
For Curator, I
Yeah,
think we also have to
D
do it
or
for
F,
Alex.
whatever. Just move on to the next one. It's not like we pick this hero every day.
Okay. Deathwing.
Okay.
This hero
From
have
here
very
on
little
out,
weight.
I'm gonna start a
Don't waste time.
timer. All right, from here on out, I'm gonna start a timer for every hero. 3 minutes.
Yeah, that's
If they
never
haven't
happened.
decided
We're
on
gonna
3
break
minutes,
that every
We
time.
take the most thing.
We're gonna
It
break
doesn't
that
matter.
every time.
I'm gonna make it,
All right.
and then we're gonna vote, and then that's it.
Okay.
Okay, did
So
we
can
vote
leave
for Curator?
I don't care. All right, sure. Audrey can go.
F.
F.
All right, XQN.
D.
Ethan.
F.
Papa Sun
Collins.
Collins.
Yeah, F. I'm already done.
F.
Yeah, we're it's F already. We're
Son.
good. Let's go
Okay,
Deathwing.
F.
I haven't voted
Let's
yet. I vote
decrease it in
D.
Kamals and
Okay,
Kamals.
whatever.
You're
Yeah,
voting
Victor wants
yeah.
Steve, and he loses. It's already majority. All right, next hero.
Deathwing. We're talking about Deathwing. Let's move on, please.
Oh God.
Deathwing.
Yeah.
Oh, what a.
I don't
what a
play
fun
this
hero.
hero. I think he's D, but I don't play him.
Yeah, I would just put him.
Worse
in
than
No, it's
Daryl.
definitely not a D tier hero. Like, Deathwing is super good with Avenge, come on.
Yeah,
Avenge
okay,
is like
Deathwing
meta
is
right
okay.
now, and
I mean,
Deathwing
it's alright.
utilizes
Okay, no, the problem is everyone else
good
plays
Avenge.
Avenge.
Everyone else goes
Yeah.
Avenge,
You're
and
gonna
it
play.
makes your...
You're gonna play everyone else, and you don't even have an advantage anymore.
Yeah.
Deathwing,
Yeah.
No, I have been getting some pretty good
No.
results playing
but
Deathwing.
XQN. Deathwing used to be a hero where you played like a heavy Death Rattle Reborn comp, and
And
no one
other
else was,
people
because
had
it
no
was, like,
reason to do
mediocre.
that.
All
And
the
now
good
literally
minions
the whole
are
lobby.
Death Rattle
Not
Reborn.
everyone else,
pick
come on,
it.
Ethan. Like, sometimes you will face Avenge guys, and it feels pretty bad, but sometimes
I
you will
mean,
face
okay.
like high stats comp,
It's
and
not
it feels
always,
kind
but
of
if
good.
Ellie's
I mean,
demons,
2
if Ellie's
damage doesn't
demons are in,
really kill high stats comp. Come on now.
Just don't
Okay, the
play
past
Deathwing
week,
with
it
elemental.
everyone plays
some
Avenge.
good early game, since if someone goes for a normal curve and you go for a tier 1 curve on
If
any
you
other hero
put
than
Deathwing
Deathwing,
and
you
see,
usually
where
take
does
a few
Greybow
damage.
go? Like, are you
Greybow
gonna
is
put
a great
Greybow
hero. I will
A?
put
Because
Greybow on A
Greybow is
tier.
like
Greybow
so
would go
much
above
better than
Deathwing,
Greybow
so
Deathwing.
belongs
Deathwing
to
should
A
go
tier
on
only because
D
of
or
the tribes.
F.
Greybow's good. Let's.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
Greybow-
Deathwing
Okay,
is so
let's
much
discuss
worse than
Deathwing
Greybow.
first.
Yeah.
Deathwing is definitely a
even
worse
close.
version of a Greybow. But for me, it belongs to
Greybow-
C tier. It's
Greybow
not
gives
really
you
D
stats
tier
and not
that
the
I want to give
opponent.
Deathwing.
That thing doesn't really give you that advantage.
Exactly.
It
It
used to
used
give
to
you an
be a lot
advantage, and I
better.
feel that exactly, that advantage is gone now with everybody going for
Let's
Avenge.
vote. I haven't picked this hero for 2 months. Let's vote. I voted D.
If
Audrey
Curator
again.
and if Hair F,
D.
I say F.
I feel
I
like
say
D
D.
is generous.
Oh really? I was thinking C. Wow. Okay.
Oh shit!
Interesting.
Yeah, I will go
My
for
vote
C as
F.
well.
I vote D. It seems like the average is D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I go D.
I'm
Yeah.
looking at what it's next to, and I'm like, I would take Deathwing over some of this suckers. over here,
That's for sure, Collins.
Yeah, so it's kind of weird.
Alright,
Anyways,
next
When
hero.
you get a choice between Shinvala and Deathwing, you will rather play Deathwing.
Yeah,
like, it's
every
not even
time.
close.
I would take Shambhala.
No, I always
really?
pick
Interesting.
Shamala.
interesting. Okay.
I would
I
take
okay.
always
Shambhala
pick
too.
Shamala.
I would pick
Shamala can hydro. Deathwing is a turtle. Deathwing is like a dog. You know, you're always defensive.
You
You
guys
can't really
pick
get
Shinvala
first.
over Deathwing, and
Shamala
then you
can
refuse
pop
to
the
pick
fuck
Felix Tracer.
off
Come on,
and
what
then
is
get
that
first
attitude?
easily.
That's interesting. Well,
Anyway,
whatever. We've got
Shamala, you
the,
can
the
save
next
like
hero.
15 gold the entire game.
the fact that you guys are it's a discussion means this is the right bracket, so I'm okay with it. Let's move on
Yeah,
to Brand.
exactly.
Let's move on to the Brand.
Brand?
I'm a
Actually,
fan of
Brand-
Brand. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Brain is broken with the right tribes.
Yeah, I
if-
think Brand
Let's
is actually a
assume
nice
we have
hero.
double token.
Yeah, double
Brand
and a cube
tokens
board.
in, right? Yeah.
Double
Brand is
token
S
plus
tier.
cube board.
Broken.
Pretty strong, right? You just
You don't even need kill
I think
bars,
S-
honestly,
Yeah, you don't
Victor,
need
but you
kill
just
bars.
like pirates
You
in
just-
the Xabi is
Cube board
pretty
is
good.
amazing though.
You just need Murlocs.
Brand is amazing with Agam. So I think
It
cube board
is.
is a bonus.
But
'Cause you have
will you
the
even
soccer guy,
discover
Micro
Agam?
Lights,
Like,
giving
I
14
pretty much
with
never
Brand.
go for 5 drops on Brand. It's either I go for tier 4s and I setups like Primal Fiends, Nis Maidson, or I go for a tier 6. I feel like on Brand I actually never discover tier 5s. So
No,
it's
I'm not
like,
tripling into tier 5. I do triple for tier 4, but there are times I have like a Menagerie stylish board. I will go cube board Menagerie.
Right.
As I level, I'll
Right.
find Agam. I don't right away triple into Agam. I triple
yeah,
for 4.
that makes sense, but it's not very often that I personally get that
And
kind
if
of
you
setup
have
anyway.
Brand and then you have the gym triple, the 3-1 board triple, your Brand is going to be super big. You'll save a lot of HP early on.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
that's pretty
true.
good too.
Yeah.
When you
So
do
for
the
me
rating,
personally,
I mean,
Brand
we
is
all
a nice
think
tier
Brand's
hero.
good, right? Like, I feel like that's the
Yeah, I
sense.
didn't
Like,
think S or A.
I think Brand is A.
You're
S is a
rating
bit
Probably
Brand
right
much.
after Cookie with a
I will
red
put
tribal.
Brand on a
assuming
nice tier.
that certain cards are in, or are we just rating?
Yeah, it's
Honestly,
we're
As
going
an
at red tribes,
overall-
right?
I think we rate like
I
ideal
agree.
scenario, right? Ideal tribes.
Yeah, we
Yeah, with
rate
ideal
ideal.
tribes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay. With ideal tribes, yeah, A or S.
There is a small downside
I want
now
to say
because
A
of
though,
scabs.
not S.
There's scabs every game, and then if you actually match up to scabs early,
Oh yeah,
you're
that's true.
dominating a first place a lot of the
So
time.
much!
It's so annoying.
Oh my god! That hero triggers me almost as much as Diablo.
Yeah, me too, Sunbaters. It feels like every time if I scab
In my
some
heart, the
gold 9, which
Gallywix
is
and
not
Brand
7,
actually
and he
lower a
got
little
like
bit just
so many
because of
triples.
scabs.
So is it S or A?
I would say A
Alright,
because we
votes.
put Cookie A, and they feel a bit similar
Yeah,
to
that's
me.
Yeah,
I'm okay
I
with
I
think
will
A as
put
well.
Bran on S tier and Cookie on A since I will pick Bran over Cookie every time in a good lobby.
Yeah,
of
with a
course.
right tribal, I'd definitely picking
Yeah.
Brand over Cookie too.
Yeah, but I feel like.
But I will
S-
say Cookie. I'll
is
pick
more like a
Cookie
handful.
more
thing
overall
is-
because Cookie is not so demanding on the tribal.
Brand gets
The
so
hero
much
is more
armor though.
flexible.
Brand does get up to like 8 armor. That is true. Something like.
And Cookie
Yeah.
doesn't get
And
any.
yeah, also armor. Exactly, I completely forgot about armor. Bran gets extreme amount of armor.
I
I
think
think
it's
it
like
can be
5
like
to
8
8.
timer. For
I think
charity
it's 5
HP,
to
Bran
8.
is
Yeah.
pretty busted.
Yeah.
It's like 5 to 8.
Yeah, it's like 5 to 8 or something like that.
Yeah,
So
that's like
let's go
super
around
good.
and say what everybody thinks Brand should be. So Victor,
S tier, S tier.
Dragon,
A.
Collins,
A.
me A, Mr. Incredible,
I'll go with who cares, A or S. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, sure.
Aki,
S.
Sunglitters,
A or S.
XQN.
For me, it's definitely S.
I wasn't counting.
S couldn't count as 2 people, by the way, just because
I think
it's the
it's like
rank one.
50-50. Like,
So
God.
you can just borderline either way.
yeah,
Alright,
doesn't
whatever.
matter.
I
Low
don't
S
care.
or high A.
Yeah, okay.
Same thing.
I have the mouse,
keep
so
it
whatever.
there.
I'm just gonna leave it there. We've got the what's this? Edwin Van Cleef, or that's how
Edwin?
I call him, Mr. Cleef.
For me, pretty slow right now.
Yeah,
It's actually more
Edwin is
consistent
my
than Daryl,
boy.
I feel.
Edwin is so good right now, but you need to do something extra on Edwin. You cannot really play normally. You cannot play a normal Chinese scarf. You need to do something out of the box. And I feel like if you master Edwin, it can be such a good hero. Like, I recently played Edwin on EU, and I won a game not losing any HP. That was pretty impressive. It was basically a 45 HP win, so for me personally, Edwin is A tier since I can do this something extra that will put me ahead of everyone else.
What did you do this game that made Edwin broken?
Basically what I
buffed
did
the
is I went for
Hydra.
a farm kind of curve above double divine shields, and then I got a good matchup to just level to tier 3 normally, and then I got Gen Splitter. I think that was it.
Yeah, I think Edwin is really good going the Trickster plus Terragosa, or if you go Gym Splitter curve.
Edwin
Like
is a
stay on
kind
tier
of
3 for a long
yeah.
time to buy all those Terragosa and Trickster and Divine Shield stuff. Like he's actually pretty decent, more
Yeah,
consistent.
Edwin
hero.
is a kind of hero that is very slow, and you kind of have to accept it since when you go slow and you play Edwin, you can do a lot. Like Edwin gives you a lot of stats for going slow.
Okay, two things.
So you kind of lose that draft back of going slow, and you can go for a Meg Gilbert setup and really like win against
Hero
very
power
big
costs
boards.
money, right? So it's negative econ. And I want to compare it to Daryl. Those are the two things.
Yeah, I'm a bit
I think
like
the thing with Edwin is that you're getting stronger every turn. You can't do that with Daryl. That's the
I mean, but Daryl
difference.
spikes those turns
SQL, Edwin will have more HP because you're buffing every turn. Daryl overall, you're more easily to die and harder to do the comp because you have to lock shops, and then because you have to like save up and downs.
When
I
you
feel
buff
like
a
those
turn,
Daryl is pretty slow.
three,
Like
though.
it
Daryl's the
Can
safest
even
hero.
try.
I won't say you're more easily to die with anything versus Daryl. Daryl's just the safest hero, I think, in the game. So I wouldn't say Edwin is safer than Daryl at all. So
wait,
yeah,
so
I would pick Daryl easily over Edwin.
yeah, I'm just trying to understand because maybe like it's something new. So how many times did you
No,
pick
Daryl, you take damage
Edwin?
early game, right? Unless you're staying on one. Sorry.
No,
Sorry.
I think even if you play standard curve, you don't take damage. I think the only thing you can't do as Daryl is 3-on-3 and Jeeve curve.
Yeah, not dance.
They both seem bad, but like if you stay on one or if you play standard curve, you should have more stats on board than anyone else early, so you shouldn't take damage.
Yeah, you on average you get either +2/+2 or +3/+3, right?
Yeah.
On a minion that you want to buy.
And if you start with a token, you never lose. Like even if you level, and then you triple sell and get 2 minions, and you're just like, yeah, whatever. It's so free.
Yeah.
So.
I'm just like curious about the Edwin A. Like how many times did you play it?
I don't think it's A, but I
played
think
Edwin
it's like a
lot
little
before
better than
Sangleaders,
Daryl.
and I played it a few times right now as well, and I think I only got like top 2s and top 1s on Edwin every time I pick Edwin.
So
but
what
again,
you do?
on Edwin,
I'm okay
it's
with
very
being
important to do something
Results are just
extra.
never
Like
gonna make a tier list that makes sense.
I don't know if we're gonna end up making a tier list that makes sense, Pocky, but we're gonna be satisfied. Yeah.
Then we're also here to learn, right? So if somebody says, "Okay, Edwin is A," I'm like, "Okay, I would put him in D." Like, what happened here, right? Like they have to have like something different. And when XQN says A, like there must be something, right? So you hear power pop bots on one or whatever, or you hear power the health demon, or what do you do?
basically what I do on Edwin is I just search for a good tier 1 minion to hero power. It can be an Acolyte, it can be a Micromami, but Divine Shield is like an ideal scenario. Also Trickster is pretty good.
Okay.
And also what I do on Edwin is I don't really go for tier 4s, I go for tier 3s. So if I get a choice on tier 1 what to triple into, I will not go for Avenge Staff on Edwin. I'm going to go for a Deflectabot, I'm going to go for a Giant Splitter, I'm going to go for Trigosa, assuming I get Trickster. And I feel like it's just so consistent that I get there on Edwin.
Okay, I have
And
one
also I
question.
stay behind on Edwin a lot. So I get more value from my hero power and also I win my fights too. So even if I don't Kyle too much, alright, I can still get my top 2 since I save a lot of HP. And assuming there is one guy stronger than everyone else, I can just survive this guy and get my top 2.
That's definitely a different way to play.
What's the difference
Edwin,
between What's the difference between Edwin and Daryl if you're just staying on 3 and buffing tier 3 units? Can you explain a little bit more?
I guess it's a difference in playstyle, and we haven't done it a lot yet. Because I did not play Edwin this way, and maybe if I would change my opinion. But
what is the difference between Victor? Between Edwin and what exactly?
Between Edwin and Daryl, if you're staying on tier 3 to buff tier 3 units anyways.
Edwin can roll a lot, alright? Daryl cannot roll, so you're more likely to get Giant Splitter on Edwin, you're more likely to get a good setup on Edwin, and you're more likely to make your way into Holy Mackerel on Edwin as well. And you're more likely to get a Mega Buster too on Edwin. Daryl does not roll, right? So Daryl is very unlikely to get a good Giant Splitter setup going, Daryl is very unlikely to get Holy Mackerel, and Daryl is very unlikely to get a Mega Buster, while Edwin can do it very consistently. So for me personally, Daryl is just a chain.
Edwin have a smoother curve. You have more option, and then you can grow your existing minion. Well, Daryl really have a hard time to grow the thing that is already on your board to even bigger. So when you play Daryl, stay on tier 3, you're gonna have like a full board, basically 20/20, Divine Shield or whatever. But Edwin can actually push it to even higher. but Daryl
Yes,
cannot.
Edwin
right?
can do even better since on Edwin you roll a lot, alright? And you can get a much better setup on Edwin. You can get double deflect to give them menace, you can get Giant Splitter. And Daryl does not exactly get that, unless you high roll, of course. But Daryl usually does not roll, so Daryl usually does not high roll for that reason.
And if Daryl doesn't get a strong unit, you don't get strong. Edwin doesn't get a strong unit, you can get buffers and whatever, you're still getting stronger. That's why I said if you're playing Edwin, you don't have those huge power gaps where people will do damage to you because every turn you're improving. But you're not actually improving every turn as Daryl. Because you have to do save turns, right?
Yeah, Daryl
Those
is pretty
turns are
much a
taken
power
10
spike. You
defense very
pick one
often.
turn, you take damage, and then you get your power spike done. And Edwin gets like a small spikes. Small
And Edwin
spikes,
have armor.
which feels
and Daryl
pretty
doesn't
good.
have armor.
I
so
really
it
wish I
adds up.
wasn't doing this at 1 a.m. because this is like some really good information. I know
it's
my
really
brain.
cool
I know
because-
my brain. Like tomorrow, I'm gonna like be like, "What were we talking about?" I'm
Yeah,
like,
I think
Let me just skip Edwin again.
I think this is like also the point of the podcast, right? Like to change our perspective on some heroes. Because now I look in a different way at Edwin. Like now I see, oh, that actually makes sense. It should be better than Daryl. And before
better
I would
than
have put
Daryl,
him.
I don't
I
know.
also
but,
think
like,
Edwin is better than the pig guy. That speaker.
that speaker.
I think Edwin
Yeah,
is
Edwin is a
little
lot
than
better
him,
than
too.
this guy. It's not
Edwin's
even
better.
close.
Yeah.
I'm
So,
okay
like-
with putting both of them in B. That's my feeling right now. But you guys, you want to? I don't think
Yeah,
you're
my
moving it to
feeling is-
cookie levels or anything like that. You know.
After the discussion B, before the discussion, like C low tier. But now I can see him B. What about you guys?
I see him like B minus C plus.
Mhm.
I
A
would
little
still
worse than I
say
would care.
I would still say C. I still
Yeah.
like Daryl a little bit more.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
like
Okay.
Daryl more as
I
well.
think they're in the same bracket. That's
you can,
my
yeah,
thing.
you can just put them next to each other. They can
Yeah.
hug.
Yeah, they can hug.
They can hug.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're facing each other. Like,
they're friends. All right, we've got Elise. Who plays this hero?
F
No
tier
one.
and
All
Steve.
right, let's move on.
No one.
And Isaiah Curator.
I've actually heard somebody say, like, a 5-head say, oh, Elise is not that bad right now. I'm
Yes.
like, what?
Unplayable.
Once again, you're
Unplayable.
listening to chat again.
Yeah,
so
then
let's-
he's not a
No,
five
no, a
head.
5-head streamer. I forgot who it was.
I was watching Lee yesterday. The
No,
day before.
nobody
He
can
took,
say that
he
shit.
took,
Come
he
on.
took Elise over Cookie because he said, "I just have a feeling that it'll work," and it was the fastest top 8,
What?
bro.
Okay, he admitted he was very tilted at that point.
It's
No,
fine.
it wasn't in the best
Yeah,
of mind.
taking Elise over Cookie. I'm really worried about Lee right now.
Oh, no.
He was having a bad time. I'm not trying to put him on blast.
He's having a bad time.
I'm just saying, a good player took the hero on a whim and had a terrible time, and I think all of us would have an equally terrible time.
Yeah, it's just that Elise's problem is that it's very, very slow. You don't really do anything extra. You just discover, and it's whatever. You don't really win any fights, and you lose so much HP.
Yeah,
On
everyone's
certain
discovering
turns,
the
it's
same
not
minions
normal,
at the
but
same
most
time.
of the times he doesn't
Yeah.
have hero power.
Yeah,
Or
everyone's just
just-
discovering the same minions, you know, at the same time. So it's like, what's the benefit? Like, you go for like if you want to get a 4, you have to level the 4. People are just already have the 4 by the time you're leveling to 4. It's like, what's the point
Yeah, a
of
lot
this?
of the heroes that can just save an extra economy and get us that roll. They'll get the same 4 drop as Elise, right?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it just
Hero
doesn't
power
matter.
is at most 1 gold advantage.
Yeah.
I think the
Whenever
next
you level.
hero is more interesting. Eudara?
Eudora is more interesting.
Eudora
she is
is
interesting.
better, and Eudora has armor that does keep her a little bit healthier than she used to be. So I think she's okay. I don't love the
I would
hero,
put-
but
Okay, like
Eudora is actually such an interesting hero to play. Like, it has very little room for mistake, just like Alexstrasza. It feels like if you do a wrong step on Eudora, you instantly lose.
we were playing the tournament today, right? Someone hit what, like golden gold grubber into like some nutty 5-drop too. I was like, what is this BS, man? Like,
Yeah, it just depends.
So instead of
Golden
talking about
Avenge
like
unit,
whether the hero
yeah.
is good or bad, can we just share what kind of curve you like to go with the hero first? Because I think it matters a lot. If you go fast dig, or if you go
Yeah.
farm curve,
But do we
or
have
if you
time for
dig for
that?
golden
We
5
don't-
into
But it
TP
always
have
depends
time
on
for
what your start
anything.
is,
Very
right?
huge
Like,
We
if you
don't
get a
have time for
token on
anything.
turn 1, you pretty much always take. And if you don't get a token, then you just buy like an Acolyte or Micromime or something. So I feel like it always depends if you get that GC token or not.
Yeah,
So
it's
it's
just
either token fast dig or farm curve, right? That's
Yeah,
the-
Yeah, that's it for me.
Yeah, or die.
And then
You can
under what condition do you go for second dig? Is it only when you're ahead, or do you always try?
I think I always try personally.
Yeah, I think for me it's just like if the gold works out that there's not something that I really want
If-
to buy when
if-
after I finish my first dig, then I'll just
if I
do a
have
second
one
dig.
gold left, but usually
Yeah.
I always want to, but it almost never works out
Yes.
that if it seems like
Yeah.
a good idea to not use that gold in case, like usually you're able to buy some extra thing. But if I'm gonna end on a roll or end on the hero power, but that's the only
Yeah.
case for me.
Same.
yeah, I tried.
But
that.
either way, I sort of agree with the like the same level of variance that like Alex has in that you have like a decent chance of high rolling, but you also have a decent chance of having a real bad time. So yeah, somewhere like
D?
around the D area seems reasonable to me.
But she doesn't
Yeah, I
take
will put
as much
Eudara on
damage
tier
as
2.
Alex, so I think she's a little better than Alex.
But a little
Yeah, I
better
think
than
it's
Alex
better.
is still
It's
D
different. We're
tier.
at the same
That's
tier.
the thing.
Same tier,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
like,
Eudara and Shambhala is probably the same position for me.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
so
just don't
D.
think it's like yeah, I just don't think it's like a relevant amount of better.
Yeah.
Okay, let's
Yeah.
go
Finley.
around. No, we're gonna go around for where Eudora goes.
It's D.
Okay,
What-
odd.
Really should be a pretty quick one.
It's
I mean,
D. Oh, I
you're
thought-
average
Yeah,
hero with
I think
armor, so
it's-
you're B
They put
plus,
it in
right?
C. Okay, odd dragon.
D, I agree with everyone.
They put it in. Okay,
It's D.
Collins.
It's D. Whatever. I'm moving on. Let's
no,
go.
Victor put it in C.
Okay, I put it at the bottom of C. I mean, Shambhala was there, so I just drag it close to Shambhala.
All right.
Same thing. Yeah.
He is fine.
All right.
I
Yeah,
thought that it was
please.
mixed.
Yeah,
No,
Eudara
it's-
G looks kind of good.
Finley, let's go. Finley, it's the best hero plus with armor. Amazing. S tier. There's no discussion. It's whatever.
It's just the math. I'm with
I
you.
feel like
Finley's
it makes a
always
lot of
the best
sense
hero
to
on
put
B tier,
Finley
right?
at the end of HCR, since HCR is a hero you are very happy to play, right? So you're gonna pick it over Finley,
Yeah.
not to take
Top
unnecessary
B or
risks.
bottom A, somewhere there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm usually happy with a Finley, and then I'm sad. But
Yeah.
I get a reroll over these crappy heroes. And
Yeah,
gosh,
that's true. You get the reroll. You get to pretend to be happy
So-
for a little bit longer.
Wait, so you
You
would
get
take
6
your,
hero tries instead of 4, so if you get Finley, you're already winning, right? Because you have
so
2
you
more
would
hero
take
choice.
Finley over a B tier hero.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, every
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Good.
Over Alakir every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. We got the Murloc guy, Flubber.
Flurgo is actually interesting because I keep
Oh.
losing with him.
Flurgle used to be
Perfect
really
Tribe,
good, but it's
I
not
think-
good anymore.
I kind of disagree. I think with Perfect Tribe, he's broken.
What
So,
is
like,
perfect tribe?
No
That,
element.
no
I think
mech
that means,
or what?
I think
No
that means
mechs,
no mech.
right?
No,
Yeah.
no
Nobody
beast,
even
no
play
ally.
max nowadays. I don't
Even
think like
Elliot's
max
okay.
matters that much.
I think they do because mid game you take too much damage.
Yeah.
But I think no mech
I
beast,
still lost to
you
double
save a lot of
deflecto
health.
yesterday.
I think no mech beast you never have to worry about like losing
No
health.
beast. No
Yeah,
beast
no
is
beast.
especially
I mean, Mama
is
Bear
very important because you
and
need to play
15
around the
damage is hard.
Myxness as well in the late game,
You-
right?
You can always beat massive stats with Murlocs. You can't beat heavy
Nice.
death rattle comms.
You can't beat Death Rattle and Myxna Reborn.
And Divine Shield.
Yeah, and Divine Shield. Yeah,
But you
So-
can still beat like Nadina dragons as
Yeah,
long as you
sure.
have
The
a
brand.
taunted Murloc and Ghoul. Like you can outstat most of their board, and you can still deal with them trying to divine shield their board. So
Right. With
Yeah,
so
so-
yeah, if we're
Yeah.
rating based off of perfect tribes with beasts and mechs out, and then something
What
else.
is the curve for Flurgo? Is it normal curve or is it warrior curve?
and normal
I
curve.
generally like playing standard. Yeah, because you want to
hit the 3-2
for a while.
Yeah, the 3-2.
Yeah.
That's so
Yeah,
important.
Honcho.
Like that. Yeah, the
I feel like
Honcho is.
I level on turn 3 more often because a lot of times you can need that extra economy to get.
Yes,
and then
if you
can
hit
sell.
like enough tokens on one, then it's okay.
Sure.
Also,
So overstay 1 turn if you have token, right? Basically.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
or
I
the
do
shop
warrior
is
crew.
nuts
I
on the
really
second
don't like
turn.
staying on Flurgle.
Yeah.
yeah. Generally, I like just playing standard curve and
Yeah.
then like maybe staying extra turn on 3.
You hit Hook Tusk, you hit double Hook Tusk, you're like, oh, this game is free. Like that's how I feel. Like so, I definitely like leveling and giving yourself that chance. So yeah.
I love Flurgle
There is a lot of
personally.
time you don't hit
Yeah,
Murloc, though.
What you don't? I mean, you don't need to hit the Murlocs early, but it definitely helps, right? Like if you get them.
And
Murlocs,
it's not even about Murlocs early, it's more about a tier 5 discovery that you miss on. If you
Yep,
miss on too
yeah.
many
Yeah,
tier
that's
5s,
true.
you're
If
just
you're
Yeah,
just
yeah,
it's
yeah.
not
strong
even
on tier
close.
2 and tier 3, that's usually fine.
Even
I feel
Even
like
if
if
it's going
Flurgle
on
is so reliant on that tier 5 discovery that makes it inconsistent.
You don't need the tier 5 to win, right? Like I
Yeah,
guess you don't need the
Yeah.
tier 5 to top 2.
No, you
need
don't
the
need a
I
tier
don't know
5
about
brain
that.
to
I'm
win.
pretty sure you
I
need
feel like
it.
Flurgle is pretty damn slow.
At least I fan.
A lot
I've actually had so many first places with the hero with
without a brand, right?
no brand
Yeah,
and
that's how I
hitting
feel.
like
Right.
Wait,
seven
what?
on like my 5th
What lobby
triple.
do you guys play? If I look at no
No,
brand, I
No,
can't
you
even get
literally
top
just
4.
you play
No
Honcho
way.
and you just stay on 3 for an extra turn.
Yeah,
And you
exactly.
just cycle Murlocs the whole game. You
Yeah.
have 50 health Murlocs
Yeah.
without a brand.
Yeah, it's
I
Wait, I gotta try that.
So if you have
will-
no brand, key is
Wait, you
Honcho.
guys know that if you sell something and then you can't get a shitty Murloc in the shop, right? Do you guys
Yeah,
always
but-
just get an HP buff? Like you
Yeah,
sell
okay,
one
but
to
if you
HP
have
buff,
Honcho,
Everything's
and
an
then
HP
sell another
buff.
one,
Murloc
you get a
play
You
is
have
discover.
also
Honcho,
low
everything's
health.
an HP buff, so you just
It doesn't happen to me. I get like rock pull and the token.
Yeah, same to
token
me,
very
Victor.
often.
You just gotta be
I-
better.
I think another
I
issue
don't
right
think
now.
what you're saying is no brand just 50 HP is going to happen very often.
It actually
I think
happens.
another
really
issue
don't.
right
I really
now is
don't.
that more people are going Murlocs right now. More people are leaning into avenge comps that go with the Murloc poison earlier. In my experience, on the ladder recently, like since Diablo got removed, I'm seeing a lot of other people just go for poisons and go for kind of the same comp that you are, but focusing on the poison aspect first. Meaning that if you missed on your 5, it doesn't matter how big your stats get. You often just get kind of
You can just go
Screwed
go on
over by a bunch
Selfless
of other
and Baron
people.
5 points and Murloc. And that's going to be top 2 a lot of times in the
if
right
you can get all of that, but a lot of
lobbies.
people have a cleaner path right now to get to that point. That's why I think that.
Yeah, also
think a lot of
Avenge
people-
enables a lot of Amalgadons, and Flurgle
Yeah.
gets absolutely destroyed by Amalgadons. It's not even
Right.
close.
That's why
Yeah,
you
I mean, I
get your
definitely
own.
think Flurgle got worse, but I think it's still like
I'll
A
take it.
tier in my mind with good tribes.
I would
What
put
about,
Flurgle
like,
on B
a-
tier.
I'm leaning B.
Yeah, I'm fine
Yeah.
with putting him B, even though I would put him in A. Like, I get it's like a
I'm-
group thing.
I'm also like first initial response was like high B tier, low A tier.
Yeah, that's fair.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm fine with
Okay.
B as well.
That is interesting. I thought this hero is D tier, but I'm going to try him
Really?
more.
Okay.
Because I
Oh,
was
you
really
should
shooting
win
exactly
Murloc.
a D tier.
Guys,
I
would-
doesn't really mind playing.
I would
Like,
probably
he didn't mind to
see.
play Flurgle.
See,
I
oh my
really
God.
don't hit a good Murloc for some reason.
Oh, Gallywix though.
Oh,
Gallagher.
Gallagher.
Gallagher is a
Yeah.
cheeky one, since
I
Gallagher
think
gets
he's
a lot of
A-tier.
armor.
Yeah.
A
I
for
think
me
it's-
too. Initial.
Yeah, I agree with A
Very
tier.
solid A.
Dude, if I can skip a hero, I will take it. So yes, let's go.
Gallywix!
Good in A. Let's go next. Gallywix, I think, is also A, but
Galen
Oh,
is so good on
Galen is
Killbox
a-
Alliance represent.
strictly worse
Like,
than
it's
Cook.
such a good hero.
yeah, it should be strictly worse than Cookie, which should. But I think
It's
think
funny,
still a very fun
hilarious,
hero.
because like when I talked to when
You have no
Cookie was-
armor. You have to consider that.
Oh, that's true.
On
That's
turn
true.
3, you have
Yeah,
nothing.
When Cookie
feels a
was
lot
released, though, I was like, it's just a worse Gillwing, and and now it's like, Gillwing's just a worse Cookie. It's so
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, it's like completely other way around.
Yeah,
wish-
forcing a tribe
Going
matters.
like an aside, I wish Going had literally. I mean, there's like this decision, but do you ever
It's
take the
not.
other hero
It's
card?
I was
Yeah.
so
No, I-
confused
Alright.
with the nerf. It was like, what is the decision making here? It doesn't. You don't make the hero more interesting, right? You're just removing its options,
Yeah.
basically.
Right.
And also, it used to be
I
that
hated that
you did not
nerf.
even
but-
always pick leveling spell.
Really
I
hated
mean,
that
leveling
nerf.
Kira power. Sometimes you
I
want
think
to
it would
pick
actually be
Discovery.
good now. I think it would
I was
actually be
going-
so good right now. Like warrior
Blizzard
curving.
is just making sure
Sorry.
no one misplayed a hero.
What was
Because
what
they
was that,
take an
Ethan?
option, they're just better.
Yeah, it's so
Oh, I was
sad.
saying that
What were you saying, Ethan?
if the hero was unnerfed, I think like warrior curve would make so much sense. Taking
Right.
Lake
Yeah.
lands or whatever.
Yeah.
But then you get to 4 quickly, and you all like
I still
Like,
go
you already
warrior
have
curve in
you know,
lobby
you just
that
don't
there's
need
a lot of
people.
avenge.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
see like Shady Red playing this and just staying on one, and I'm just like, yeah, I mean, you could do that. I mean, it works, right?
Like when you're in the Elemental Murloc lobby, rush tier 3 a lot of time just doesn't make sense.
Yeah. I
If
agree.
like
Like,
Cubor and Pirate are missing, you cannot high roll on tier 3.
Yeah, exactly.
for
You need
sure.
to
I think it's
visualize
tier 1.
exact units you will get, and when exact units look bad, it's not even worth it to level.
Yeah, I do agree. I mean, I'm joking, but I mean, he's doing the correct play to stay on one. It's just like, I always look at it, I'm like, yeah.
Well,
I mean,
I guess.
So B tier or A tier for Gallywix?
It's definitely A tier. It's not. Come
Yeah,
on,
I would
like
put- I would
Gallywix
put
does
bottom
not
A
belong
tier.
into the same tier as
Definitely?
Altier.
I don't know about
Handful Go.
definitely.
Oh, but
I don't know.
definitely.
It feels a lot. It feels a lot worse since the armor change.
the
Low
armor
A
change is the
tier.
bad, like the
I mean, it
weakness
is still
of the
A
hero.
tier.
But
I would
I
not
still,
put
Yeah,
Gallywix
it's an A
next to
tier.
Altier. It's
It's definitely better than Alex.
I do
who's
think
top
it's a
A
cut
tier.
Better than
above.
It could be
Sure.
the high B tier instead of low A tier, and it would still be above Alec tier.
I mean,
I think it's-
these aren't
I think
really
it's
in
really better.
order. I'm just like mentally doing it, but they're not really in order. So whatever. Next we have Gallywix, which I think everyone's gonna say F.
tier
So
in the
let's
game.
just move on.
I
You
think
know,
it's the best
it's so good, right? Like, I think it's fine.
Gallywix is actually the best hero right now. I'm
I
not
do think you gotta be
like,
careful.
Which
with
one
this
is
hero,
better
though.
than
Tribes
Gallywix?
is
You have to
Good
be
course.
slightly
There's just
careful,
nothing
but the
else.
potential is just so high. Like in the hands of skilled players, this hero is just so stupidly unfair.
I mean,
right?
like, be careful in terms of when you pick the hero. Even
Sure,
though he's
yeah,
top
yeah.
S tier, but
Yeah,
it's
sure.
not always auto pick.
Yeah, that's true.
Because
That's
if
true.
you don't have token
No
and if
econ,
you don't
it's-
have
it's
You
rough,
pirates,
need
yeah.
econ on one.
there's
Yeah.
no econ at all, then
Yeah.
you don't pick him, right?
I
Yeah.
still need Gallywix coaching from one of you guys.
Yeah,
I feel like I fuck up the early game.
It's you just stay on one, and you always hit. It's impossible to miss if there's enough econ. It's literally impossible.
I actually love to cycle buff tokens. Like, if I get a double token start, I love leveling normally and cycling buff with them.
Yeah,
I love that
you and
too.
Zorg
It's
play
super
that
good.
curve. I don't really like it, but I've seen you do well with it, so I can't really say it's bad.
Yeah,
I'm
I
pretty
mean,
sure Gallywix can go any curve. You can
Yeah,
even
Gallywix is
level
so
on
much
6
money,
point. It's
yeah.
very good. Right? I think he's the most flexible hero in terms of just curving out. But
I
some
think
people like to
I just-
aggressively level. I think that's the only wrong play you do with Gallywix.
Yeah, because
As long as you
because you're
don't
not
aggressively level,
you're
you're
not
fine.
using your hero power. You mean like because you can aggressively level and use your hero power, and I think it's fine, right? If you see a token, you buy the token, double sell, level, and then next turn you see like another token, you're like,
I mean,
buy that, sell,
Yeah, but
level.
you
You're
like
just
the blind.
the idea
around
of this hero is to save up gold in low tier so you can trade off those gold for a higher tier minion. But if you just rush level to tier 4, for example, you can no longer accumulate gold because you need to get power, and then those power you get, you're not going to sell in a very short time.
Right.
So rushing tier 4 on this hero is really bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably didn't make it very.
I do that sometimes.
I don't think it's as reliable at all as the warrior curve.
Sure.
Are you talking about Gallywix
That's fair.
still?
That's fair. That's fair.
It's
You
like
are
buying
right.
Fatal and Gamblers, right? You don't want to just use them to level up. Like, I'm not gonna try to explain anymore.
Yeah, I got you.
I just
No, it makes
suggest you don't
sense.
level
No, we
hard.
get it.
Sure.
Makes sense.
Got George
I
here.
mean, it's definitely the number one hero.
George.
Hey, George.
Yeah, I would say S tier for sure. Not George.
George
Gally,
is-
Gally,
George
not
is
George.
soft.
Oh, okay. I
George
was like,
sucks.
George S tier
George.
for sure.
Hey,
I was
what?
like, they
No,
nerfed the
George
only
is like-
hit- the
I go
only
3 on
minion
3,
they
I try to
really
hit the
cared
board
about.
stuff, I don't hit, I die so fast.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
George
I go
just
3 on
isn't
3.
right. It used to
You don't
work
go 3 on
before.
3, you're bad. You go 3 on 3, you don't high roll, you're terrible.
You're dead. Yeah.
I'll go 3 on 3.
Like,
I mean, that is
I
pretty
think
true.
George is actually D tier.
I would say B or C. I'm
My last-
unsure between
my-
them.
I go
George-
B.
I would
George
definitely
game?
not say D tier. Victor. I
No,
see
that
Victor
would-
get a D tier.
Let's assume you
Victor
have
is looking
Killboard.
at
What
watching
other
a
turbo do
stream.
you want?
George
Murloc
has
is
hands.
not even that good on George anymore, right?
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
I
Can we
think
agree on that?
Silver's the only thing.
Avenge is not good on George. The only thing you can Divine Shield is your next Metron. That's all, basically.
Actually, also agree. Like, I hate George right now. Whenever
You
I
have
pick
no
him, I want to
actual
die.
economy.
It just feels like
And you
you're
do
so
die,
slow
you know,
whenever
so
you
you're-
get
you're
judged. Like,
happy.
you hope to get good roll, you don't get it, and then you just die. You don't have
I really
stats
don't
extra
love George right
going for
now
you.
either. But I do think that with the optimal tribes in, I
don't
would
know,
say
Gem Splitter
There's
is
only
so
one
good.
It's
type of
literally
Artois,
just
that is
Quill
Killbore. And you need to hire
It's
one.
Quillboars.
There's no other
It's
type that
Quillboars.
is relevant.
It's Quillboars.
Yeah,
Mechs
I
are
agree.
still somewhat
No,
relevant.
he
No.
used to like
The
Greasebot, but
Greasebot
they
is unfair.
nerfed
Well,
him.
I know,
Yeah,
I
so
know
it's
that,
like,
I
what
know that Greasebot got nerfed. I know that Macro got nerfed. But I'm still saying they're somewhat relevant still.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not.
It's just
you-
two
you-
things
you-
you can do, and then
die
you need to
slightly
hire so
slower.
hard.
It's
Not
not-
good enough compared to
Yeah,
what
but
other heroes
when he
have.
does high roll them, it's so strong. And you
Sure.
can just like, I mean,
If
like
you hit
poison
Agam,
divine
Grease-
shield is still good, guys.
Okay, guys. Low
Yeah.
key.
Low
Not for high
key.
key.
Low key.
Low key,
Okay.
Arm Champion is still broken on the hero.
Yeah, it's still really
Yeah.
playable.
I
To be
saw
honest.
That's
Champion is
true.
actually-
Not really.
Champion-
Like,
no,
whenever you go for an
Champion is
uncomp, you
actually
just lose
still
the
broken.
token straight
Yeah,
up, and there are a
No,
lot of
Champion
token
is so
comps lately.
broken. No, but
Yeah,
with
Champion's
Champion,
still
it's
really good on
broken.
George.
Champion,
Yeah.
I think Champion,
I
even
don't
not
know,
on
Ethan.
George,
It feels pretty
farms-
slow.
farms Avenge comps. It
Yeah.
farms them. You get so many stats mid game.
Yeah, it's gross.
Just
Yeah.
no one plays Champion because if you hit Avenge, why are you going to play Champion? But if you don't hit Avenge, or if your hero's not good at playing Avenge and you hit a Champion, it's actually so much scaling.
Right.
agree.
I can see that. I can see that. Like, you're just abusing the meta, and like you see everyone's going Avenge.
Yeah,
and
it's like the anti-meta pick,
Champion's
right?
like, yeah, okay, I'll eat all of that
Okay.
stats here. So I can see that there, but it's just like,
But I do agree that
I mean,
it is
here's
definitely
the
a lot
thing.
worse
I
than-
don't think a hero have to go 3-on-3 and trying to hit very specifically 2 cars is very good. Right?
yeah. I
If you
mean,
don't hit
it's
your
a
You
dead.
weird
don't
hero.
usually go 3-on-3 on George. What you can do is you can buy like an Acolyte and then buy Hero Power on Gold 5, which is also kind of good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it then better though than Addicts when you really want specific things and
I
It's still
don't know
awkward
how
on
to
die?
6 gold.
So much
George
better
is
than
still
Alex.
very awkward on 6 gold if you don't go 3-on-3. Because what are you gonna do?
You just double
Yeah,
buy.
or
You
hit
just
a
double
token,
buy
yeah.
with a
buy tier
divine.
2 units that
Yeah.
doesn't do shit. And then you
Yeah.
don't get arm, you don't get gym splitter for a long time.
Yeah, well,
If you
it's
do
better
that.
than dying sometimes. So
I just don't like
I don't know.
his game plan. I don't know.
I don't think he's
Yeah,
a
it
strong
feels pretty
hero.
slow.
Yeah. I can see D. I can see C. I'm not sold.
I would put George on
I
C
would say
personally. It's
C.
not really D worth it. Like D is
Yeah, I would have
He's
put him in
not.
B,
Okay.
but I can adjust.
I'd put him
for
in
the-
B for sure.
Yeah, but it's a group decision.
Yeah, I was
so
gonna
I
say
think
B
the
or
average-
C. So
Yeah,
it looks
I
like
agree.
we're kind of
Okay.
middle out in C.
Yeah, what do C or D?
He'll be
I
the
guess
last
the-
one in C. I
This is
cannot
one of
vote
the
him
more
out.
polarizing ones I've seen so far.
Yeah.
which is-
I'm
Yeah.
surprised.
Yeah.
George and
Yeah.
D is crazy to me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely get
Oh.
that if you miss the hero, feels like it's like unplayable. But like,
Yeah. It
you
feels
hit-
really
it's also-
bad when you miss.
if you actually hit a gem splitter, it's literally
It's so
guaranteed top
good.
2. Like,
That's
you literally
true.
cannot
Oh,
knock
Like
it
that,
down.
yeah.
when you hit,
Mm.
it's so
Yeah.
nice. I do agree with that, but when you don't hit, it's like,
No,
what
it
am I
doesn't
doing?
guarantee anything. I got a George
No,
Gym Splitter
it's a
5
guarantee.
Divine Shield.
It's
I died on turn 7. It doesn't guarantee anything.
Well, that's got to be an anomaly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
you
not
can't
the
take
norm.
one game. You have to take all of your games. Your total
Okay.
experience.
I feel
Anyway,
like
So,
George also does not
Grey Ball.
benefit from Pyrospawn being good, since Pyrospawn just destroys George, and Eudara usually has it.
yeah.
sure, we'll
So,
go perfect tribes.
screw
No dragons.
Pyrospawn.
Okay.
Wait, I don't know where we landed on George now. It is like
Around
B or
C.
C?
It
We'll
is
see.
C. Let's settle
For
on
the
C.
group.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. We got Greybow. I'm not great. Is that Greybow? Yeah, that is Greybow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Greybow, I
Greybow.
think is
Greybow
Okay,
is
yeah,
such
I
a good
would-
hero.
I would
I will put
slightly
it on
on
A
the
tier.
yeah, I think he's
Alright,
really
alright.
good at playing with Avenge.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
an
like,
Avenge master.
usually
for
whenever you
sure.
pick Greybow, it's going to be a good lobby for Greybow, since if it's a bad Greybow lobby, there
You're
is no
not
reason to
taking.
pick him.
Yeah, I agree.
So like
That's true.
Greybow benefits from demons, elementals, and mechs, and whenever you get them on tier 1, like Iki Imp is just broken
It's
on
so
Greybow.
broken.
It's so
Yeah,
good.
it's so not fair. I agree with you right there. Yeah. Okay. I'm feeling you here. I could see the A.
I mean, perfect tribes. I get it. I don't know. It
Yeah,
feels
Any
wrong to me.
objections?
I'm staying tier
Okay.
1. Go for Avenge Star.
I initially wouldn't have said this, but when I think it was the first Rivals tournament
Uh-huh.
that we had, Jeef, game 1 of the solo rounds, hit an early light spawn on the hero, and the hero plays light spawn better than any other hero.
Right.
Yeah.
Other than maybe,
Yeah.
like Sneed. Like the
It
hero
doesn't
is
get sniped. As long as your
Yeah.
Revenge
Yeah,
unit
your
has like a
Revenge unit-
blood gem on
Greybow
it,
really benefits from
and
current
tank
meta, it
cannot
feels
kill
like.
it, you will literally get a full value every single time.
yeah, you always get so much more value than the other heroes.
Okay, the next one is F for sure.
Yeah,
So
Guff
we're
is like
voting
a top
A?
7 secure.
No discussion.
Next
Guff
is
and
Arrow,
F.
and let's move
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
Castle.
Hook Tusk, I'd put
Yep.
S. I'm a
Yeah,
Hook Tusk
Cactus is a
lover.
nice tier hero. It's not even
He's
close.
still
Like,
S.
I'm
you
very
get double
biased.
tokens, you get so much triples.
I'm super
It's
biased
just-
here, so yeah, this S for me for sure. It's not even
Yeah,
close.
not
Yeah.
close.
Okay. All right. I see another
Illidan.
F.
Illidan
Ooh,
F.
Illidan is
F.
low-key playable. No, it's not an F tier hero,
Low-key,
come on. Like,
low-key,
it does
okay.
not belong to an F tier hero. Illidan can do some stuff. And
Illidan
at
is
least
F.
you get that
Yeah.
attack.
All
And you
right,
get
I
that
will,
effect.
I will
Illidan
put
is
F minus. I'll give you that much. That's really as far as I feel.
Collins. Illidan
No.
gets like some tempo, some
You're
stats,
getting
some hero power. Illidan feels
four
good to me,
attack,
honestly.
and that's all you get. Like I really don't get the value of that.
And,
You
and
get some initiative,
I mean, it
though.
makes positioning so fucking weird.
I hate
Nah, I
Leo.
actually kind of like Illidan, especially in a demand lobby when you can go for Macau Trickster. Go for some that kind of cheeky comp.
we
And
meme
actually you
it.
can
We
play
meme
tier 1
it, you
demons
know.
too.
I mean, how do you buff your trickster if you're Illidan?
You just
Yeah.
buy random buffs, Victor, or you get a fail bad.
Yeah, F.
Oh, just get a felt bet. I think it's enough.
Yeah,
I think Xcan is alone on this one.
I would
Yeah.
personally put Illidan on a G tier, but I will settle for an F tier. It's
All
fine.
right, fair enough. Jandis, any Jandis lovers in chat?
Ooh,
Jandis
Jandis
is
is
Jandis
the
is
worst.
best.
Jandis is
Yes.
definitely S.
Okay, Jandis is definitely worse than Peak, but it's still like a top 5 hero in the double token lobby. I
Okay, so that's still
Yeah.
S.
Yeah.
Or
No, I'm
high
just
A.
saying.
Yeah, Jandis
guess-
is
I think-
still so oppressive.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
Jandis
that's
was
when
uncontested best hero for a very long time, and is now not best
Yeah.
hero, but it's still broken.
Still broken, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
true.
Jandis,
I-
as long as
The
you
shit he
get
can
to
do
tier
with
6,
Amalgamons
you're
is
invincible.
nuts.
Yeah, like the hero the hero. If you hit a token, it's just like it's just
I was
broken.
So
playing
Jandis
Beast
better than
earlier
Bran?
today. I just
Yeah,
used the
Jandis-
snake. I hero power the snake every turn. I make my spiders reborn. I make my
Everything,
Macau reborn.
yeah.
I make my
Right.
golden reborn.
So good with
Like
that
not
snake.
even the Murloc can beat me or a dragon.
Yeah, I had 2 Jandis games of the tournament today, and I low rolled, and it was still good. So I was just like, I didn't low roll though. I started with a token, so that's not a low roll. So I didn't low roll, but I mean the triples were a low roll, but it still was like didn't matter. Like
Yeah.
yeah, so it's just a good
Easy
game.
hero. Jiraxxus. F.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know there's so many trash hero in the game
Yes.
Yeah, so many
there's-
until I see this
Why I
after.
was saying
I
we're
always
not gonna have
complain.
room at the end of this.
I
How is there so
always
many
complain.
trash?
Yes, I
And
always
Curator,
complain.
and Pyramid, and also Queen Walk Toggle and Tasman.
Yeah, there's
is
so
not
many.
Even,
Like you could just move them in
You
there
know
right
what?
now.
Yeah, I could
Just move
definitely.
them.
Where
That's
are
really
these?
awesome.
Where are all the
Yeah, that
effers? Let's get them out. of here.
Tamsin, Pyramid,
Where's
Wag
Pyramid?
Toggle.
Where's Wag?
yeah, let's get them out of
Wait,
here.
why don't we do this
Fill up
now?
the F tier.
Rat King
We'll just clear up
is
the list a little bit. It'll be
I don't
fine.
know. Probably
Rat King
still up
F?
here, yeah.
Rat
Yeah,
King is a
F
better than
tier.
F minus. I'll give you
I think
that.
Storefang might be D, but it might be
Okay.
F.
Okay, Odd Dragon is in the call.
There's
okay?
literally not enough space
Well,
on
actually,
F
I
tier
don't
right
even
now.
like playing it that much after Sneeds came in.
Okay.
Am I
I know you
blind?
had it
I
at like
can't see
8
anybody.
here at some point, right?
Well, yeah.
Like,
Well, with
King's not
Sneeds, when Sneeds got in, and then like almost every lobby has
That's
Sneeds,
better
and then
stuff,
yeah,
yeah.
I can't play surfing.
Yeah, right. It got a lot worse.
Also,
And
now
that's
with
just
Chris
our
Paul-
fun.
Divine
Does
Shields
not
just got a
benefit
lot
from
worse
Avian
in
Shut
general.
What
Out.
about Rat King?
Like usually you
I know
face some
some
token
people
comes
like
early,
Rat King.
and Sarfunk is just not good against that.
I mean,
Shady
Rat King
kind of
is like
likes
the ultimate-
Sorfang, but
yeah.
I'm not gonna defend him.
Red
I
King
like
is high
King.
variance, but even if you hit upside, you're still like top 6, right?
Yeah,
Rat King
it's
is
still
so
bad.
good.
All
It's
right.
really bad.
And Sorfang
You don't
as well?
actually gain all that much.
Yeah, I don't think the hero power
And
does anything.
Menadri is
Oh,
not a good tribal to play,
What's the
so
name? Mekamu.
Maleficent.
I wish I knew
Maleficent
what
is
you
awful.
F tier.
Yeah, I have her in there. I got her. for
Okay,
sure.
okay, you got
get
it.
her out here. We've got the
Yeah.
KT.
Is
Kel'Thas.
Cindy?
Okay.
that's a pretty
Uh,
clear
OD?
bottom tier T. Tier D.
Cindy?
Yeah, Keltis
Yeah.
is a clean tier T.
Alphas, yeah,
Okay,
that's
but-
probably.
Cindy's F though, right?
Yeah, I do think so.
Shady
Yeah,
would
Cindy is
defend
definitely-
And
it.
it's not F. What?
Yeah, Shady would defend her like crazy. I already know that Shady'd be like, she's at least C, is what I'm hearing. But
Crack is not that bad
I think
though.
Cindy is D tier.
out of respect of
I'll
Shady,
vote
I
for
would
it.
I would
Personally, put
agree.
Cynthia on T-tier too. Like, it's
I
not
think
F
it's
tier worthy, but it's still pretty bad.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, I think it's F still.
Yeah, I would put it. F,
With
but it's
Crack
okay.
though now, right?
Maybe
Honestly,
B?
Crack does not
Wait,
feel
what
that
was
bad.
KT?
We'll put Crack on the C tier, probably.
We
KT
put,
is like bottom D.
yeah.
Bottom
Yeah.
D, okay.
Wait,
I
Crack
kinda
is
like
bottom D?
Crack.
No,
No, we're
KT.
talking about-
No,
Talking about
Nah, there is
Oh,
no way.
KT.
Crack is at least decent. Like, it has to be
Yeah.
at
Okay,
least
which
C
hero
tier.
are we on right now?
A
Crack
Sky
or
Crack.
Okay, okay.
Sky
Let's be on
Captain.
Crag. Let's be on Crag.
Yeah, Sky Captain. Yeah, we're cracking it
Sky
up.
Captain is better than George. So C.
Yeah, I like Crack too
Yeah, I
because
can
you
see
can
that.
stay on one just for some triples. I have money.
I lost my Crag game today, so I'm like so biased. I can already tell, so I'm not going to talk about this one.
I like Craig more than George. For example.
No shots.
What?
Yeah, that's not even close for me.
You on Craig, you can triple into tier 6.
No,
George,
I'm
you're
not saying
stuck.
I'm not
You're
saying
rolling
Craig.
on 3. You're not getting anything. I'm not even kidding.
Hey!
I think
Craig,
George
you can
has.
actually just
way
like
more
run warrior curve and then triple into tier 6.
I would take
Yeah, but
George
then what if
over
you miss on
Craig,
your-
I think.
You have
So
to
you can
play-
level normally on Crack too.
Yeah,
Like, go for a
Yeah,
normal
you can do
curve and then
anything
level
on
to tier
Craig.
5.
I lost my Craig game, dude. I'm just I'm so biased.
I'm not saying Craig is like unplayable. I'm not saying
Or
Craig is
Collins
F.
gets scars.
so biased right now.
So what do you want to say? F? Colin says F.
No,
Oh, Jesus.
No, he says F.
I can put it in C next to George. I don't
I would
care.
say dear C. I
Yeah.
think it's clearly worse than George though.
Yeah, agreed.
I think clearly better than George.
That's crazy. to
The
me.
fact that we're both
It's
arguing
back in
is
school,
like
dude.
is where it means it belongs.
close. Just put it
Yeah.
next to George.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Somewhere next to George.
Wait, is anyone else like disagreeing with like Craig, like
Nope.
that he's way better or way
Nope,
worse?
Nobody's talking
No.
I mean,
about it.
I would put
No, they're
Craig
just
in.
similar. Craig is a little
I
better,
would-
I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Obviously, it's close enough.
Tetris.
Ooh, Curtis has been really good for
Curtis
me.
is a
I would
really
even
tough
put it
one.
an A tier hero. Like,
Yeah,
What?
I think
Yeah, that's
Hey, whoa.
that's Gallywix territory. You know, that's
Crazy.
Finland. I'm not in
think-
that.
No way.
I think
I mean,
I-
it's for me. It's super easy to
Curtis
get up
actually
on
good.
Contras, and sometimes I even get up one if like
Yeah,
the battles can
Shady
kind of
does
mix
love
that up.
this hero, and I know he'd probably be defending it.
for me,
Especially if you have avenge stuff and you have extra money, it's really easy to get good hero power out, right? Because
Yeah,
you can roll more
with
you can
Pirate
How
level
do you
Shady-
play
higher.
him then?
to get better units.
I just always force hero power. I think my last, I think probably 20 games on the hero are only second and third places. Like I
Yeah,
think it's-
exactly.
Where are
Ethan.
your
It's like,
stats?
you
I
get so
need-
much tempo from my hero power. You don't
I'll-
lose any
I'll pull-
HP,
I'll
and
pull
then
my
you're
stats on
like
the hero even.
It's
good
fine.
enough
I
to
trust
get
you.
it up to.
No,
Even though I got a top 7 with Kurt the other day, but I know I was really unlucky. This hero is still good.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think the hero
hero-
is good. Yeah.
So you say F2 like tripling into force and you just make your hero power fast. Complete.
lifetime. I have a
Nah,
42
not
games of
necessarily.
Kurt with
You
a
can also stay in tier
2.98
P
average.
for some deflectors,
Okay.
get some
Tier for
divine shields
Kurtrus?
above them.
I want to say Kurtrus is just not A tier. Let's put
No,
that out
I
there.
was
I
saying
think what I
B.
do with Kurt is I like
wanna
to go
say
G
B.
curve.
G
I save up
curve.
some money on tier 1, and then level to 3, and then I get a pop off turn on 3.
Yes, even on 7 gold, you can, if your shop is good enough, you just double sell, triple buy, and then you get like insane tempo. And then on 9 gold, you go for second hero power. Like it's so impossible to get a bottom 4 with this hero.
I
As
think-
long as
Okay.
you save up some gold earlier, this game in the mid game, this hero in the mid game is so good.
Yeah, I believe Shady pops on 6 gold and 8 gold, and then sometimes 9, sometimes 10. So then it depends.
Yeah, I
But
think
he
Yeah,
pops
I mean,
super
you can
early.
get really
Yeah, you
flexible
can
on
pop on
focus.
6 gold.
Huh?
6
You have
gold
token if you have
still-
tokens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can pop
If
on
I
6.
stay on 1 and hit token, you can go. I do.
Okay, but there's no way anyone would pick Tetris over Gallywix.
No.
Right?
Yeah, it's
we're
not
saying
happening,
B.
but
We're
I'm gonna
saying
pick Curtis
B.
over
not-
Alakir. I'm
not
gonna
I
pick
think it
A.
should
Curtis
be
over
B.
Flurgle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, so
okay
it's
with
B
D.
tier.
Yeah.
So high B, low A.
And C, the pin can be there, but it's still A for me personally, since Curtis feels so good.
Mm.
Sure.
Very
So
low
B.
A then, or very high B.
No.
Or very
no,
low
no.
B.
This is the group. This is the group
This is a
tier
B.
list.
This is a
XQN
B.
can make his own tier list. It's a
It's a
B.
B.
We can put a B.
Yeah.
I would put it A, but yeah, B is fine.
High B,
Victor,
low B.
You're blocking the S tier heroes
High B.
again.
I would
I
put
think
it.
you have to
Burger is
zoom in
low
or
B, right?
something.
I'm blocking the S tier.
No,
Sorry,
no,
just a
Victor
second,
is.
I'm watching
okay.
Suns.
Because we can
No
Oh,
see
offense
sorry.
to
our
Collins
pictures
or
are so
Victor,
big.
but
I'm not gonna scroll anymore.
but Sun Goaters has the best stream layout right now.
Yeah, it's really good.
There's a streaming.
I haven't seen
Yeah.
it.
Here it comes.
Yeah, I'm taking a small break to take a look.
Yeah, just copy my layout.
Yeah.
Find
Yeah, it's really
it.
good.
Oh my gosh, it's so good.
Yeah,
This
we're
is
just
back-
like,
yeah,
You-
yeah.
You drew a dragon.
I did. I only had 2 minutes. It's not great.
It's so much better than mine. I was trying to draw him. It's so much better.
That is the best
Because
layout.
they said
Son,
you
did
didn't
you
have
draw
time.
all dragon?
It's fine. That is
Yeah.
fine.
Son-
Did you post
Mine's
it?
really bad. I'm gonna post fight.
I have a-
I was drawing it while I was playing.
Yeah, please
guys.
post so I can put it on
Oh,
stream.
No.
Sun did post it, I think,
It's-
a little bit up.
We have
Okay.
slightly different rankings. It's funny. Actually, I'm looking at your rankings. You have nothing on B, where I have 6 things on B. It's like,
Oh
okay.
God!
Oh, how did that
Okay.
happen?
Oh,
It's
Dragon.
okay.
I'm sorry.
I wasn't done
You're
yet.
just like ignoring the group, discussion.
not.
Like,
It's just like sometimes you say B or A, and then I just put where I think.
Yeah.
Or what I thought
It's like I
people
said,
said.
ignoring the group discussion.
No, but sometimes you have like different perceptions of what like people said,
Sure.
or like people say, "Oh, this or this," and then you tend to like
Yeah,
Put
you
it,
feel
like, somewhere
pressure.
else
If
in
Max
other.
Green says something is A tier and then you want to say it's D tier, you're probably not gonna say it, right?
Okay,
Just because he already said it's A
sure,
tier.
Sure.
You don't want to sound stupid.
Yeah,
But the
it's
guys just
embarrassing.
I
say
mean,
your
it's
opinion.
not
No
like
one
my
give a shit.
opinion is kind of unique since I like some really strange heroes that can
Yeah.
do some extra stuff.
yeah.
You have been the one where I think, the most.
Yeah.
Which is great. I love it. Yeah, so it's
Yeah, I
kinda
like it too.
I think because I watch XQN so much, I don't really feel surprised anymore.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, it makes sense, right? I mean, Kurtos being K tier totally makes sense to me, but Arana does not make sense. I can see that.
Arana and
What?
D.
Okay. Do we move
Yeah,
on to
Arana
Lich
and
King?
C.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's move on
Yeah.
to Lich King.
Yeah,
Lich
sure.
King actually feels pretty bad to me. Like, I know that my hero
Yeah.
power can be good in theory, but in practice I just don't get any good rolls, don't get any good hero power targets.
It is
feels
pretty good
bad.
with Avenge too.
So
you know?
It's not
often,
like that much better.
so often I'm hero powering something in the early game that already basically has Avenge, and I'm just like, what am I
Right.
It's like,
Reborn?
it already has
Yeah.
Reborn, yeah. Like I
I
hit
do
an
feel that
acolyte,
Lich
right?
King's
And I'm just
power
like,
has
what am
been
I doing?
It's been a bit
Yeah.
invalidated by the fact there's so many other good Avenge units right now that people can pick up, and so it's like, oh, cool, you get an extra 4/1 a turn, but everybody else already has that, and it really counters whatever you pull from it too. All of these different
Yeah, and Lich
small
King-
Avenge units. So
And Lich King hero power feels good in theory, but in practice my placements on Lich King are just not it. Like,
yeah,
I get pretty strong, but it's never enough.
I want to say it's
It's pretty
Low
hard
B
to
or
find
C?
a good curve
Yeah,
for Lich King.
I'd
C
probably just
for
put it
me.
in C.
If you stay
Yeah.
on tier
Yeah,
me
1,
too.
C tier
basically, you
sounds
don't
good.
have
Yeah, C
Yeah, C
seems
sounds good
okay.
to me.
Yeah,
advantage
okay.
over other
Okay.
heroes.
Lich Bazial.
Lich
Ooh.
Bazial.
This is
What-
a
what tier is
one.
Lich
I
King? I
feel
didn't
like
hear.
I'm
S
very,
tier.
very close to being cast tier
Victor, we
too.
said
This is
C
A
tier
or
for
S,
Lich King.
right? Like that's how I
Damn.
feel.
C.
Yeah.
S tier.
I'd have A still, but I see it.
I think I will personally put it on S tier even. But I might be a bit
Yeah.
biased since
No, I don't even
my
think
Lich
you're
Basel
probably-
games are just
So
Like,
out of my
good.
mind
I
recently.
mean,
I
maybe
think
we're
she's a
all
little better than
little
Omo
biased,
because
'cause-
she's more flexible.
Because she used to be so bad, so
She
we're like, it's
so
great now.
bad,
Yeah.
right?
It's-
Okay,
Now,
the
like,
thing is,
now.
This is gonna blow
Yes, she
so many
can-
viewers' mind. Leash
Yeah.
Bazel S tier? What the fuck?
she
That's
can low
true.
roll armor.
Because she
I don't
used to
know.
be
yeah,
F tier.
that's the one issue, right? If you don't get like
Yeah,
10
seven
People
armor.
armor.
have a lot of
I feel-
bias towards
I
this
feel-
hero already.
for some reason way worse than 10 armor.
Yeah, right.
It
It's
feels
like
so
3
much
armor,
worse.
3 health, but you're like, damn, dude, it's crazy, right?
10 armor Lich B, it feels unstoppable.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
what,
I don't think
exactly.
she's on Jandis level though. I think she's a top
Yeah,
A.
Yeah, she's
Yeah, I
not
think
Janus
high A.
level. That's true.
Not there.
Yeah, that's fair.
She
Okay,
doesn't
so-
have the ability to
It could be,
ridiculously
but
high
she
roll.
could still be low S tier and still
Yeah.
be,
I
you
feel
know.
like
Because
okay.
Yeah,
Galley
this
I
is
think
a
that actually
weird
makes sense.
tier list
Like,
thing,
if I
but
face
I
a
feel
choice
like
between
S tier
Cookie,
is the
Yeah,
one
go
thing
on,
that
Paki.
like doesn't have.
Oh my god, sorry,
like,
so
low
many
and
people
high.
talking.
I
Pocky, you go
think she's
first.
like right behind Gallicrond for me.
would you really pick Gallacrant over Lich?
But I'd take Galacron every.
I will not pick
Depends on the-
Gallacrant over Lich, I'm gonna tell you
I think it
that.
depends on the armor and
It depends on the tribes and the armor for sure.
No,
So, but
even
you-
when we hit good tribes, like Gallacrant is just not on Lich level. Lich is so
What?
consistent,
No,
and Gallacrant can level
Lich
Gallicrond
is
on.
needs
not on
Adamantile and Demon,
Gallacron's
right?
level.
Without
What?
those, Leech is better.
The
Gallicron,
Galacron
Demon
potential is just exponential. Like it's just straight. It's exponential, right? If you get a good setup,
Really good.
you just get infinite gold. Like as long as you're playing correctly, it's just unbeatable. Where you
Yeah.
get an extra 1 gold a turn. It's like like sure it's good, but it's not. It's not to the
Yeah.
potential of what a Galacron can do. So
Not now, Collins. I feel a lot better playing Lich Basile than Gallacront. I feel safer that I always
Sure,
have that gold, I
but
always have that good
then-
curve. So whenever I
That's
play
fine.
Gallacront, I know that I can lower all my discoveries, and then it just does not feel good.
being
To be
safer is
fair,
good
you
and
could
all,
lower
but
your shop on Leech. It's very painful too.
yeah.
Usually you can like spend 1 or 2 gold trading, and it doesn't really hurt you too much.
Okay, so I have 2 points here.
okay.
This is just a general thing. S tier, there's no low S tier. Like if something's S tier, it's S tier, and you're like so confident it's S tier that it's right. Like I think that's how S tier works. Like when you say there's an S tier hero, you're just like that's
Yeah, they're like
That's
auto
the shit.
picks. You see them, you check the tokens are in, and you just pick.
Yeah.
yeah. So there's that. Then I'm just gonna say so now we just need to vote if Lich B is S or A.
It's
Well,
not
we
S.
already
I don't
that's
think
the
so.
put Galacron on
You
A.
have to think
Oh.
about it when it's Leech, right? If you have like tokens in the lobby, then Leech hero power doesn't have that big of an advantage over other heroes.
That's why.
it
But if there's
definitely-
no tokens in the lobby, then
Tribesmen.
having that extra gold is a huge deal. So I
Yeah,
think
that's
she's
true.
A. And
I vote
she needs 10 armor to be like fantastic.
Yeah.
I think
If it's
it's
7, it's a little
yeah.
worse, right?
Yeah.
if
yeah.
it's
would
A
put
tier, it should be
So on
like
average, I
top
think
of
she's
A
A.
tier.
Yeah, together with Galacron, like same-ish, I would say.
Sure.
Yeah. I'm
I
fine
don't-
with
Okay,
A
we're good on
tier.
A.
I don't have the.
I would also think S.
Okay.
I could go S.
I will go on S tier too.
I would go A.
Yeah, I'm an A boy.
But she doesn't like she
Sure.
doesn't
I think
discover,
we have way
even though
more
she
A
gave
tier
you more
votes than-
money.
There's more
Yeah.
A's.
But like
Yeah,
hero
way
like
more A's.
Cookie or Gallywing also gave you more money in the form of let you discover a minion, which also reduce your variance on having a bad shop, right?
Yeah.
Because if you Gallywing Cookie, you're guaranteed to get something that you want. But Leech, you can spend the money to level. If you don't hit, then when you start rolling, it's really not a good feeling. So I think saying that Leech is much better than Gallywing or Cookie is not true. Because every single good minion is worth at least 3 gold. And Cookie is giving that to you for free. 3 turn for 3 gold, right? Leech is more
I don't know,
flexible, but
Victor. I don't get that
you can
consistently
control.
feeling when I play Cookie. And I get this feeling when playing Lich Basile. I know that I
Okay,
will be
for
strong. I
Cookie,
know that I
just-
will get
I
something.
mean, because Cookie's a weird one to discuss. I think a lot of people, and I lower MMR players too, kind of judge the first discover. Usually when you go 3-on-3, because you can hit like a 1 or 2 drop, but afterwards it feels way more consistent. Like I feel like you should judge the consistency based on your first 2 discovers. So many people are like, oh, I missed my first discover, so Cookie doesn't feel like good all the time because I can miss it. But if you go by the first 2,
It's not
it feels
exactly
much
about
more
discoveries,
consistent.
it's more like about damage. I think I take a lot of damage playing Cookie, and I don't really take damage playing Lich since I'm always strong, but I'm not always strong when I play Cookie.
I think that more depends on how you play Cookie. Where if
Yeah,
you're-
exactly. Like, I'm not always getting a good Cookie lobby to stay in tier 1, right? And sometimes I will be
Right.
forced to level to tier 3, and if I'm
Right.
forced to level to tier 3, I can
And-
lower a lot.
yeah,
And if I
that's
lower a
true.
lot, I take damage.
Yeah.
It's like a chain.
Yeah, it's the going conundrum, right? If you go to tier 3, it's a lot riskier, right? And you can get punished, right? If you stay on 1, it's pretty safe, right? But you don't always have the lobbies to do that, so you have to kind of look: is it worth it playing cookie that way versus do I want to?
Yeah, Unleash Basal is so flexible. You don't even have to level. If you get a bad shop, you can make something out of it at least.
Sure.
Okay,
But the
so
economy
anyways, we
she's
have
getting is
Richby
nowhere
at A.
nowhere near to Gallywix, Lord Barov, or like Hoktask. She
Yeah,
have
I
much
agree.
less money.
And that's why I
And
brought
in
up. I
terms
think
of
S
high
is a
rolling
good thing.
potential and just overall peak,
I'll
which
say
you
I'm
wouldn't usually get
comfortable with the
there.
hero, but I usually
Yeah.
don't mega hero with her, so I
Right.
think she's an A tier.
Yeah.
So A tier for sure. I mean, like, is what we're all agreeing on.
Maiev is interesting though.
Maiev is
Oh,
a really
Maiev has been
interesting one.
crazy for me if demons are available.
She's
Demons are
been
so good on Maiev.
So good, yeah. You just can go to 6 like so easily.
I love
You can
Maiev.
grab our tricksters, you can get a fail button, then you're Gucci. You can get like double Jace and also be very strong too, since Maiev really struggles to be strong early game, and this can help you a lot.
For me, easy A right now.
Yeah, it's A for me too.
A for sure.
Maiev
It
does
doesn't
go
feel
top
as
8 a
fun.
lot.
I thought you guys
right?
were like about to drop the S on
You
me
guys
when
sounds like
just-
when you discover
Yeah.
tier 6, you always get feel bad. What if you get
Yeah.
what if you get Nadina, Zap, and Hamal? That happened to me like every single day.
We don't talk about
Every
you get a
single
lot
day,
of top
really?
8 with
we don't talk about
heroes
those
like this
games.
with discover tier 6.
Definitely not S tier for Maiev. But
Yeah, it's
where
nowhere
in
near
I'm
S tier,
comfortable
but
with
A tier
A.
sounds
Probably-
good.
I'm
Probably
comfortable with
bottom A near
low A
Eagle.
tier.
Yeah, I'm very
Like-
comfortable with that as well.
I put it
Yeah,
like
it is
instinctively
fine.
a little bit behind Gallywix.
I'm just
Yeah.
dropping
I
them
think that makes
wherever.
sense.
I'm gonna be honest.
Sure. Yeah. The ordering would take forever. We can't.
Yeah, I'm not into that.
Yeah,
life
everybody
right now.
stop listening. I'm watching all the streams and everybody's just doing whatever they said they were gonna do. And then when we do the vote at the end, they just don't move it.
That sounds very accurate. Yes.
Yeah. I'm just looking and I'm like, oh my gosh, nobody's listening anymore.
We're at what's this hero called?
It's
Malygos.
Malygos is
Yes,
A
yes.
tier. I mean, S
Malygos
tier.
is A tier for me
Sorry.
too.
It's S tier for me if you have tokens.
S?
in the-
Yeah, I mean,
With
I
tokens,
don't
I
have
can
It's
see
just
the
a bit
S.
too much, I feel
Like,
like. But A tier
I'm not
sounds
even
good.
negotiating. I'm always
A.
putting him A. He's
I'm-
way too good.
He's really
Like
good.
when you triple
Yeah,
for 4, you miss. Like
You
if
just
you get a
reroll it.
jug,
I know,
you can
it's so
hero power the
strong.
jug, get the stats, and get the avenge minion, and then you're super easy to triple too. And then in the late game,
Honestly,
if you
Malygos
get
is such a
Hamal or
strange
if you get
hero.
Safer Singer, you get extra 6 drops. Way too good.
With tokens,
Yeah.
I think the S is pretty honest.
It is
there.
justifiable. It's just
Yeah.
that Malygos is a kind of hero you don't really want to be playing. Covers some of heroes like Giants, Coctos, Cookie, Basal again. But when you actually play Malygos, it feels super good.
Yeah.
Oh,
like-
wow.
I think
No.
Malygos
My
and
scores on
Hoktas is
Malygos are
actually the same
kind of
hero
good.
in terms of power.
Oh man,
Malygos
and I've
and
been
what?
underpicking that hero so
Hoktas is a little
hard.
stronger early because you get to discover, but Malygos is a lot stronger late because you can hero power the shop, get a high tier minion, which Hoktas cannot. So they each have their advantage, but economy wise, they're
Yeah, I
about the
think
same.
Malygos is kind of broken. I have
Yeah.
Oh my god!
in the last 2 months, I have 17 games with the hero with a 2.7 average.
Oh, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
Wow, that sounds really good.
It's very strong. Yeah, I have similar stuff with it. Like it's so consistent, even just because you get.
Yeah, it's
you
actually
see-
it feels like it shouldn't be as consistent
yeah,
as it is.
yeah, right. Like
Yeah, exactly.
when
Like Milhouse was pretty bad before. Not Milhouse, Malygos. And it doesn't feel right to put Malygos in S tier now, since if you used to play before, Malygos wasn't that good. But honestly, Malygos is a beast in current meta.
Okay, better than Lich? Beast or
Yeah.
worse?
I like it more than Lich.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah,
better.
Okay.
Definitely
It's
will be
not
for sure.
Yeah, it's not that
Okay,
close.
okay.
Yeah, I like it more than Lich too.
Yeah, I don't think it's close.
Pog. I guess then I will gain some elo after this because I've never picked Malygos. Okay, barely.
You're throwing. I'm
With
telling
the
you.
right pricing.
I mean, you do have to take some
inting.
time to be more comfortable with the hero, but
Yeah.
let's
It's
say if
really
you
hard
have
when you're
enough
playing.
practice, then the hero is very strong.
Okay,
I
awesome.
really want elementals in and one of the other tokens, at least.
Yeah.
Probably both.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, if you can have
ideally all
everything.
Decon,
Yeah. But I wouldn't,
Taking notes.
I wouldn't take
Malygos
it
is strong enough with
only
one
one
like
token.
Murloc or Beast plus
Yeah,
another
Plus
I agree.
elementals. Yeah, but I wouldn't ever take it without elementals.
I would
with
take it
ever
with
with ever two
elementals.
of those out.
Double token, it doesn't matter. I think.
Yeah, Murloc Beast.
Yeah, double
I'd be
token
very
of any
happy with.
kind is good.
Yeah.
We got
Okay,
Anyway.
Millhouse.
Yeah.
Millhouse is in a weird spot right now too, I would
It-
say.
it
Yeah,
is
Milhouse
slightly
has
weird,
been so
yeah.
bad for me lately.
Really?
Yeah.
I've always been
still
Millhouse.
really
You're
hate
just
Millhouse.
not very consistent.
Oh my
I've
gosh.
always had insane results with the hero. I like.
Yeah, I
really
don't
I
know.
guess I'm an
It
outlier.
feels like whenever I
too.
play Milhouse, I don't really get good shops, and then I'm like in this kind of position where I have to level to tier 5, but I cannot level since I'm very low. I have to stay on tier
Okay.
4, I have to roll, and I don't get
That
any
is
good
true.
minions.
But I think you have to play the game a lot differently as Millhouse. But I think
Yeah, that's for
staying on
sure.
4. I think staying on 4, you have way better scaling options as Millhouse than any other hero. Like
Mhm.
you can push 4
Now with
drops.
Because of
What
Major
happens to
Domo?
me, Ethan, is I
Peggy,
stay on tier
Domo,
4, and I will roll,
and then some
and then I
advantage
just die.
units.
Sorry, what was that, XQN?
I was saying that on Millhouse, whenever I have to stay on tier 4, I just don't get any good shops. Like, in theory, I shall be getting Peggy's, I shall be getting some avenged units, some tokens, something like that. But I just don't get it on Millhouse, and I feel like I have to play for survival, and it just does not work.
I feel that way too, that you're often just playing to survive. Where you don't have to do that with a lot of the other heroes up here. You kind of have the liberty to level maybe or to take some rolls and be okay. And with Millhouse, you're just kind of scrambling to stay alive a lot of the times.
Yeah, exactly, and that is exactly a reasoning why I don't really want to put Millhouse on A tier, since A tier is a hero I'm happy playing. It's a hero that I know I will get a good game on, and Millhouse is kind of not consistent enough
It's
to be A
weird,
tier for me.
huh? I see where you're coming from.
I still have it A.
Yeah,
I feel like I
it's-
like Kurt more than Millhouse.
Oh,
Probably
I don't-
bottom B.
It's
I would
A or
say bottom B as well.
It's never A. Millhouse. I don't think Millhouse is A in the
No,
meta.
that's crazy to me. I would put Millhouse S tier. Like no joke. I think
Oof.
the hero is very good.
Wow.
I think
Yeah,
it's
I think
pretty
the hero-
close to that. I think it's not S for me after the Wraith nerf, but I still think A for sure.
For
I've
Millhouse
also
as
had
well,
good
like
games with
after
him
you level to
recently.
5, let's say you have one Hogger, it's actually much harder to get your second Hogger or Tony to continue your win condition once you have something.
Yeah, I think the thing for me is I stay on 4 so long as Millhouse. Like
Interesting.
I barely ever push 5 and 6.
What do you do? What is your comp? You're just playing elementals,
You just
Major
play some
Domo stuff?
stupid menagerie. It doesn't matter.
Oh,
like I don't
okay,
know
you're
what
just
it is.
playing Menage. Okay. That's what Shady does.
You just
Okay,
play
okay.
random stuff.
Yeah, that's what Shady does. Okay, I see. I
If
know what you
elements
do.
are in the game, you always pick up Domo. If pirates are in the game, you always, if you see Peggy, you take it. I mean, Wraith is super strong. Staying on Tavern 1, I
Yeah.
feel like the staying on Tavern 1 curve, I don't like so much staying on 6 and 7 as much as I've seen other people do,
Okay.
like XQN and Zorgo especially. Staying on 1 on 7 gold and like holding all of your triples and going for 4s.
Mhm.
I feel like
Yeah.
most of the time with Ideal Tribes, which is generally like Ellie Pirate, I think, I prefer tripling into 5s. And when you stay on 1 that long, you're forced to triple into 4. Obviously, like the 4 drop
Yeah.
stuff is
Mhm.
good, but I feel like single Nomi, single Hogger,
Is it? Yeah, I
or
see what you're
Bran
Yeah.
saying.
are like generally
Yes.
better win conditions than like multiple 4 drops.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah,
like
it's
super hard
Millhouse.
to
It used to be
Really?
strong enough when the reroll elemental is
Was so broken.
not
Yeah,
nerfed.
I agree. But
now it's not good enough.
Yeah.
But if you get
Yeah.
Nomi, you still need recycling. A lot of times I forget Nomi and then
Eh,
just
I mean,
Can't find
But
recycling.
that's
it's
good
good,
news is
but
you're
you
at
can
4
still
already,
do
so you could
well.
roll into it. But you can't get the 5s because you can't go to 5. Is
But you
part
can
of the
still
problem.
find Sally, which
Yeah,
is
you can
nuts
roll
for
into
Nomi.
it,
You can
but
find
you will
Anomaly.
not very likely roll into it. It's like a high
Yeah, I
roll,
mean, you
like,
might not
get
get it. I'm
second
just
for
saying
after Nami.
that's what I like about I think going to 5 more and not doing the stay down curve, and that kind of forces you to triple into 4s. And
This is
doesn't
how I
even
feel.
save you
One
that much
element-
health anymore to stay
When
down.
elemental and pirate are both in, Millhouse feels pretty decent.
Right.
But when those two tribal, one of them is out or both are out, Millhouse just feels so hopeless.
Well, we are talking
Yeah, I
about it
don't
when
know.
they're both in, right? So-
Ideal tribes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I also,
Okay.
even with others,
If,
don't have good.
Honestly, I
if
can see
both
A
tribes are
tier
in, I
when you put
can
the gel
justify
tribes.
like bottom
Yeah,
A.
I think at least A tier.
Yeah, I feel like it's
Yeah.
a crime to put it under like Curator.
Or were you gonna say Pocky?
But you have to have those two tribals.
Time to
in,
vote.
Otherwise, it's not
Okay.
even close.
Time to vote,
Time to
yeah.
vote.
I'm okay with A.
B tier.
I'm okay with A.
Yeah.
I'm going to go
Yeah, I
with
mean,
A too.
I'll
I'd
go
vote
A.
S, but we can go A.
A.
I have A too.
All right,
Okay,
sounds
then-
good to
and
me.
Victor.
Then average is A.
Yeah, A tier, A tier.
Yeah,
Okay.
A
Average
seems
is
like
A.
average.
We got
Luca!
Banana Boy. Oh,
Okay,
you
I
I
know
already
Luca's
put,
not
I already put
unplayable
her
right
bottom
now.
D.
D?
Yeah,
Bottom
I know
D
it's not
seems
unplayable right
good.
now.
Sounds good to
So-
me.
It's kind of playable, but yeah.
He's
these-
Yeah, I
okay.
can see that.
What? He's a little bit better than that. Like you just hero power. You pump some
Okay,
divine
actually,
shield minions,
interesting.
and you get a 6
one.
drop, and then you play Omega Buster.
Do you like Mukla or Deathspeaker more?
I kind of like Mukla more nowadays. Since Mukla feels more consistent, you can just go for a farm curve and then you
Mukla
will
feels
get a
kind
lot
of
of
like
stats.
Edwin, actually,
Yeah,
right?
Mukla with Demon Mech is pretty
Yeah,
good.
Mukla is very similar to Edwin.
The
I will put
dragon.
Mukla on B tier, honestly.
Yeah.
Mukla and
So I
Edwin
would put
plays
Mukla
very
on C.
similar.
Crazy. Sorry.
Yeah, I always skip Mukla, but I know he's not that bad right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mukla's
Mukla is
okay.
like a reroll hero that can
I'd
give
put him
you
in
a little bit
C.
more than a reroll hero
Yeah,
can
C
do.
seems reasonable.
C is fine.
C's good.
Yeah, I can see
And
C
that's-
too.
I haven't
Tier
liked the
D.
same
Tennis is
power
so
of Death
weird. This
Speaker.
hero, I
Since
don't know what to do
Mutinous
with
did
it.
not get any armor, which is very strange to me, since Mutinous is not a tier 1 hero, it's a tier 2 hero at best. So Mutinous not getting armor makes it so much worse than if it got a little bit of armor at least.
Yeah. Mutinous with no armor just feels really bad. Like I always
Yeah, I
look
will
at
put it on B tier.
I always look at the armor stuff and I'm like, why is Mutinous getting 0? Like why like, it always looks so weird. Like why do they
Yeah,
hate
exactly,
this one?
Colin. It
Mutinous
doesn't
worse
feel
than
right.
Kurt? He is, right?
Yes,
I-
Mutinous is
I
worse than
don't
Kurt.
think so.
Since Kurtrus gets armor,
Mutinous.
Mutinous does not.
I don't think
I
so.
actually really like Mutinous.
Oh,
I like Mutinous better than Kurt as well.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
too.
for sure.
oh.
But-
Okay, I'll just put them those two next to each other. I think they're
Sure.
pretty
Sure.
similar. In
Sure,
terms of
I'm
power.
okay with that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I
Panda.
mean,
Panda
Panda is an
Panda.
S tier for me.
Panda is
Panda.
A.
A?
Old school A
Broken.
tier.
Panda.
I actually kind of enjoy Panda. I think it's like S tier, but it's last hero of S tier. It's like that
Okay,
Battleground
I'm in for S.
that
I'm in for
separates
S.
Ace
Right,
and
put me
A
down
tier.
for S.
Ace and A tier hero,
Yeah.
I mean.
Leash
I-
Bazel right now is at top A, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I would
You
take
really
Panda
I would
over
always
Panda,
take
which
Panda.
we-
If I
Yeah.
get a choice between
Yeah.
Leech and Panda, I'm always going to pick Panda. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
I think I would pick
Agreed.
Panda over Lich every time as well. So
Okay, so then Panda's S for sure, right?
Panda is S,
I
but
think
it's like a last hero of
With
S
the
tier.
last-
Yeah, but
I don't
be
think it's S.
after Gendis
I don't think it's
and
S.
Next
Some
to Lich?
Chronicles.
there's some S haters.
I really like. Okay, wait,
I don't
let's
think
just
so.
do a vote.
It has
Let's
to
just do
be
a vote.
after
Let's just do a vote.
Heroes that kind of abuse token and economy. Because Panda have no guarantees.
You got
Yeah.
the free Reno.
Yeah, but you
Hop, I
also
saw
have-
your
you also have,
game.
like,
You
token
No, you
that-
don't
Yeah,
get a
every
free
free
Reno.
game or something.
You get a free Reno one game, like out of 3 to 5 games. It's
Not
not
me.
that
I haven't
bad.
got
just
Reno
watched
in like
you
5
get
games.
Reno for free.
Yeah, same.
You get a free Reno once
you
every
can
like
also
4
get-
games.
You can also get like Ice Block and
Yeah, it's
There are a
Yeah.
lot of
Yeah,
games.
you
You can
can,
get
but you
Vulcan
can also
five
just get
turns in a
randomly.
row. I don't
shit
get a
so
single
often.
useful hero power.
I feel like you don't get absolute shit that often because you get to choose though.
yeah, you
I
can
feel
play
like
so
you do, and I
flexibly
feel like
early.
more heroes have been introduced. So it's even a little bit worse right now because I don't know about you guys, but I keep getting
It's
offered
also
Tamsin
hard for
and
Panda
that other
to
hero,
decide a
Cariel,
curve.
over and over and over again.
Okay, but you can also get scabs. Also, Cariel is not that bad.
You can
on
get
Panda.
scabs, but
Yeah,
that's
Cariel's
that's
not that
one.
bad.
That's a 1-to-2 ratio of like. Of
Cariel's
heroes
like
that-
Yeah,
awful
it's
under
not
Hoenn.
as
Actually, in the late
consistent as
game when you
other
get a
SC
Tasman,
heroes.
it's pretty good. In the late
Okay,
game,
okay, we
you
just
get
need
a
to vote. We
Tasman
just need to
hero
vote on
power.
this one because we're like very split.
A.
And it's A.
It's not that
For me, it
split.
says.
I'm an S.
Yeah, I would vote S.
Collins,
Yeah, S for me.
Victor,
I'm good with either. I think he's
Dragon?
next to Cookie.
I think A.
I
So
go
a
S,
50-50.
which is a
Is
tiebreak.
it?
I think
Yeah,
it's like
aren't you the
5-3 or
tiebreaker?
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I have to
4-3.
say it.
Tiebreak
You
is
have to
chat.
pick one.
Yeah, just do S. Let's do S.
Okay,
Bottom
sure,
S.
sure,
Yeah,
sure.
5-3.
Okay.
All right, we've got
Sure.
Nesdorma.
Oh,
Nas?
Nostarma actually feels
Ooh,
pretty good to
Nas.
me lately.
Yeah, not bad, not
I will
bad.
put
I
Nostarma on
would
B
just throw him in the
tier.
middle. I would
It's
throw him
B
in
tier,
C.
right? Bottom B tier.
B to C.
Yeah, B tier
I
sounds
would throw
about
him in
right.
C, I think.
C.
I don't know.
Just
Nostormo
that
3
on
on 3 is
Nostormo,
really
it's
good. I
pretty
learned
easy
that
to
from
get a game
Lee.
setup going. You can either go for a warrior car from Nostormo and it feels pretty good, or you can honestly just play normally a knife zone. You will pretty much always hit avenge units. I mean, not always, but there is a very high chance you will get something good on
How
Nostormo.
often do you guys go warrior curve on Nas?
When I get a
On the-
Wrath
On
Weaver, I
Nas,
always
I
go
don't-
Warrior Curve on
I
this
don't
hero.
know.
For me, warrior
Wrath
curve
Weaver
is
on
more
Nas
dependent
is
on
amazing.
tribes than it is on my hero almost.
That's true.
Like if
Yeah.
if it's a good avenge lobby, I
That's
almost
fair.
always warrior curve.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Me too.
I don't pick the
Like
hero.
Elemental and
like sort
Demon
of my
in, I
baseline.
usually don't level.
Right, that's just like my baseline. But like the hero also can like play decently in a mech lobby going 3-on-3.
Yeah. I don't know.
But I think it's just
mean,
an
So
average
this is what I
hero.
do. Killbore and Pirate are in. I usually 3-on-3. And then Elemental Demon in, usually stay on 1.
Yeah,
And
something
then
like that.
every other cases, I depend on the hero.
I will say that I think Nas is like just such a. It feels so comfortable for so many high MMR players. Like it kind of like we were talking about with Cat. Like in a ladder lobby, like just a free roll, like that added consistency is so nice.
Yeah. That is true.
In a tourney, it might be a little different because you're not really
Tourney,
like
you get
hitting.
smashed.
Yeah, tournament you need, tournament you need a lot of tempo, and Nostormo does not give you that.
So it's like a really solid ladder hero for high MMR players, but
Feels like in tournament, every hero power that can give you immediate stats is a
It's
good
gonna
hero.
murder you. Yeah, I agree.
You just need to add stats to not die.
Where are we putting her?
I'm fine.
For me, it's B
BOC.
tier.
Autumn B tier. After or before Florigo?
It's going to
Definitely-
be
definitely
after
worse than
Florgal for
Florgal.
me.
After Florigo, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why
Okay,
they
I'm
should-
fine. I'm fine. Low B.
Yeah.
Sure. I don't know, so I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I'd be okay putting it lower. I'd be okay putting it there.
I'm
pretty-
okay putting it lower as well. So it's like whatever.
But I don't care
I
too
don't
much.
care. Yeah, it's fine. Nostormo, whatever. We've got
I think
Nazal.
Nostormo is a very good flexible pick because a lot of other heroes require good tribals. And Nostormo, you know, when you don't have those good tribals on that the better hero, then you go Nas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got Nazal.
Nazoth is an interesting
That
one.
feels so bad right now. Like
Really?
every time I
I
pick
think
Nizot,
low-key,
feels
I
not
kind of
bad.
visualize that I
I'ma
can
use
get a
the
mega
restroom
blast,
then.
or I can get like another EK and can get a lot of value.
Anyway,
So
there's
what
so
I
many
do-
people talking. Go ahead, X-Squid.
So what I do in Nizot usually is I look at avenge lobbies, like I look at minions that can give me avenge potential, like elementals, demons, mechs, and stuff like that. And I kind of visualize that I can get the key imp early, and it's going to be pretty good on Nizot. And then I just look at my rolls, I face that Sunbacon, I look at the treasure in Gemines, and it just feels super bad. So for me, Nizot is such a bad hero. Like I know that it got potential to be good, but it just does not work for me personally.
What were you saying,
Okay.
Ethan?
No, I was just gonna say that here is kind of interesting, and that it does let you push like avenge comp advantage maybe a little more than other heroes, but it's still
Right.
kind of weird. I also think that it's really bad if Scabs is in the lobby because I think Scabs just stealing like a single fish plays it so much better than
Yeah, than having to have that be your only hero power.
your only hero power.
It's
Yeah, but
so
if you can steal a
mean.
fish, stealing a fish. What was it was in the finals of the Doritos whatever the Twitch Rivals thing that I had double fish on Scabs.
Yeah.
And it was like actually just so broken. But it wasn't a
Yeah.
Nazoth thing, it was a Scabs thing because Nazoth
Right.
was in the lobby. Yeah, so
Yeah,
maybe Nazoth
I
isn't
did
that
that
good.
recently too. It's really
I
annoying.
think here's the main problem with Nazoth. If
Mhm.
you stay on tier 1, there's not a lot of good death rattle. So whenever you go
Yeah,
warrior
that's
curse,
true.
stay on 1, go avenge. Right.
Do you guys?
That doesn't
I
go
kinda
well with
play
a hero power. But if you level to tier 2, then you can't find triple. And then the hero just doesn't progress if you don't
And
triple.
not
That's-
only you cannot find triples, you might not even be able to find good Nizot units. It's been so often that I level to
That's
tier
true.
2 on Nizot and I just don't find any death rattles.
I've been having I don't like Nazoth, but the results that I've had and the results that I've seen other people have in tournaments has been shocking to me.
Yeah, weirdly
Like, it
good.
doesn't make
I-
sense to me.
I have seen some crazy Nazat tournament play. That's true. I will say that. I'm coming back. I have no idea what you guys were talking about. Sounds interesting, but I will interject and say, yeah, crazy Nazat tournament plays. I agree.
Uh, so maybe C or B tier, right? I don't think it's D,
I think
but
it's a C tier here, yeah.
and I don't
No, I
think
think
C either.
Nazat is D tier after
For me, personally, it's D tier as well.
after
I don't like
Fox,
Nazat.
after Eudora.
I never play that hero, so it's hard to judge.
It's probably
me.
Yeah, I
hard
never
to
played
know
the
B
hero.
or
I
no
agree.
C.
I'll always pick Eudora, not Nazat.
That's true.
I feel like
Really?
I feel like Perfect Tribes.
I would pick
take
Nazat.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like Mech
I'm-
Beastin. I would rather take Nazov.
Definitely
Oh.
agreed.
Yeah, for me, I don't know. I just have to listen to the people who play the most, I guess.
Yeah, for me, it feels more consistent than Eudora would be. Like Eudora definitely has
That's a
Mhm.
lot,
higher
actually, though.
higher chance to high roll for sure.
So you're saying
I
they're
feel like-
both D. That's what I'm hearing. Like that's. I'm just trying to place
I
it
honestly,
somewhere.
honestly,
You
it
know?
doesn't
I
even
literally
matter, to
think
be honest.
Nazoth is quite a bit better than Eudora.
Yeah, I think if I'm like, if someone
And that goes
put a
against, like,
gun to
all my
head and
better
was like, you
judgment,
have
it's
to get
just based
top
on,
4
like-
this game. Pick a hero. I'd take Nazos. You know what I mean? Over Eudora
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah,
But that's
for
not
sure.
the
Over
issue.
Put him
Cat,
after
right?
George, then. I'll put him after George. That's everyone.
Yeah, you
agrees.
just
I mean,
it
I'd
doesn't
probably
matter.
take Cat instead, but whatever.
Bottom C.
Who
yeah.
cares?
So it's
sure.
C or D.
I
What
mean,
are we-
Nazal just feels like a dumbass small brain hero, right?
Yeah,
I don't
you
know.
just do whatever everyone else do. You buy the Kaboom bot, you buy the Imprisoner if you get them, and then you level, and then you're trying to find a Baron.
doesn't
Like
mean it can't be
everyone's
good,
like him
though.
the same, right?
Dumbass small brain
You don't
hero.
really get,
Yeah, it is.
you don't
That's
really
Victor
get an
for you.
edge, but you also cannot fuck up that hard.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I think it's hard to like play the hero super badly.
Oh, you didn't see me.
It's okay. The
Okay.
hero's just okay. That's like the main takeaway.
Is it C or
okay.
D? What are we doing here? I just need
It
to
honestly
place
look,
doesn't matter.
I
It's
put
the
him
same.
bottom
I
C
don't
after
care.
George.
Yeah, just the
It can
bottom.
go
C.
D or C. Like it's low C or high D for me.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'll personally go
Maybe-
with D, but C tier works fine too.
I would D the sucker, but whatever. I'm gonna listen. All right.
I would be the sucker.
I think Nazal is really good when you're having a hard day. You're not really playing well.
No,
And
no
then you
hero
still
is
have
good
to
for me
stream.
when I'm having a hard day. I'm
You
telling
want to
you
look
that
like
right
a dumbass, then you pick Nazal, right?
If I'm having a hard day and I get Nazoth with my pick, I'm still having a hard fucking day.
I agree. Yeah, like you gotta give me like 5 of my favorite heroes in a row, and then like maybe I'm having a slightly better day. You know, like it's not when Nazat's doing nothing for me. I'm crying in the corner. All right, we're going to Omu now. What's your opinions on this hero? It's kind of weird because I feel like I
Omu's
haven't
so
seen this
weird.
hero. Like it's just disappeared from the game or something. Like if there was like, oh, there's a bug, Omu's been gone. I'd be like, yeah, I haven't seen this for like a month. But for some reason,
So
so many other
true.
things
It's in a
I'd
really
rather
weird
play.
spot right now.
I actually see Omo a lot, and it's a very solid A tier for me since it's not
Yeah.
S tier worthy, it's not that good, but it's not bad either. A tier is
Yeah, it
a sweet
feels
spot.
I never
weird
see
for me to
Omu
even-
I
anymore.
never see Omu. Yeah,
Never.
Yeah,
I hate
Yeah,
Omu.
It feels.
Okay.
It feels. I mean, it used to be like such a consistent.
Guys,
Yeah, it
why
used to
you
be
all
the
hating
nuts.
Omo?
So much worse, but-
I think everyone used to love him.
yeah,
Mm.
for
Why you
sure.
hate him
Her.
now?
Almost a girl.
Because Avengers in, like, why would you like level
Yeah.
with him? That's my
You
thing.
can
Like,
level to 4 and find those Avenge cards.
I
but
think
then
that's
what do
you
you
just
do
have
with
to
your hero
level fast.
after?
I mean,
Okay,
the thing is, okay, so Omu has 2 things that play into Avenge. You can go to 4 on 7 gold pretty
Mhm.
cleanly, which is
Mhm.
nice, and roll into Avenge stuff. Or you can play Warrior Curve without tokens pretty nice too.
Yeah, I guess you don't play like Omu like you used to, but you stay on one longer.
Yeah, you can stay. Yeah, the staying on 1 curves are actually pretty good. It's also
So,
a
I
hero
mean-
that lets you triple into 6 more easily than a lot of
Yeah,
heroes.
sixes
So
are
that's-
sixes are still really good.
I
Yeah,
feel like
I
you
was
guys
gonna
are
say
over
sixes
ton
are-
of vision into those Avenge card. I
Yeah.
mean, you
Yeah.
can level to tier 5 and find like Mama Bear Croc and then Tony
Yeah.
Hogger. Those are
Yeah.
also Avenge.
5
Not only
cards
tier
ex-
4 Avenge. Another hero cannot level to 5, but Omu can. So there's in some lobbies with Ben picks, Omu is actually better. Like in Pirate Lobby or in like Beast Lobby, I think Omus is actually better.
Pirates for sure, yeah. Tony is so fucking gross.
Tony's
Tony's
broken. Yeah, I don't understand the buff. Like, it didn't make sense. Like, why give him that? Why make it so that an Acolyte pops it like every time now? Like, it's like, I don't get it, but yeah, whatever.
Honestly, it made a lot of sense to me. I feel like Tony and Pirates in general were underplayed, especially on patches. Like,
They were. But
patches used to be a pretty
buff
bad
Tony,
hero.
though? Like, you know, now
I would have liked to
everyone
change
just goes
Hogger, maybe like more
Eliza.
stats or something. Like changing the
No,
Avenge.
buff Tony is good. I tilted much less since the Tony buff. I used to tilt every single day because Tony always die on 4th. But now I'm happier.
It's such, but
You're
it's
the
too free.
problem.
I think it's too
Yeah,
easy.
yeah, it's too
Like,
easy. I agree.
I had a game the other day where I was in a lobby with Hurry My Curry, who some of us know, and he was Shutterwalk with 4 tokens, but I was at 33 health with Tony and 2 Hoggers. So I won the game because I got full APM before I could die. Like, I literally, my board was Acolyte, Scallywag, Hogger, Tony. I literally played as weak as I could just to force golden Hoggers.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes
Yeah.
sense. That's the way to do it.
4 is just, I mean, part of it is like the fact that you can get 2 triggers in one combat.
I know,
is
right?
nuts.
It's so stupid. I agree. You get both of your Eliza's golden in one turn. Then again, you have 2 Elizas, so I mean, you're not losing anyways. But, but yeah, it's just so dumb. I agree. Like, it's like, what do you do? Anyways, that's not it.
Speaking of Tony, patches.
Wait, we haven't talked
Pirates.
about. Wait, where's Omu going? We have not played.
Oh,
He's going to
A tier, right?
A-tier hero.
Yeah, I'll just
Medium
put him
A-tier.
somewhere, like,
All right,
lower
thank
end
you,
of it.
thank you. All right, now patches.
Now onto patches.
Patches is a solid A tier for me. I don't know about you guys, but Patches has been very consistent for me lately. It's just that Pirates are so good right now. And it feels like whenever you get a good Patches game going, you always get at least top 2.
Yeah, I mean, I've always
I think patches is pretty great right now after all these pirate buffs. Yeah.
I think patches
for
is at
patches?
least better than Florigo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Definitely.
That's still
Better than
like,
Omu? Question mark?
P.
Yeah, I would put him over.
Debatably, yeah.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
pick him over Omu though.
Yes,
no,
I
no,
wouldn't
I
pick
don't
Patches
think I
over
would.
I would
Amos.
pick patches
That's
over
very
Omo,
strange.
but that's a me problem. I don't know if that's the right thing
Patches
to
is
do.
just so much more fun, you know?
Yeah, it is.
That's true.
fun
But I don't
doesn't
think it's
matter.
better.
I'm just gonna.
But
tell you
yeah, we
that.
don't talk about fun here.
Fun is irrelevant in this love. In this, what is this fun that you're talking about? We just want the victories, the stats. You know, give me the numbers. What is this fun shit? Get out.
I would share my stats with patches, but I reset too much. So you just gotta trust. Here's
I only reset patches. You know, like, but you gotta trust.
I mean,
it's really
Ethan
good.
High Rolls patches like no one.
Mr. Incredible would put him in S tier, probably.
for sure.
Oh, for sure he would. I know that
The
for a
only
fact.
recorded games I have on patches in the last month are 2 first places. And that means I didn't reset those games. So,
Gotta trust.
Can't put him high 80 for you.
yeah, you can just throw him somewhere in A. I don't care where. But if he's below
It
A,
is fine. I
Roll.
won't.
I would say mid to high to mid A is.
Okay, here's the
I think-
problem with patches. Is
I would-
that if you get no pirate,
Yeah.
you face top 8.
mm,
If any other hero, you don't get
Well,
a
you can
specific
hero
battle.
power for 3.
You can just
Yeah,
hero
you can
power.
Yeah, like
out of your
outside.
situation. You
Oh,
can
Get
get, like,
tokens.
even if you don't get pirates, you can just hero power and then buy
Yeah.
something relatively strong. And then you can get
Yeah.
pirates later on.
It's not as bad as it.
I'll put him
sounds.
before Malhouse. How about that? After Maeve.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I also put him
No.
after me.
I think
Alright.
it should be higher. I'm not okay with it.
I'm surprised.
It's
This
A
is
tier. It's A tier.
he
We're not-
really
we're not doing
higher?
orders.
Is he really higher than all those flexible heroes like Omu and
No, Patches has no
Battleground.
flexibility
Yes.
whatsoever.
I'm impressed. I
yeah, I
didn't.
think he's pretty similar to Malhouse, where you're not very flexible. You hit you.
I mean, I would
win
put
very
patches
hard
like
if you
high
don't hit.
B
You
even,
lose.
but
Yes,
Wow.
that's how
I'm
I
fine
feel,
with it.
Pocky. I'm a B. Yeah, but there's a lot of
Nah,
A
try.
lovers here, so I'm just like, all right.
at least. If
I
you put
prefer
it
to
in B,
put him B, but
Odd Dragon, what
everyone
do you
says
think?
he's
We haven't
good.
heard you chime in for like
Odd
2 heroes.
Odd Dragon is good. APM Pirates. Let's go.
Oh yeah, I play it, but I mean, I don't play patches that much.
A or B? That's
But A or
I'll put A.
All right.
or S.
A's
There's just a
fine.
lot
You
of time you triple, but you don't hit, and then it gets really awkward.
sure.
It
You got
depends on
patchwork.
what you have on board. Patchwork?
Yeah.
Just
Honestly,
60
Patchwork doesn't
health,
even feel
yeah.
that bad, honestly.
I actually think Patchwork is okay. Like not a
Yeah,
great
I will
hero.
put Patchwork on C tier myself. C tier sounds good.
He should be
He's in the-
next to Nazoth, right?
You start with like 63 health. It's like it's
he's
quite
in
a
the
lot.
5 to 8. He's in the 5 to 8.
But actually,
right?
is he
Yeah.
better than Eudora?
right?
I think it is, yes.
I would say so.
Maybe.
But you
Like-
guys will never pick him over Eudora. You just say like technically
I
he is
might.
better.
I
but
Nah, I think I
When
will
it
take
comes to
Patchwork over
really
Eudora.
picking
Like,
hero, you
Eudora
guys don't
isn't even
play
fun for
patches.
me personally.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
patchwork.
Depends on how my dude is
So
going.
often on Eudora.
You pick
Wait,
Eudora because it's
I've
more
never
fun,
seen
though,
you
not
guys
because
play
it's better.
patchwork on stream.
I
Stop
would-
lying, you hypocrite.
Hold up. For a
I
long
played
Actually,
time,
asked you and play it
recently,
once.
for
and
a
actually,
long
the
time, I was
first
the
place
only
in Kim
person that played Patchwork, and I did really well.
Okay, Patchwork is
And-
not a stream hero because it's boring, but he might be
Yeah.
better.
Yeah, that's so
It's
true.
not even that boring, come on. You can stay in tier 1, you can
But-
triple into Aviage, guys, and then you can get Mismation, and then you can level to tier 6 and then do some fun amalgam and stuff.
I've
It's
played
not boring at
Patchwork
all.
recently.
And also you can level very quickly too in general. Like, you don't even have to stay in tier 1, you can level quick. Like, how is that boring?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just
Some
go.
viewers, it's
Oh,
not as fun
okay.
as the randomness that comes out of something like Patches or Eudora or, you know, Panda.
Patchwork
A
is
lot
one
of
of the funnest heroes in the game. What are you talking
No,
about?
you can't say
yeah.
patchwork is not boring.
I just,
You just
I'm not
can't say.
saying it's
Arctuin
objectively
tried to
boring, I'm
convince
just saying
me,
from-
but I
from
was
a
just like
general
silent.
viewer's
I couldn't
point.
process it. How is he not boring? I don't get that argument.
He's saying because you can go up so fast
can
and you can do
level,
really
yeah,
interesting
you get
things
the
and
gold
things
to-
because
you
you
get
can
the
level
gold to
and
level.
then it's
Excitement.
interesting.
Like,
That's
you level
He's-
quickly, you need to survive.
interesting.
Yeah,
You're
right.
just leveling.
It's different. It's
Oh, it's not
obviously
interesting.
I don't think Eudora's like interesting either though. Like just because
Eudora
there's
is
a
interesting. It's like lottery. You're
Yeah,
open
it
to
is.
lottery.
Why
You
is it
love
like
to see the
passive?
golden one.
I get
See if you
that
get
You're
lucky
playing
or win.
scratchers,
Hey.
basically.
I get really, really excited when I go
Me
for my
too.
hero power, and then that feeling when it comes out, you know, it's just like you feel like you're gambling.
Really?
You just get this rush. I like it's so fun. It's so addicting. It's so bad.
And then you also get to discover 5-drop, you know? Or something.
But
yeah,
this
and then every
Flies
time I'm
is
like,
super
oh,
bad
why did
right
I
now,
do this
so
Oh,
to
I had a
myself?
patchwork game, guys. I played Brand Battlemaster, and it actually helped me to live on like 1 or 2 HP. I think
Yeah.
Hopper Bear saw it.
That's true.
And then I used
right?
like Argus and Strong Shell to buff those huge Battlemaster because I
Yeah,
had 1
you've
HP
got the
Oh,
on
Battle
Patchwork.
Master
I
Sentry
remember- I
with
do remember that,
Patchwork. It's so
actually.
insane, right? What a great hero. Yeah, I
I
definitely
actually
agree
got
with
it
that.
first.
remember-
It was so
I remember
funny.
early on in BG's like that used to be just like the broken
that
strategy.
was true. That was true, right? Like back in the day,
When BB was still playing Battlegrounds, you guys remember? He was like Battlemaster, Annulate. He called it Annulate.
oh yeah,
Annulate this
BB,
and
yeah,
that
for
all the
sure.
time.
Do you guys think? Do you guys think that Patrick should be moved to 60 health again?
Yes, give me more.
It honestly
Yes, that
would-
will be
but
great.
It would honestly be fine. Like
Yeah.
the hero wouldn't even be that broken. It'd probably still be mediocre. It's like, let's be honest.
Okay,
Yeah.
so-
More health
Yeah,
only
it's
gets
It's
you
going to
spread.
be problematic, that's for sure.
Too
Yeah,
much
more
time
health
on
only
this
gets you
playing
spread.
hero.
Yeah, to be
Oh,
honest,
shit,
it's
guys,
somewhere
enter-
in the
enter,
middle. So,
Sun's raffle. She's gifting a sub.
See, we seeing it or we being it?
C for
no,
me.
it
Alright.
has to be C.
I'm okay with C for sure. So,
Okay.
Yeah, C for me
Bottom
as
C
well.
or top C, guys?
it doesn't
It
matter.
doesn't really matter.
They're
It
all the
just-
Yeah.
Better
same.
than Sky Captain or worse?
Order
Like the
does
same.
not
Mid
matter
C.
because
It doesn't-
if we are
I
going
don't
to talk
know.
about Order, it's just gonna take too long.
Yeah, I'm too tired. It's like 3 a.m. for me.
Oh, we had to get through everything.
Rafam.
Oh,
then.
gosh, we're
Yes,
almost
you're
done.
fun, baby. Let's do this.
Rafam is
sucker.
like probably A, but I don't like
A.
playing Rafam.
I love
I
Rafam.
love
Still
Rafam.
love
I'm
Rafam
so-
right
yeah.
now.
Oh my
Rafam
God,
is
I
so
won.
good
You
for
know,
Gun Guardian.
Sungooders, right? You had this like this forum a while back, and it was like, "Are you happy if Rafam got deleted?" And I remember at that time, I was like, "Yes, delete Rafam." I didn't like Rafam, and now I come back and I'm like, "No, Rafam's my baby." You know, like I've changed 100%. Like Rafam's so great. So,
Rafam
yeah.
triple for tier 4 so easily and so like it's so free.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
very
I
efficient too.
actually skip Rafam every time, but that's
Dude,
a me thing.
I take
Sis.
Rafam like every time. Yeah. it's funny. Dude.
For me,
I think Rafam is better than Maiev 100%.
Yeah, that's for sure.
one
But
vendor.
Rafam is not
Yeah.
worthy of tier S.
Even though he
Like,
doesn't
it's not
have
a tier S
armor.
hero.
It's not tier S, but you know, it's
It's a high tier hero.
yeah, he's like
I
high
think
A
it's
or something.
like before Gallywix, somewhere there.
Like better than Gallywix?
Yeah.
better
Yeah,
than
yeah.
Lich?
Oh, really?
For me, yes.
Oh.
Nah,
Yeah,
it's
right
not
after
better
Lich
than
was
Lich.
out.
That is
I
better
like
than
Battleground
Battleground.
better.
I'd
Yeah,
probably
I like
take
Gallywix better for sure.
I'd probably take Rafam over both of those, but I'm biased. I know I'm
Yeah.
biased.
I don't know.
So I'm
I
just
also am a Rafam lover.
yeah. Straight bias here. I can see it in my eyes. So yeah, for sure.
He's my boy.
Yeah, he's my boy too.
I love Rafam.
Seems like
Is
you have
Rafam
lots
it's
of-
like everyone's comfort hero? Because like it's been
No,
in the
it's
game
not.
and it's been
No.
so
We
We have
good
the
for
most
so
gun with
long.
this hero.
When I pick Rafam, I actually want to kill myself.
Yeah, me too, Ethan. But at the same time, I understand
yeah,
it's a very good
When
hero.
I play Rafam, I'm like, yeah, let's go. You know, free Rafam game. It's what-
Literally.
You know, you can just relax. You know, it will be
You're
probably
just chilling,
good.
right? Yeah. Oh man, that's
I mean,
so
if you
funny.
pick Rafam, if you lose, it's not your fault, right?
If I
It's
get
At least
grief
that
Deathwing's
part
fault,
makes
yeah.
me
single turn,
comfortable.
I'm
All your points
automatically tilted the whole game. If I get grief one time, I'm just.
Oh, man.
If I get grief
Yeah,
all the
it's such a bad
time,
feeling,
at least
Ethan,
I can
to
say
get
to
griefed a
Chad
lot.
it's not my fault.
I get
Everything-
griefed and I'm like, whatever, you know. I'll just
Really, yeah.
like I always think you're throwing the game for yourself to grief me, and then they die. And then
But
I'm
if
like,
I
yeah.
steal something good, the feeling is so amazing.
Dude,
Oh, it's so
I
good.
had 2 Rafam games right today in the tournament, and both times I sold my my Murloc Tidehunter thing, and they gave me the Avenge, the imp something, whatever. And I was like, yes. And one of the times, dude, they had 2 minions. I didn't know what the hell they were doing. They had 2 minions. They gave me the 1/1 imp and the 1/1 demon. I'm like, what are you doing,
No,
dude?
it can't, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, what's going on here? but like it was like a free win right from that point. You just start the game with a 2/1 and a 1
Yeah.
and the EKM was like, what do you like?
A lot of the new players, they feel like if they play something, they will save HP. And a lot
Right.
of time they don't even save HP.
Right,
And sometimes it's
right.
like saving 1 HP. You should just like not play anything versus
Yeah, you should
Rafam.
definitely
Yeah,
grief the
turn one, you
Rafam.
should always
Yeah,
pull.
100% you should grief the
It
Rafam.
took me
But
a long
Okay,
time to
okay.
realize that.
Here, question. You get a Elemental turn 1. There's a
Yeah.
Rafam and a Scabs in the lobby, and you're not playing either of them turn 1. Do you hold?
It depends on who I'm playing against, but a good amount of the time I do. Yeah.
No.
Shanka will not
No, I
realize
would-
that I need
I was
to
thinking
Most of the
about
time,
it.
I don't even realize
I'm
that
playing
Rafam
that
is
side
wrong.
now.
Honestly, you should.
You really
because,
pay that much attention.
Yeah,
That's what we
yeah.
always thought.
Like, you usually
would
don't really pay
autopilot it.
attention. What you usually do
Really?
is you look at chat or something, and then you don't really know
You just
Yeah.
that
no.
there is Rafam
Okay.
and Scabs in your
Yeah.
lobby.
If it's in a tournament, I probably think about it.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
I think I hold a lot
Mhm.
of the time because there's a lot of heroes that you don't save health against playing a 2/2 turn 1, and there's a lot of heroes that will also not play a minion on turn 1, like Gallywix, obviously AFK. But if you keep it in like against like Alakir or Lich King or Grebo
Yeah.
You're gonna
or
lose anyways.
like you're gonna lose anyway. So like a lot of the time it's just better to hold turn 1.
That's
Yeah.
fair. It
But it-
depends on your matchup.
But it
If
just
you're gonna
depends.
lose
Yeah, it just depends
anyways.
on who else is in
But
there.
you feel really, really stupid if your opponent have an Alicat and you take 3
Yeah, that
damage on
feels
turn
super
1.
bad.
I feel so stupid, like especially when Chad like start asking you, "Hey, why are you not playing your minion?" Question mark. Like a lot of them start asking all together. It's so painful.
I see it. I see it so hard. Yeah, I got you. Oh man.
Okay, right? Yes.
Yeah, Rag. Rag
D.
used to
Rag
be
actually
playable.
Right
does
is actually
feel
not that
bad.
bad because people
Yeah,
play
it's
for
playable.
Avenge.
I'm okay
yeah,
with
Avenge
D.
being Avenge, you get so much. You
Nah,
farm your
D
hero
is
parts
way
with
too
that.
low. Come on, it has to be at least C tier. It's not that bad.
When
It
it's
feels weird.
bad, it's that bad. Like when it doesn't work
D.
out for you, you don't have a hero power and you die. It's just that bad. So
I think it's like right after Cat
Oh yeah, cat is C tier. Oh.
Cat is C.
because you don't have a hero power early, right? But your upside of
Is-
getting that hero power is also
Oh,
smaller.
but Cat can get free
Yeah,
golden
Rack is a pretty good
minions.
slow hero. Like, you get some
Instead-
stats and it's usually enough.
Yeah,
I'd
when
rather play
cat
Cat
is
than Rag.
C,
I would rather
I
play
also
Cat than
think
Rag.
Rag is better than Cat.
You think Rag's better than Cat?
It's around the same level.
Sure.
Okay,
so
but
that's-
just because I'm
Like,
curious,
if
Cat or
you're a
Rag?
will
Rag, you
always
finish the
pick
hero
Cat
power, you're
over
probably top
others.
3 a lot of the time. But if you're a Cat, a lot of
If
the time
you
you're
win.
like top 1,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's true.
Even though
I
the
just-
hero power is easier, it's like easier to stay alive till turn 6 or 7 instead of like Cat. You need to stay alive to turn 9 or 10.
9 or 10.
But the reward you get is also smaller.
Yeah, I mean, cat reward is insane because you
Yeah.
get the stats on the minions and they can be golden. Like,
Yeah, you just get a free 6. Like,
And also
yeah.
going max is just kind of bad right now. It's hard to win the game with max. I Rag a lot of times.
Why did they nerf Greasebot, dude? It's just I looked at the nerf and I'm just like, what's going on here?
Change so
Greasebot
much,
Greasebot
right?
two
is so
attack.
strong,
It
but it
shouldn't
feels
be
so
+1,
bad
+1.
when it's.
The 2-1 is the
attack.
correct buff number. I'm convinced of that
feel
right
like-
now.
Yeah, I still,
Yeah,
I
this
feel,
was
I
supposed
feel
to
like
go
you need to be
before.
able to buff mech health consistently somehow.
I think we have to report this to Blizzard's dev.
I feel like Greasebot
I
used to
need
be
to
way
know.
to go that low Mamar, and that's why
Yeah,
it
that,
got
I
Yeah,
agree.
nerfed.
It's definitely the low Armor abuse that's getting that thing nerfed, but it doesn't feel right. Like just looking at it and
They
seeing
should
like,
change
Yeah,
it
it
to
feels pretty bad.
3-5. Then I can get sniped by tank.
It's like when you have a full board of
They should
Divine
remove
Shield,
tank.
and you still don't want to pick
They should
Greasebot.
remove tank. I'm all aboard the fucking remove tank.
Don't plan
Tank-
things around
tank's
tank because if we're
fine.
planning things. No.
they should move minion damage to 1, dude. I've been saying this for like years at this point.
Tank-
It's like crazy.
Tank is really not that OP anymore.
It's
Now, even
not.
if
No,
I
it's
get double
not,
tank
yeah.
on Sneeze, I cannot get into top 4. It's
Yeah,
not
that's-
like an
it just-
automatic.
You will
It's
not as
usually
OP
get
as it was
into top 4,
before.
but question is, can you get
Sure.
top 2 or not? And you
I still
usually
think it's
cannot.
really I think that its spike is really
It's
toxic.
still just toxic though.
That point where it hits.
There's a
like,
lot of toxic things in this
turn
game.
5,
though,
6,
too,
7, 8. I
so-
just think it's really, really toxic when you
yeah,
face
but I
somebody who
wanna
has a tank
delete
on
the
those
toxic
turns.
things.
And then it falls
true.
off faster, but it
I
doesn't
agree with you.
change
I agree.
the impact it has in the middle of the game, and it just feels kind of bullshitty to me. I don't know.
I mean,
Yeah.
a strong tempo tier 4 minion is always going to be toxic because that minion is going to survive. You're going to take 4 damage, and your opponent is tier 4, that's 8 damage. You're always going to feel that way no matter if it's tank or if it's
tank is
Harbinger,
uniquely
or if it's
toxic
something
though.
else.
Like the other
Yeah, it's
tier
like another
4s
level. It's
Tank,
beyond
tank
toxic.
just like snipes your shit, and the fact that it's the highest health. Like think
Right.
about the times that you've lost your nest matron, and you're like, I have all these
Yeah,
low
you actually
health
have
shit,
to
and
play
you're like,
around
what
it
the-
nowadays. Like when you get some
Yeah.
gems, it's
You
always
need to
worth
use
it
the
to buff
gem
your
on that.
Matron out of tank range.
Or find a high HP minion or something.
Yeah, but it can
Uh,
be hard to find a high HP minion that early.
True, that you want to play and stuff. Yeah, for sure. I do agree it's a toxic minion, but yeah, it's in the game. We're used to it, that kind of thing. It got nerfed a little bit.
That's for
but-
another time, though. The
Yeah,
tank discussion.
Sure,
So
sure.
We have to finish this
Okay,
hero.
yeah, what's the next hero?
Let's
Yeah,
just
let's
let's just
finish
go
it.
really, really
Rag.
fast.
We have
Where's-
one more
where's
line to
Rag?
go.
Where's Rag going? I mean, Rag.
Right after Kaz, before
Going
Daryl.
into CTR.
Give him C, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
We got Rayquaza. No, wait, that's a Pokemon.
It's Educatedcollins.
Yes, I'm really bad with names. I just like mix them up really comfortably.
Rayquaza.
Akinishi, yeah.
I mean, I would put him in F, but it's probably like D or C. If
Yeah,
like,
it's a
Yeah,
D-tier
this hero
hero.
cannot
It's not
escape
F tier
D-tier.
Wolfie, but it's
D.
pretty bad.
Mhm.
Very, very, very low D.
Yeah,
Oh.
I would never pick it, but at
It's
the same
not
time,
high
I
F.
get- I get that like once you're on like Tavern 4, like 2 gold for like 4/4
Yeah,
is like
it's-
pretty reasonable.
It's not atrocious, but yeah, I don't pick this here. I agree with you.
What about Reno?
Ooh,
Reno?
Reno is a good one. I'm a simple
That's pretty
man.
A.
I see Morlocks.
A.
I see
Reno
Beams.
might
I
be
see
ass.
Pirates. I pick Reno.
I think Reno might be ass, guys.
Yes,
Eh?
Reno is a steal for me too.
Ooh, it's
I
not
don't
just
know.
right.
Such a solid
Whenever we
win
get a
condition.
golden Hagar,
It's
whenever we get
too
a golden
reliant
Blanc,
on the
it's
triple.
like an automatic win.
Yeah,
That's my
If
issue.
you go
Sometimes
warrior
you-
curve,
sometimes
you're
you
gonna get
don't-
a triple. Sometimes
don't
two.
always
You
get
don't
but
pick
triple
you-
on
you-
warrior
you-
curve.
you-
You
you
don't
roll
see
You
that.
just
that
level
sucker.
to tier 4 normally and
Yeah,
fight an
I
audience
agree
winning
with
too.
Roger again.
Arena is
Yeah,
so
you can-
flexible.
if you miss, you just go get a Nest Metron and the hero power it.
Yeah,
If
exactly.
you
You guys
miss,
make it. I mean, obviously,
Oh,
but
how
like,
you
you make
gonna-
it
how
sound
you
like it's
gonna
so easy
pick
to do it.
If you miss, then you're gonna lose a lot of tempo, right?
Yeah.
The thing is, this hero. I mean, I
You
saw
hero power for
Damage
tempo.
today. He missed like 2 times, 2 triples, and then he get an S matron. He still get first. Unlike
Yeah, but you
turn
have to hit an S
Yeah, like
matron. It's not
Reno's
that easy.
potential to get a first place.
No, you
is so
don't
good.
have to hit an S matron. You can hit Hogger and Mama Bear. You can hit like
So
tier 6
he-
minion, anything.
Exactly, you
He-
get so much options on Reno. Like,
If you're
Whatever
never
you
hitting
get,
a
it's
triple
going
in your
to be
entire
good.
game,
Reno
never
is the
going
best
to a
feeling in
good
the
minion
world,
entire
but
game,
it
you lose
just-
with any hero.
It just doesn't
just
feel
need to
like
get
it's
something.
that consistent.
Yeah, I don't think it's
it's
the
super
consistency.
consistent, Pocky, I'm gonna tell you. Like,
It's good.
Reno is going to have a good game
think
pretty much all the time.
Yeah, I still think it's still a consistent hero, but I think
Okay, but I'm
It's
saying
not
like I'm not
S.
I'm not
It's
arguing.
not
I just don't think it's
S.
S.
Yeah. Like that's
Yeah,
Like, I'm
sure,
still-
better
That's a
than
bit much.
Talents, you know, better than Maiev, but S?
yeah.
You can look at
Yeah.
it that way. S tier hero gives you good placements. It gives you MMR at some point, right? And Reno is
Yeah.
gonna give you a lot of MMR since you get a
Reno's
lot of
gonna
first
give you a
places.
decent
I
amount of
think
eights as well.
I think A tier.
On Reno,
I think
if you
Nah,
hit,
it's
you
kind
win.
of-
On other hero,
yeah,
you
Reno
hit,
is
you
actually
might
not
not
very
win.
common.
Right? On Reno, if you actually hit, you cannot lose most of the time.
True.
yeah, Reno.
I guess
does
we agree on this.
Is a win
And if
more
you're
here.
fucking up, you can hero power for like a tank or whatever.
Yeah.
You can still save a lot of MMR, which other
Yeah.
hero do not have that ability.
Yeah, but that doesn't make it
Exactly.
S
You
in
can
my opinion.
become a tempo hero, essentially, if you get a golden tank. And then you
Yeah,
get
but
top 4,
okay.
and
Or if
then
you
you can
get a
next game.
golden champion of your shard with your
Reno's
Avenged Sword
MMR
and stay
game is
alive.
going to be incredible, as long as you play Reno correctly, of course. So Reno is
So,
S tier for
I think-
sure for myself.
No, I mean I think A tier
think
you're
Reno's
gaining
better than
MMR
Panda.
consistently.
Worse than Mali.
I think the main issue is that you can miss on discovers, and you
Yeah.
can't
Yeah.
afford to push the level to find the unit
just-
that you want.
Yeah,
you
but then you just
die.
stay in tier 4, and
I'm
you
sure
hero
you
power
can
tier 4
afford it. You have like 5
until you're
armor
gonna bench
usually on
minion.
this hero. You
Okay,
just level to
but
4, you're
S2
not gonna die.
S2, don't you expect to win?
Like the thing, like it's exactly what
Like
Audrey is
win
saying.
first place.
If you miss, it's such a loss of tempo. Like you can still find a 4 to hero power, but because you're playing a slower leveling curve, you're
Yeah.
already behind. You probably already took damage because you're staying on 1 to triple. Then you miss. Then you have to spend a full turn just leveling with all 1-drops on 8 gold. So you take another
Mhm.
like 8 to 10 damage, and
And
then
you just
maybe
have
you
to
find a
hero power the first thing you see that gives you tempo, and you're like, yeah, I'm not winning with this. Like, that's
Now,
my
again-
feeling.
On the flip side, like XQN and Victor are saying, if you hit your triple, you automatically win the game because you're so far ahead. Like if you hit Nest
Yeah,
Matron,
so-
if you hit
Yeah.
Light Spawn, if you hit
Yeah.
Augur, you're so far ahead that you win.
Yeah.
But it's not consistent enough to be S, in my
Yep,
mind.
completely
It is
agree.
And how about you,
consistent.
Ethan? But I have been able to salvage my bad games in Reno. Like, whenever I don't hit a good discovery, I can just hero power a tempo minion, and I can get a top 4, and then I can just, like, take my
Yeah,
manas
but-
to inch or
but
something.
Salvaging for top 4 is not S tier for me.
It is a lot of it's a lot easier to hit a good minion on Reno than like hitting Terragos or Promo Drake all that together on Eudara. If Eudara you think is a pretty decent minion, then Reno is much
Really?
better than that.
I think it's easier to hit Promo Taric on Ysera than
No,
Yeah,
it's
I agree
not.
with
Agreed.
It's incredible.
No, it's not.
Okay, vote.
I think
votes.
so
This
too.
is votes.
either way.
This
I
is
would
votes.
just-
And
I would
Reno
just-
have armor,
yeah.
Eudara doesn't
I
even
would-
have
I would-
armor.
I would
So
just
Reno,
specify A.
you can actually push to 4 and then just actually find something.
Okay, it's votes. Audrey again. Reno S or A?
Hey.
XQN?
It's S for me.
Ethan?
A.
Collins?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with my
Bottom-
gut,
bottom mask.
which was A. But I'm understanding the S arguments though. But I'm gonna
Yeah,
go still
Victor-
stick to it. Victor's
Victor, you got
S,
S?
right? Yeah.
Let's say bottom
Yeah.
left, yeah.
A for me.
Hopper Bear?
It's A.
Then we have
Sun?
to put A.
Yeah, for me also like A.
Okay.
Yeah, A for me too.
Yeah, but I understand the
Yeah,
S tier
I
argument
understand.
here.
I do. Yeah, I
I mean,
understand.
we
the
all
argument.
know we all know the good feeling of hitting on Reno.
There's
but-
too many targets to hit now, it's the thing. You can't
Yeah,
Oh,
it just
really?
feels so consistent nowadays.
You
It's
just
okay.
count up
It's
the
alright.
tier 4 minion that you can
Now
actually
I'm
hero power. There's a
questioning
lot of them.
everything.
Yeah, no, I'm questioning
No, I
myself.
think just move it to S. Just move it to S.
No.
Yeah.
Hey, we
It's
said
fine.
it.
A
I'm
is
getting
fine.
really
A
tired.
is bad, you
fine.
know?
No, A isn't
high
bad.
A.
It's not
It's the
Okay.
top of
Yeah,
A.
he's
It's still
not a bad
good.
hero.
Okay.
Yeah, A is great.
Okay.
Like all the A
It's-
heroes, I'm happy to play.
I
Yeah.
just don't
That's
think I'm.
hard.
I just don't think I'm going.
But
to
I
the
like
game
the
being first.
argument.
Except for
I think the
Grable.
argument here is that even when you don't high roll as Reno, you have a lot of options for 4 as
Yeah,
well.
you
Like
can
right
top
now, there's
4,
just
yeah.
so many things
But
to
that
hero
doesn't make
power
it
at
doesn't make
5
it
Yeah.
S.
and
Yeah.
at 4.
Yeah,
No,
but if you do
if you can have a
correctly-
backup, then it makes it not just have a huge high roll
It's
potential,
a
but
grade
also be
A
consistent.
hero. I hear you.
So
I
that's
hear you.
no, Collins.
No. Hopper,
Yeah.
what I'm saying is that if I have an S tier
Yeah.
hero, I expect
Uh-huh.
to win the game. Period. And
Yeah.
Reno, I don't expect to win the game. I think I have a good chance. Like if I hit, I'm winning. But like if I'm doing the salvage thing, like that's what makes it A for me.
See, the damn problems that other people pick S tier
You're not
heroes
gonna
too.
get first place
That's-
every game and get like Lord Baroth either.
No,
What if
Yeah.
everyone
Get
just
first place
like
on every other game
messing
either. You're
around
acting
and your
against
bet
each
is
other.
always wrong, right?
But like
true,
you're in a
that
shitty
is-
lobby.
Not like S tier hero is always consistent. It's not like that.
True.
No one's
Uh,
always getting
Right.
first, but like
I think if I'm playing Hooktusk, Jandis, or Gallywix, and it's like 3 token lot, like 3 economy cards on one, I expect to get a first place before I
feel
even
you.
see my first shot.
I feel you.
yeah.
Honestly, I feel exactly the same way about Reno. If a lot
The
of
Reno
tokens
is
are
more
available, and if
flexible on
pirates
that.
Which
are
is
in
fine.
tone, I
So then you
expect
do the
tokens as
S.
well.
But the majority
Right,
of
yeah,
people
that's
voted
like a
A. So
community thing, yeah. So
Yeah,
I
but I
just think
switched my
that-
vote.
it's still
it's still
majority.
majority, yeah.
But
It's
no,
scabs.
but Sun also switched her vote.
Scabs.
Sun
Yeah,
switched
but
her vote.
also like now that I see Barrev on
no.
S tier, I can also
Yeah.
see Reno on S tier.
See, she's switching. She's
No,
switching it.
no.
She's
We're
switching
moving
it.
So
on.
here's the
Scabs.
thing, right? If you have like Hooktas in your hero choice, you
Mhm.
need to have the tokens, right? That's hard to achieve. But if
Mhm.
you have Reno in your lobby as your hero choice, you can always pick him, no matter what the tribal is. So even
Maybe
though the
we're
hero is
doing
more
this.
valuable,
That's,
At the beginning, we decided
even
we
though
were
the hero
rating
is more
things
valuable,
off of-
but he's
off
not
of
as
optimal
good as the
heroes.
optimal tribal for other heroes.
Yeah, but the tier list is optimal here, optimal tribes.
We decided
Yeah,
that at the
and with that
beginning. That's how we started
principle, I
rating
think
things from the very start.
Reno's
Was
worse.
the optimal tribes in?
Reno
Otherwise,
was
Okay. We spent way too long on this. Scabs.
Okay.
Let's scabs this sucker, please. Let's put him in S
Oh
and let's
my
get this
God.
sucker out of here.
Yeah.
I
This
hate
is ogre,
Scabs.
guys. This ogre guy F.
S, I think he's
Yes.
so annoying. He's so good.
I
Yeah.
played this
Yeah.
hero one time, and I got S.
You
and
can
I'm
put
like,
it
Sarah
high
can pick
F.
us
I think
Yeah.
I would put it in F.
I would
Honestly,
say
not F.
high, mid F. I don't know for Sorfang. Scabs is the worst
Oh.
ever. He's so annoying unless you're playing him. I
So
hate
he's
him.
ass, right? He's
Dude,
ass.
Can put him
Yeah,
S tier.
Scabs
hate him, but he's
S.
Put him S
Okay,
tier.
on
okay.
accident.
Is
Like
Scabs
playing this
better
hero
or
is so
worse than
stupid.
Jandis with 2 tokens? I think
Better.
he's
Jandis is
worse.
better. Jandis is better. That's for
Jandis
sure.
is
Jandis with
Yeah.
double tokens
Yeah.
better, I think.
But I
Yeah.
still think Scabs is S. Like I still think
Scabs
it's the top.
is so disgusting. It's so
Yeah.
flexible.
It's just worse than
And the high roll
the
potential is nuts.
Like he could get 4 armor too, or 5.
The amount of times I got like Falbot on turn 6 is gross. And also like all the triples, and then I steal a stupid fucking how's it called? Avenge unit from somebody, and they're crying, and it
Witchwood,
happens
or
against me, and I want to
whatever.
quit the game.
The amount of
So
times I
annoying.
see another Scabs on 3 with no triples and a Nest Matron, I'm like, are you this?
Annoying. I see it. Yeah, it's gotta be fun.
Ugh.
We got Shutterwalk. I feel Shutterwalk's also probably an S for me.
Hey.
Other work
S.
is problematic.
That's
like
How
the
about
that's what
tokens
I
are
did.
in, right?
That's what I
It's
did.
not consistent enough to be a tier for me
Other walk is
personally.
it's not very consistent. I agree with that. It's
I guess my issue
think
is
it's
that
going to be
I always hit the tokens. Like
Yeah, I don't see
No,
what
it's
the
not
problem
about
is.
you getting
Just hit the
token. You can get a
Even-
token, you can high roll, you can get 3 tier 6 minion, you will still not make top 4 sometime.
Well, that's
If you're
not
facing
me.
a Jandis who's
What?
running
That's
Murloc,
not me.
and then you get a golden field bat, you will still
Yeah,
lose.
you give me
That seems
3 tier
super
6s, I
rare.
win every game.
That seems
like,
so
I'm
rare.
telling
No,
Like
you're not.
obviously it can happen sometimes, but
I don't know. The armor's nuts. S
Yeah,
is
you-
very.
I think
obvious to me.
You're
it's
guaranteed
ideal
to
trap.
start the
With
game
ideal trap.
around like 15 to 20, but then there's a lot of tribal that can actually counter your tier 6 minion strategy.
Dude, I
Man,
play
yeah,
tier
like,
6s
you
all
can
day.
actually
I
This is like
disagree.
a lot of Shadowrock feels super bad.
Dude, S has like Shada has been like considered to be like the best hero for so long. I feel like you're thinking about like your bad games. No.
Yeah.
But it happens
you
very
can miss-
often, actually.
You can miss on any
Yes,
of
it
those
is so
heroes
often that you
sometimes.
don't get
Yeah.
Because you have lower
Shadowrock
HP.
cards.
compared to like Hooktas or Gallywix.
You have more HP.
After you high roll, you
get
have
7
around
HP.
15 to 20 and most. And if you have a bad matchup, you die.
No.
The reason he's saying is you have lower HP because you have to sacrifice
yeah.
health to hero power, right?
Yeah, you always
Yes.
end up at like 20 HP after.
I think
Yeah.
he is a tier 1, but he's like a lower tier 1 compared to Gendis.
So XQN and Victor like Shada
minus.
less than Reno.
Okay,
Yes,
here's
I will pick
also
Reno.
here's the
Yeah,
deal.
apparently.
I will definitely do that.
Because
Okay.
Gendis,
Wait,
after he
double
get a 3, like Gendis can get 3 tier 6 as well. Do you guys realize that? The
Yeah.
same
Janice
condition
is
as
so much
Shadowwalk.
better than a Shadowwalk when I
And
get
then
a
Gendis
Oh,
do have a
it's not the
hero
same
power
condition.
that can
But Gendis
constantly make her
continuously
more
do things.
invincible in the
It's
late
not the
game.
same
And
condition.
Shadowwalk can do that.
Shadowwalk, you can get them on turn 6. You can't do that with Jandis.
Yeah, you can get it on tier 6. You beat people and they take 15, but that doesn't make you a
can
first
get- no,
place.
turn 6, 8 golds. You can only do that with Shadowwalk. Get 3 6s
Yeah.
for 4
Yeah.
sixes.
That's true.
It's
Yeah,
super
but you
good
can
to get
really-
a lot of tier 6s
you can
early,
get
but
it
what if
one
you
turn
don't get
later
mid
with
items?
Jandis.
What if
But
your
that's
tier
not the
1
point.
roll is
You
bad?
can't
Then
even
what
get
do
them
you
one
do?
turn later. You have to get them 2 turns later as Jandis. And
But
No,
then
it's one
if you
turn.
do it on Jandis, you're also super low HP.
Yeah, if you wait to take 6s as Jandis, you're at the same health and you get them a turn later.
But
Yeah,
you don't
the
always
later
take that
turn
line
matters.
with Jandis, though.
Yeah.
Jandis can
Usually on
utilize
Jandis,
tier
you
5
can-
you go for
better.
tier
You can
5s,
get
and if you hit
4s on
you
There's
go for
just
tier
no way
6s.
Shadowwalk is better than Jandis ever.
You
No,
can also
I
take
agree.
Yeah,
5
I
from
agree.
I'm
Shada.
not saying Shadowwalk's
No one's
better,
saying
but
So if
like they
Jandis
can
is
both still be
tier
S.
1, then Shadowwalk should be bottom tier 1.
Sure, like S minus is fine. I don't care.
Okay,
Like,
8.
it's still S to me.
Yeah,
Like-
I think it's still a top 10 hero
Yeah.
with perfect tribes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely top
Okay,
10 hero.
wait, vote then. Votes
I'm not
quick.
saying he's like a B tier
Twitter.
hero. I'm just saying he's vulnerable as a tier S.
Okay,
Yeah,
of course
sure.
he's
Yeah,
vulnerable.
Yeah, I mean, but that's
Vulner-
still
okay,
S.
you can go to vulnerable tier S.
Yeah, sure, whatever. It's the same bracket to me.
You're S
We can make
minus.
another category S and
I'm
then
not.
vulnerable
I'm
tier
not
S.
doing more categories. I'm tired.
Okay.
We got Sneeds.
Sneed
Wait,
has
wait. Are we decided on
Silas is
Shadowwalk?
the first.
Yeah, Shadowwalk's
like
an S sucker.
just like the lower end of it.
The sucker Shadowwalk S. It's fine. We're good.
Okay, Staka S.
Alright.
Silas. Silas was an interesting one for sure.
We're Sneeds, right? Not Silas.
Yeah, that's
Sneed?
Yeah.
For me, it's Silas first. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
Silas
Yeah.
for me too.
Silas alphabetically. should
Sure,
be
whatever.
Doesn't matter.
I
Let's just
move
talk
them
about Silas.
around. Who cares? Let's go Silas.
first. Anyway,
Like C,
Solid B for me.
but I don't play him anymore.
Might even be bottom
Yeah,
A.
Silas is not good enough to
I
be
would
A
put-
tier.
I would put him B probably.
B's
Yeah, it's a
fine
good
to
B
me.
tier.
Yeah, B's
Honestly,
fine.
I like Silas a little bit more than Melhouse, but
That's
Oh,
insane to
no,
me.
wait, that's crazy.
Actually,
Eh,
That's actually so insane.
I
I
could be
almost
wrong, I could
want
be
to
wrong.
unsub Victor. Like that's how crazy that is. Just kidding. Just
Yeah,
kidding.
it's
Alright,
is Silas
whatever.
better than Alakir?
It doesn't really matter, Victor. You
Yeah.
should not care about order. It's like
Yeah.
Okay,
it's
that's the
around there.
second time you say that. I will not do that again. All right, let's just. move
I
on.
care about it, but I think we're all
Let's-
just getting tired.
Alright, Sneed.
Sneed, I think
It's
is
in
B
the
tier for me.
roster.
Like it's almost good enough to be A tier, but not having armor is pretty bad. So B tier it is.
Yeah, I would put it A. I think
Sneeze.
Sneed is probably A to me.
the hero is really
I've
good
been
at.
missing
that-
so hard with Sneeze. I almost want to put
Mm.
him like C tier.
Yeah, I don't know.
Really?
I've also had
I
really
hate
bad
Sneed.
games with him.
Whenever I play Sneed, I'm having difficulties getting a first place, and not only that, I'm feeling very fragile too. It's like I lose a lot
Very,
of
very
HP.
fragile. You start a game with
Yeah,
30
it
and
is.
most. on
C
tier
is
3.
ridiculous. I know that for sure.
Because you're taking damage
yeah.
on the 6 coin turn, which is usually a lot of damage.
For me, it's
What
B
turn-
or
what turn you
low
played
A.
Sneed?
Am I happy
Like the
playing
turn you
Sneeds?
level to tier 3, you're gonna take damage. The turn you level to tier 4, you very possibly take damage. And after that, whether hitting an Avenge Minion or not is pure RNG.
I mean, it depends on the hero power, you know, whether you take damage or not. That's how I feel. Like, oh yeah, like I high rolled some of these fights, and you just
Pretty
like,
high variance. this hero
yeah,
with all
that's
armor.
the issue,
Yeah.
right? Like, it could be anywhere from like
Pretty high
36 to like 22, and that's maybe the issue where you get those low roll games, and you're just like, well, I'm already like having to play defensively already, and the game just started, yeah. So it's a bit weird.
I don't know. You can go into poison scam with like spores and self.
Yeah. Poison scam's stupid, and then Mechano Tank is still super stupid with this hero. So, and Avenge is also super stupid, right? Like, could you just
read them?
You add procs? Yeah, it's like so dumb.
It's quite hard to get first with this hero.
Exactly. Pretty much only way to get first on Sneed is to get Nismage level to tier 6 from Malgadons. Even Light Spawn is too slow on Sneed. I don't really know about you, but I'm not having
It's like the same problem with Akat's Amarak. When you buff like the early cure minion, it's hard to sell them, you know? You have this tier 2 minion with 2 proc on Avenge, you don't really want to sell them sometimes.
Just keep them for a while.
I've had 2 separate occasions where I take a turn 9 light spawn as Sneed and win the game.
Yeah.
It's like considerably later than I would ever take light spawn on any hero.
I honestly face a lot of Sneeds that have light spawn, and it's never good enough. Like, it's almost like light spawn is too slow on Sneed for some reason. I mean, that's my experience.
You know,
it's that decision when you change your elemental with the Avenge card, right? Like I said, if you have the tier 2 minion with 2 procs, when do you exactly to change that to your elemental? That's a super hard decision to make a lot of times.
Yeah. It's hard to find the right milk balance to win and not kill yourself. So I mean, it's maybe just the opponent's not playing it well, but I do think the Sneeze has that advantage of just like adding Avenge procs for free, where you can really abuse the hero, and just like this, like once you get to tier 5 and you just have like tier 5 or tier 6 minions that are coming out of your hero power that you can stack every turn. It's like so stupid, right? Where you barely win a fight and you hit people for like 26 and you're just like, bye-bye. And it's just like, I don't know. It just seems so wrong to me. I hate this. This is probably one of my most hated heroes on a fundamental level, because it does everything I hate about the game.
It's unfair.
It does everything I hate about the game. So I don't know. I hate this hero, but I do admit that it does have win conditions, and it does do it well when you get it to proc. So I wouldn't.
Honestly, I feel like the best win condition for this hero is when you hit a building green thumb on turn 4. It's just like so hard to lose.
Some Avenge unit that scales, for sure.
Yeah, but I think B is the lowest it can be.
I'm B or A. C is ridiculous. B or A is.
I think he's next to Flurigo and Mutanus.
Yeah, sure.
I can see B.
Put him.
Sure.
Yeah,
sure.
That's fine. Yeah, I'd go A, but I'm fine with B.
All right, Toki.
You're toxic if you put him on.
Toki is trash. My last 2 Toki games were first. Still trash.
Wait. Hold up.
We're on Tess.
Wait, did we pass Tess?
Okay, Tess, sure. I move him around in my head, so
Tess is like D.
C for me.
Tess, I love Tess.
I love playing
would love
Tess.
to get this over with.
I think Tess best love is Demon plus a lot of tokens.
I would just put Tess in like D, to be honest.
Yeah, you kind of
I would say C or D, not F.
I would put B.
No way.
You need demons with her in, kind of.
I will honestly put Tess on B as well. Tess feels pretty good.
And like
now that there is caps as well.
Yeah.
Like high C or something.
I cannot translate all of the words. Where are we doing? C? Or wait, what's going on here?
I think
it's going to be C, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
It's definitely better than stuff like Nazoth. It's for sure better than Nazoth.
Yeah, that's
it's in C.
It's in C. Just C.
All right.
I would also pick Tess over Silas, but it's I guess preference at that point.
Yeah, that sounds crazy.
Sure, that sounds crazy to me.
Let's put her before Darrow, because Darrow suck.
Okay, so then.
Okay.
I can't believe Daryl's in C, bro.
What? Daryl's in B? What? Daryl's in B? What? I never put Daryl in C. What? Daryl's in
we did put Daryl in C.
Victor put it in C.
I didn't.
We agreed on that one.
We did
agree on it.
But
he's a perfect rural hero. He's in the perfect middle ground.
Yeah,
I hate it.
But
I hate it so much.
four of us like him in B. So.
Yeah. What?
Okay,
we
I'm just
have to
gonna
keep
move
in
him
C for the
up.
greater good.
in
Why is
front of,
Daryl in C? Why I have him
It
in B
sounds
at
so
the top
crazy.
of B?
Yeah, I think
Yeah, I agree.
No,
I
no,
wouldn't
no,
put it
no.
in B. I wouldn't put it in C.
But
Before
we're
Cat,
past
that's
Daryl.
it,
It's
that's
fine.
it.
It's fine. It's fine.
Okay, maybe we can have like a small discussion on heroes that we think are like really out of
Yeah,
place
we can.
at the
Yeah,
end
we can
of
look at it
everything.
after. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tomorrow,
have
yeah.
different
We have-
ratings.
We have
I-
7, 8 heroes to go.
Yes,
This is-
Yasharj?
Wait, what? That's
Yeah,
like
Shar
the
in
last one.
charge.
Yashraj?
Yashraj?
Oh wait.
Okay, I
Yashraj?
can't even
Why?
talk about the hero because I hate the hero.
Wait, we skipped Toki though.
Yeah, we're at
We
Toki.
skipped
Oh,
so
I
we
many
didn't
did?
get
heroes.
to her.
Oh, I thought Yashraj is before. Oh wait.
Yeah,
I'm just
Sharaj
looking
is
at
Victor's
why. It's not even
I'm
We're
looking
not
at
seeing
okay,
different
okay.
things right
Look,
now. Let's
I'm
just
looking at
like pick
Victor's
whatever.
list, and he has
Whatever
Yashraj
hero.
first.
Toki.
It doesn't matter. Let's go, Yashraj.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter.
Just move on. Yes. What do we pick? Yashraj.
Yashraj
Sure,
is actually
whatever.
decent.
It,
Okay.
Yashraj is like a Nostormu tier for me.
Sure.
He's
Same.
pretty decent.
I think it's better
Yashraj
than
I would
B.
say
There's
C
a-
tier.
COB.
I don't like it.
I would say
B.
C.
Too high
I
for me.
wouldn't say B.
Yeah, for me it would be F, unplayable. But I know I'm
No
an outlier.
way.
no, it's
Yeah,
No,
not.
I promise you. No matter
Because
how
you just
good my
always
game
get the
looks,
worst
Literally getting a
thing.
high tier minion for
I promise
I'll-
you. No, I
You
promise you.
can
No matter how
see-
good my game looks, I always get a 6th place. Like guaranteed. to. Like it's always
Me
minus
too.
80 MMR,
I think that's
guaranteed.
Wow.
I could be high rolling out of my mind, and then I just get 6th place. Like the hero's curse for me. It's an F.
I would honestly put it D, but like the theory person in me says that like getting a minion for 2 gold is like Probably-
it's
Yeah,
basically
that's-
scab.
You can
It's
also
basically
stay
It's
on
not
scab.
Origin,
scary,
right?
they're just good.
How can you say
Maybe
You
you're
go a
leveling too
different
hard.
curve, you level faster, you get more high tier minions. If
but you
your
can
life is
also-
very bad, then
You can also
then
play
you
like
don't hit.
Eve Curve or something.
I know
Or
me
you just stay
curve
tier
it.
1.
It's a high variance medium hero. Like
yeah.
Taz.
So, I mean,
That's
I
what
just
I'm
there's
saying.
no way
I
it's
played-
D though for me.
I've played every curve with this hero. It's 6th place every
Really?
time.
That's just you.
I think we kind of mostly all said C though.
Yeah, you can just throw wherever.
Yeah.
So you just put it
I'll pick
somewhere
this
in
hero
C.
over Cat and Daryl.
I don't
almost
care.
I
all.
get
Oh
no
my-
over Nurse though.
oh
I
my
would put it. I would also
Daryl.
pick it over Cat and Daryl.
That's so
Yes.
insane.
Are you crazy? You're gonna
Daryl.
play Daryl over
Yes,
this? Like,
yes,
you get a
yeah,
random
yes.
excitement every turn.
What?
You
Yeah.
couldn't. You
I
couldn't pay
play
me
Daryl over
enough
most of
money to
these
play.
suckers, dude. They all. What? Daryl's so like safe. Like I'm okay. I'm
Okay,
skipping
let's
the
put him
battle.
after Daryl.
Whatever.
Then.
Whatever. C is
Ooh,
fine.
Daryl.
He is fine. Like after Daryl. Okay.
Daryl is
Ooh.
B. I still have Daryl in B.
Ooh.
Like I don't understand.
When we
guys.
just start talking about Daryl, everyone was shit talking about Daryl.
I
Now we
wasn't.
actually
I
put him
was
in C,
not.
and now you guys are not happy
Dude,
again.
I was defending
never-
You
Daryl.
guys didn't sound like this
100%.
when we mentioned Daryl for the first time. I swear.
Yeah, always put Daryl.
He did. We just took a vote.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Next year.
Okay.
We're
next
at
zero.
Toki, right?
Toki,
Toki.
unplayable trash. I
F?
think.
E.
What? I think it's
I
F
like
for
I
me.
said,
Honestly, pretty good right now.
Like
I
I
will put
said,
it on
I
B.
like-
How he have a huge ton of armor?
Wow,
Okay,
that
so-
was
Yeah, Toki
And
usually
then she
gets
has
a
a
lot of armor.
detonated curve.
that range from B to F. That's crazy.
I have no idea. I don't play this hero anymore. This used to be my top like 3 hero. Way
think
back
Toki
in the
and
day,
Yashraj
right? But
is
now it's
pretty
just like
similar.
get me out of here.
Really?
Oh, I'd take Toki over your Sarge
That's
every time.
crazy. That's actually crazy because I actually, like I said, my last 2 Toki games firsts. My last 80 Yashraj games 6th.
I actually think Toki's pretty playable right now. Like I like it a lot. And
Yeah,
especially-
Toki is very playable. You can do a lot for Toki's hero power right now, since if you get Avenge Mina early, which you usually
Yeah.
do, since the hero power for tier 4 is a lot. And then
Okay,
if you
I've
get some
never
extra
got
economy,
Avenge
you can
Mina
use your
early.
hero
Yeah,
power
that's the
to...
issue.
Yes, I've never got Avenge
It's
Mini
super
early.
high variance. Like giga high variance.
Even if you
Like-
don't get an Avenge tier 4 minion, you still
I
are
think
getting a
4
tier
is
4.
really good on
No,
Which
you
is
could get
pretty
you could
good.
get a good Terran 4 unit like an Avenge or Peggy, or you could get Necrolite. You know what I mean? Like, and then you're like,
Necrolite's
okay,
you
plus
get,
2
like,
plus
the
2,
4-3
baby.
Death
Let's
Rattle
go,
form?
like, yeah.
or Bonker.
no, I get on average that it's like a slightly better than a 4-drop, but like you could still, it feels like
Okay.
like you don't have a hero power.
Do you like Toki more than George, for example?
There's
Oh,
no
no
way.
way.
There's actually, if anyone says yes,
No,
I
there's
gotta
no.
leave.
No, Toki's
I
worse
just
than
gotta
George,
leave.
isn't
And
it?
George is in C.
Yeah, but I don't think George should be in C either. So.
Yeah, that's like
I used to
What is
think
the issue
George
with
is a
you,
lot
like-
better, but George actually just gave me trash result.
Yeah, it's same for me, Victor. I think if I face
At
a
least
choice
Toki
between
have
Taki
a
and
curve
George, I'm
and
gonna
have a
pick
general
Taki.
plan.
There's no
Damn.
way you take Toki over
But-
George with cool parts.
All that tells me is okay. Toki maybe C, but I'm even then. Like, don't even see it.
Somewhere.
I wouldn't take Toki over a Mukla or Edwin with good tribals. I can say that for sure.
Maybe over Mukla, but definitely not over Edwin.
Where's Mukla? Where did I put Mukla?
Mukla is like
Oh, it's
C
in
tier on
C,
Victor's
yeah,
tier
yeah,
list.
Mukla is
C
right
tier.
after Edwin.
Yeah, C tier. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait,
I think
Edwin's
Toki-
in B. Wait, what?
Edwin is,
No, Edwin
I
is-
have Edwin C.
C.
Okay, guys,
Oh.
Toki or Cat? Probably,
Okay, I
probably
gotta move
Toki,
that.
right? Toki is a
I
little
would-
stronger.
Yeah,
Close.
pick Toki over Cat. But
I would pick Cat. I
It
think
really
over
depends.
Toki.
I think Toki actually benefits from pirates a lot, so if pirates are not present, then Cat might be better.
Okay, well, we're assuming that they.
Yeah, for
this
me, it's
track-
Pirate and Killboars. Those are
sure, so
snowball
Pirate Killboard,
tribals that really benefit Toki.
I like elementals in too, but that's just because I love hitting light spawn early.
Yeah.
So C? Is that what I'm hearing? This is what I'm hearing.
C.
Yeah.
Yes.
Medium C.
Syndra goes.
Cindy's F.
I already put Cindy
Yeah.
enough.
Oh, I have Sindra Gosa on
Me
D.
too.
But that's because
What?
Shady would defend it. I remember. But
Yeah.
That's
You're
fine.
influenced.
Creative differences.
Yeah, I
What's
put her on
next?
D. She's not
Okay.
terrible. She's
Yeah.
really not terrible.
She's
She's
awful.
a good hero to get a 5th place.
No, she's
Is Yogg next?
I mean, I guess
Yes.
that's make her.
I'm
pretty
very
bad.
biased. I'm gonna tell you, I probably play the most Yogg out of all of everybody here combined.
I never
Probably.
picked Yogg,
Yeah,
but
like,
I know
I've
it's okay.
Yogg's like in my maybe like top 3 played. So it's like
But what's your win rate though?
it's
Yeah.
it's
Yogg is
not
the only
horrible.
hero
Pulled
that
out.
starts in the battleground, never get nerfed, never get removed, and never get buffed.
Yeah, it's never changed.
Yeah.
Wait, Jen is too.
Actually, Rafa,
Yogg-
Rafa
Yogg-
is
Yogg
some
is-
sort of
Yogg
kind
an
of hero,
A tier?
right?
So
Eh,
Yogg is probably a B for me.
yeah, Yogg is probably a B. I think A is a
I'd
little
say
too
B.
much. Like that's Rafant, you know. Like I mean,
Yogg is,
Yogg is never A.
Yogg is honestly B tier for me.
That's
so I'm kind of
Rafa, that's my
shocked.
boy.
I think Yogg and
It's
Nocturno
your
is pretty
argument.
similar in terms of power.
Don't put
You know
Yogg
what
next
I'm
to my
gonna say.
boy.
I'm okay with B as the representative Yogg player. I think that's
Yeah, I don't play enough Yogg to have any strong feelings.
I don't like taking it, but when I
Yogg
take
is
it,
pretty
it's like-
good because you can stay on tier 1 and actually just go avenge, and then your minion will be bigger,
I
a little
rarely
stronger.
stay on
You have
1.
more HP. Yeah, staying on 1 with Yogg is actually a real strat. No,
So you know what's interesting here? It's like if I was making my own tier list, there's no way in hell Yogg is ever B tier. But then I look at like this one and I'm like, well, it's B.
are you saying this tier list is bad?
It's just not how I pick.
This tier list is representative of all of our collective experiences.
I mean, let's be
Which
real. There's a lot of bad
collectively is
heroes.
bad.
Right? Tier F and tier D, it basically doesn't exist. You never pick those. So being on
Man.
tier B is already pretty bad.
I have an issue with Yogg on B.
Well, what's the
Yeah,
issue?
it's
Yeah, me
Too
too.
high.
Sometimes.
It's too
Actually,
high.
for me,
It is
Yogg
a bit
is
high.
C tier. So
Really?
I
Yogg,
don't
Yogg,
know.
Yogg
Actually,
deserves
you're
to be
right.
a
I feel
B.
like Yogg is like Lich King kind of hero.
No,
Yeah.
no,
They should be
Yogg's way
together.
better.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Isn't
but-
it
Yeah,
Yogg
the
like
same
so much as
feeling I'm
Yashua?
getting.
Maybe I'm
There's
just
no way
biased.
Yogg is better than Edwin and like Mukla and Daryl.
Yes, he is. Do that.
And George.
Oh,
No
man.
way.
Yeah, okay, sure, whatever.
I don't know. Yeah, it's just
Everyone
it's just
hates
weird.
on Yogg, and I never get it. I'm like, Yogg is perfectly good. Like, win
I
all
would
the time with Yogg. I played Yogg today on the
Tyler.
tournament. I think I got the 3rd or something. Yeah, it was
You
fun.
know what's important? Like confidence on heroes, I've noticed. Like when I'm not confident, play like RS.
Yes, that is
and maybe
true.
that too.
Confidence is super important in this game. Just generally, like your mindset is, I would say, is more important
Yeah.
than
But
even.
you really don't want to be overconfident. There's a lot of time I play like Hooktas and Jandis, and then I'm just
You're
like,
like,
oh, I
yeah,
already
sure.
win. Don't
Yeah.
don't like think about the plays too
Sure.
much. But then I miss a lot of things.
Yeah, that's true.
Mindset and confidence are a little bit different. Like you can, You can be having a good day and play bad heroes that you're not confident in and do well, right? Because you have the mindset to stabilize and do well. And you can have a tilted day, you get your favorite hero and you're like, yeah, this is my favorite hero. You still get 8th because you're just throwing the games like in your head before you even play them. So
Yeah, 100% agree.
it's definitely a mental
I
thing.
think
a
what
lot
I'm
of the
saying,
time.
just try to like not autopilot the good heroes, even though
Sure.
you feel like you have
Sure,
practiced
sure.
enough.
Yeah.
Theoretically, you should autopilot ever, but
Nah, dude,
Okay,
we
I
play
think
too
we-
much to not
We
autopilot.
have
I'm
5
telling
more
you.
heroes, guys.
We kind of
Lord
agreed
of-
on C.
yeah,
I'm-
C's fine.
Oh, dude, I'm a beer. But,
Collins.
dude, I can't fine, whatever. I will get you. It's so wrong.
Collins, we have 5 more.
Okay, fine.
What about
Almost
Collins?
there.
Yes, Sarah. Yes, Sarah. Let's. What do you guys think about her?
Sarah
Is that
has-
is just
Yeah.
S tier and that's it?
Yeah,
think
A
it's
or
No need to
S.
think about it.
I think
I wouldn't
she's
say
so
S.
high
I would say
variance
A.
though. Yeah, like I think she's too
I think
high
if
variance
Sarah-
for S.
Yeah. If you
It was
look at
Very,
look at
very high
results-
A tier.
if you look
Sarah
at
is
results,
high variance.
Sarah has the highest first place rate by a lot. But
Yeah.
then if you compare other like top heroes, Sarah has like 3 times the 8th place rate,
Yeah,
which is like
it's just
very considerable.
it's just too much variance. I think to be S.
I like
but-
Eudara and patches
Teenagers
belong
are
together.
right.
Maybe even after patches.
No,
I don't know.
patches.
But I will always say
There is no
Eudara
way
over
that patches
patches
is gonna say
because
it's not
Eudara is
happening.
easier. I don't like to
Eudara-
think patches have to calculate a gold. Eudara I can just level to 3, so
Yeah,
It's
a
Sarah,
lot
if you look
easier.
at the stats, has a 25% first place rate and a 22% 8th place rate.
That's
Okay,
not
but
that
there are a lot
insane.
of bad players for you, Zara.
Right. So this is like top 1%, so 10k plus, but that's still when you're
Still
considering
bad.
the grand scheme of things,
10K.
Damn,
It's
dude,
not like-
don't do that. Dude, you
not
yeah,
like actually
that's
bad.
so
So
many
we're
people.
We're
Right, like,
talking about
Eudara,
like
you don't
top,
think that
we're
much.
talking about, like, top players. We're thinking about like top 50 leaderboard players generally, like
Yeah.
players that play around that level. So like 10k, while it's still good, you have to consider like the win rate will definitely be
A lot
you won't have-
worse.
you won't have that many 8th places when you move up even like 1,000 MMR.
Yeah, you
Right.
don't have room to make mistakes on your Zara. Once you
Yeah,
take
it's
too much
good.
damage, you're dead. So
Okay,
you have to
but-
play it
okay.
optimally.
There is a point for if you consider the stats. So this is something I talk about a lot, right? When you look at HS replay, like there's a difference in difficulty heroes. So like Gallywix is way more underrated, even on top percent,
Yeah.
because it's a difficult hero.
Yeah,
Sarah's
for sure.
that hard.
Right.
know,
Sarah
Like,
almost
you
plays
said, like,
itself
a little
regardless.
brain dead. So like as much as you're like, oh yeah, 1,000 more MMR, 2,000 more MMR than HS replay top 1%, like it's not going to be
Yeah.
like, oh well, now
Yeah,
it's only got an 8% eighth place rate. Like no, it's still going to be pretty fucking
think-
hot.
Yeah, I think the main things that like you say specifically would do differently depending on the player is like, do you Chief curve with Chroma Wing, which I think is generally not very good right now.
Dude,
Do
I
you
feel like
try-
it's
Well,
so
do
much
you-
better.
I do that
Do you-
all the time.
Really? I
Love
think it's
it.
way
Yeah,
worse than
I like
the
it
other.
so much more
I did
than
that
3 on
twice
3.
just today too, and I both second.
I think
That's
think
what I
3 on
do
3 is
always.
always
And my
better.
win rate is insane on Eudara, and I feel like it's
I
a
like
lot
the
better than
Jeeve
3
as
on
well.
3.
Yeah, I like the Jeeve as well.
I think
'cause-
3 on 3 is just correct most of the time.
Yeah,
No.
I think it's always. I think it's always correct.
I think
It
it's
depends on the
almost
one.
always wrong.
Yeah, like,
Like
giant
double
combo
award
wing.
and Chroma Wing, what does it even give you? Like you get double
They
award
give
and
you a
Chroma Wing
shot to
instead of
triple into a
30
4 and
dragons.
hit a promo Drake. That's
no,
it.
you don't even
But is it
triple with
even
it.
good to triple it? It's not.
Give you
No,
like
I don't
more
triple it.
HP, maybe.
You don't use it for triple, you use it to save health.
Yeah.
And you like most of the times you can with Chroma Wing start with token, you can just go to 4 and not very like pretty often you still have 30 health then. And then you get like the shooter dragon and you're stabilized already.
You either go to 4
No, you
or
never pick the shooter dragon to stabilize. That's the
Yeah,
number one.
yeah,
No,
no.
no, the 3/5, the shooter. You
Yeah,
don't
the
dragon
3-5. I know that's the number one mistake. You don't pick it
You,
until like turn 12.
attack.
No, you don't pick it.
you're
You're
only
wasting your skilling potential. You do not pick it.
Oh,
You're
you
saying
pick it
you're
for sure. Like when I
No,
roll
you're
it,
kidding.
of course you buy it.
Just roll it. Don't buy it. Don't buy
Nah.
anything
Wait,
except the
what?
promo and
Are you gonna get
if you go
last
if you
more?
go 3-on-3, you can't
Oh,
buy
that's actually the
the
ultimate play. Don't believe me, whatever.
if you go 3-on-3, you can't buy the 3-5, right? Because you don't have the drumness for it. But if you have the chroma wing, then you can, right? You have two what 8
Yeah, then
threes,
maybe
right?
if you have a Sword
Yeah.
of Dragon, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that's the difference. That's why it makes sense in what she's saying, but it doesn't like for you. It also makes sense because you don't have chroma wings, but she does, right? So you can buy it there. But
Oh yeah, we're playing different.
Yeah,
Here's
you're
the
playing
thing,
first.
if you
different
buy the
games, yeah.
3-5, then you don't have enough board space to fill up with the good
Yeah, but you
dragons.
save-
but
save a lot of
she's
health.
buying one just to
3-5 is
stabilize,
nothing.
which makes a
Wait,
ton of
but-
sense.
I mean,
right?
you're buying 2 chroma wings and you're buying a 3-5. How do you find gold to actually
Well, you
find
probably triple it by then,
Terragosa
right?
and Promo Drake? You don't.
I
You
sometimes
don't
don't
have that
even
much
triple
gold.
the chroma wing the whole game. I just sell it at some point. Like it's not really
Oh, I
necessary.
like pretty much always triple the chroma wing and keep it have a really like 80 plus attack
Man, that's
chroma wing in the
great.
late
Yeah,
game.
for like
if-
Nadina
if
later
I'm
on, right?
lucky, I triple it.
Yeah.
If I'm
Exactly.
not, I don't. So it just depends for me. Like I don't need it, right? Because like if I'm tripling, I'm probably staying on 3 or something. Like I wrote double Terragosa or something. Like you buy a Terragosa, you roll, and then maybe you hit the chroma wing and you take the 4, right? But I don't want to like lock a triple in the shop, so sometimes I'll just go straight to 4 if I don't hit anything on that 3 shop. If I like a Terragosa, Bronze Warden kind of thing, then you take those, right? And then you just keep it. So there'll be games where I just have this double chroma wing and I just don't triple it because I don't want to lock it. I don't want to force myself to take it. And then once I level to 4, then I don't really care about the 5, right? Because you hit the 5, it's only Razor Gore, and the rest of them don't really matter, right? So
Yeah, that is like 5.
yeah,
I mean, if you can, try to avoid it.
yeah. So at that point, like the chroma wings don't matter because I need to have a comfortable board state, so they just disappear from my board.
That's not how I would play it. I would play it. I would just triple it into a 4-drop and try to get a promo Drake or just get a power.
I don't lock the chroma wing. Like I only triple
Lock
into a
it.
4 if
I lock it.
yeah, like I don't do that. I'll just see if I roll into the Terragosa or like a bronze I might take as well, right? And then I get the roll and I get to see if I can triple afterwards because I don't want to have to like take the 4 and then roll and then get a bad hit, like get a chroma
Here's
wing
one of my
afterwards.
best heroes.
It is so much harder to hero if you go Jeeve Curve.
I don't know.
I don't know about that.
And
Like,
if
I don't know
you
about
hit
that.
Terragosa and Promo Drake, it also like
I've
it's
went
harder to
3-on-3 and
stabilize
just
the
rolled
game.
like 30 gold and hit nothing, and I just like, why the fuck?
If you
did I
go-
do this? Like,
I really don't like going 3-on-3
Yeah.
because it's so easy to bottom 8 if you miss on the dragons, right?
With Jeevcraft, you can go to 4 faster.
Okay,
No?
if you don't hit token and you don't hit
Then you have to skip tier 3.
Chroma,
No,
have to
you
go
almost
there.
always hit a token. Basically, I barely have games where I don't have a token, and I've
Yeah,
won
you-
games without a token into Chroma
pretty
Wings.
much
too.
always get a
Yeah.
token if you Jeeve. Like it's so
Yeah,
hard.
you can also
not
take
to.
like a bludgeon. And
Yeah,
steal
you
it
could.
and
Yeah,
just
you could
have
just.
a giant
You could just
chroma.
take
Yeah.
Victor.
Not-
You know,
no
take a
chroma?
bacon.
Then no token. Do you?
I will try to go Jeeve Curve one more time just because there's so many people actually still doing this. But I used to go Jeeve Curve, but now I only do 3-on-3.
Yeah,
And I
me
feel
too.
like it's the objective of this hero. If you're wasting time on the tier 1 dragon, it just doesn't feel right.
Yeah,
You're
I don't
wasting
feel like it's
economy.
wasted.
You're
Yeah,
wasting
Chroma
board
Wings feels
space.
pretty slow.
You're having one less turn on
Honestly.
tier 3. It just doesn't
And
click
also
for me.
leveling is very awkward to tier 4 on turn 6. If you're
Yeah.
if you're going for Jeff Curve, you will be
Yeah,
one gold
yeah,
off
if you
and
go
you need to sell your
leftover, it's
token.
really
But if you go
awkward.
3-on-3, you will not be one gold off, so you can just level by. So
Yeah.
you basically trade tier 3 dragons, potential tier 3 dragons for evolving Chroma Wings, which does not sound like a good play to do.
You know, Jeeve doesn't even play Eudara now. He started doing this, the double chroma wing himself, and now he fucking hates the hero. That just show you one thing he probably is wrong. I'm just
I
kidding,
mean,
honestly.
we adapt on people's suggestions. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
what
there are a
the
lot of good
creator
players that
says.
do either.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
yeah. Clearly, it's split. Like clearly,
Yeah.
one's not like
Yeah.
taking
Like I
care.
think Zorgo
Yeah, but
also
in
does
China region,
chroma
everyone does
wing.
3-on-3.
Okay.
From the
They're
people
all
I
Yeah.
wrong.
watch.
I
Just
guess
the-
what I'm hearing.
I just,
Could be,
Yeah.
it could be.
Dude. They're
I
just
just
following
think it's
that
one of
one
those things
guy
that you
or
can just
girl.
you
or
can just say
whatever.
both is fine. Like it depends on your playstyle. Like Jeeve Curve, for the reasons we've talked about, is going to be more safe, and that's fine. Like that doesn't mean that you're playing it wrong.
I want
I
to
mean,
play
technically, if
next to
somebody's playing
sneeze
it
on
wrong,
tier
like
B.
let's be honest.
But my only like, we still need to rank the hero, and I would put him.
It was
as
an A, right?
A.
That's
Yeah.
how I have
But
it.
XUN said S, right?
He
I
always
think the
says
range
that.
is
Fair
pretty
for me.
easy. It's just like how you play it.
I would just put it like middle, so
A.
like or like the higher
A
half.
is
I have
fine.
so many like top
Yeah.
8 with Hera. I almost want to put it B.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, the hero again, regardless of what curve you play, still relies on you hitting Promoteric.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like, based on my experience, this is a large sample size because it's already so easy. I always pick her. It is so much harder to get Terragosa now and Promo Drake. I think the odds of the hero power proc to get those 2 dragon is readjusted. I'm not exactly sure, but I'm sure I play more Ysera than anybody. So I'm gonna put her B just because it's so hard to get it now.
I'm
And
listening
also,
to
like,
everyone. We
Terragosa
all
is more
say A,
popular
but
and
I'm
more
gonna put her
contested.
B. I love it. Oh, man. I
And
don't
also,
know.
like, Terragosa is so contested now. Like, it's a lot more contested.
It's not really
Yeah,
contested.
Not that contest.
I mean, people pick it more than before.
Like everyone forces Light Fang. Like it's Light Fang. I'm not gonna go Light Fang because it's contested. Like no, I'm doing that shit.
I mean, when I play Ysera, I feel a lot of time there are people going the same comp. Could be just like fucking.
That's
stream
because
sniper.
Scabs in every
Try to
game.
mess with
You
them.
know,
Yeah,
Yeah,
it also depends on the other heroes. Like Scabs, if they hit you when you hit Terragosa, a lot of the time they'll steal it.
Yeah.
Cookie will try and Ysera cosplay a lot. So it just depends on the other heroes in the game, I think.
Yeah.
True.
But it's not S tier, right? Like
no, it's not.
I would just
No
put it
way
A.
it's Hester, no.
It's
I
A
think
or
you just
something.
get
Like-
too many eights for it to be
like
S.
low A. Almost low A
It's just a A.
sometimes.
No. Mid
middle
to
A.
high
Just put it
A.
in the middle. Just
It
put
doesn't
it in the
it's
middle.
matter.
just-
This is
it's
not
just-
a.
it doesn't matter, we're
It's
done.
just a bracket, dude. Stop doing
It
this.
matters to me.
It's
It matters to me
It's
too.
not gonna be accurate, dude. It's so much.
It's not gonna be. It's not
It's
gonna be
so
accurate.
much
They're
pain. Stop
they're just
trolling
There's
me.
no way we can even
Yeah.
like
It's just
you
bunch
can't
of
even
heroes.
consider
Vol'jin.
ranking them within
Vol'jin.
brackets.
What's
Vol'jin,
Vol'jin?
low
Yes.
key with good tribes, low key busted.
Yeah, I agree.
Low key,
like
though.
one of my best heroes.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
not
I
that
think
much.
ideal
even
tries,
better.
Vol'jin?
ideal
No,
tries is
no, no.
A.
Like he's actually busted, but like you don't pick him because you're like, oh, is Vol'jin actually that good? But when you pick him, it's like always like a top 2, bro. Like it's actually insane.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that's
and
not
he's-
S, right?
They
It's
just
just
a
need
A.
little
to fix the
practice.
Murdoch interaction with
I would-
Murdoch,
I
because
would-
that shit is hurting this hero by
Yeah,
a lot.
that does
actually.
kind of suck. But like obviously,
Yeah.
like if you have like Beast Demon Dragon and you hit the combo, you like almost always place well.
Wars.
With
It's
Wars
fun.
in, yeah,
It's
can't
very
get broken.
fun.
Where's broken?
Yeah.
So like
No, there's
obviously,
no-
if you have like either Quillbor Mech or you have the Beast Demon Dragon combo, like the hero is super.
What is
super
Beast
strong.
Demon Dragon combo?
What
Terragosa.
Macaw Terragosa.
Trickster Macaw.
Ah, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can.
You
swap
also have
your
to
health.
not have Murloc in the lobby, though. It's pretty strict requirement.
I've actually
but
never
even
played that
that-
comp.
Even
Oh,
even
it's
that.
fun as hell, dude.
If they
So
hit,
fun.
I played a lot of Village, but I never played that comp.
if you
always go
recognize other people
Cobras.
are going poison, you just pivot to poison too. Like
Okay,
you
what
already
do
have
put
a
him?
board.
A?
If it is selfless
I
hero,
would,
you
I
mean.
would, I would, yeah, exactly. Just
Yeah, you
pivot
pivot
to
to
like Macaw
selfless Garen.
selfless.
Like
Poison.
middle A?
Yeah, I would just put him
Sure.
like, somewhere
A.
in A.
Okay.
That's
Because again, we're looking at like ideal tribes.
Ideal tribes
so,
is
like,
A for sure.
Okay, we still have Ticketus.
I would just take us in C or
Like
D.
C?
Bro.
D or D.
I haven't played this hero for
D.
so long.
D.
Probably
C
D.
is too generous, right? Like what is
D.
this?
D. I think
He's
D.
pretty generous.
Ticketus isn't bad though, like, but I
Yeah,
don't.
he's honestly
wanna-
not that
yeah,
bad.
He's not
I just
bad.
It's
don't
not
wanna
that
pick him.
bad, but I just
I just don't
next-
want to pick
next
him.
to
I
D.
don't want to
Next
grace
to
him with a
Zoth.
C, you know.
I
Like,
like a
I
hero.
want to say C.
fine, whatever.
Maybe D.
I think
Okay, wait, let's do a quick vote. Let's do a quick vote because I'm curious.
Okay.
On Ticketus, Dragon,
D.
XQN,
Yeah, it's going to be C for me.
Ethan,
Yeah, I'll put him in C.
Collins,
Don't know. I'm gonna abstain here.
Victor,
I don't know, but I think it's the bottom C.
D.
I
I
haven't
mean,
played him for a while.
yeah, I have D. Hoppabear.
D. Sun Glitters.
Wait,
Yeah,
Did
low
you say
C.
B?
Yeah, she said
No,
B.
C. I said D. I said D.
Yeah.
Okay.
C, yeah. C.
I think we had more
like,
C's,
like
though.
small majority. Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
sounded like more C's, unfortunately.
Sure.
Cinderella.
Unfortunately.
Whatever.
Anyway, Cinderella.
Cinderella.
Probably
Yeah.
A, right?
A.
Yeah, Sarel is a solid
Yeah.
A tier hero.
Pretty standard A.
Yeah.
Just like really good. Like any hero that like gives you econ like that has to be good.
Guys, we're the last hero.
It's
Can you
just like
believe
It's an
it?
interesting one,
slightly
too.
better than Olmo by a very small margin.
Yeah, I mean it's
Yeah.
somewhere in A. Zephyrus, I
The
would.
last
okay.
hero, Zephyrus.
Actually,
Zephyrus is
all of-
actually such an interesting hero. Like,
All of my
in
Zephyrus
theory,
games
it's
lately
good,
have been
but
really good.
I don't know.
Like,
You
in
know,
the
I feel
last,
like
like,
Zephyrus is very, very
months.
slow.
Yeah, the thing is, if you go tier 1 curve on Zephyrus, it's kind of like not worth it to use the hero
Yeah, it's a
power.
waste of your
But if
time.
you
Don't
go
worry.
It's a
up,
waste of your hero
the
power.
variance
too.
is so high. A lot of times you don't find what you need, and you can't even use the hero power a lot of times.
The
I think-
variance
I
isn't
think
with- He's in
super
an
high
awkward
if you
spot.
go up. Actually, like as long as you you realize you are playing Zephyrus, right? And pairs are good, so you just buy the stuff that you want to triple. It's not.
Kind of
it's
feels
not,
like he's.
I feel like
little better
Zephyrus
than
used to be good
Eudara.
before. When tripling into tier 5 was actually relevant, Zephyrus could get a light one, kind of Mitrax, and it was pretty good. But now that tier 4 is meta, I don't really know about Zephyrus. Like,
Okay,
what
I
do
don't
you
know.
even use your
George
hero
is the
power
same,
for?
Just go worse
You
because
triple
of
into
the meta.
fours. I like you if you hit double of the same token
But
or
you don't
double
have to be
swabby.
Zephyrus to triple into tier 4s, right? You can just play a normal hero. You can play Lich Basal and triple into tier 4s. That's not so much
No, but
better.
if you hit double token or double swabby,
Double token is
by-
great on Zephyrus. I'm not gonna
Right,
argue
like
about
that-
that, but it's
that
not very often
specifically-
you will hit that.
but I'm saying if we have 4 token in, then there's like pretty high chance that we hit. Like let's say it's like 4 token and demon or 4 token and boar as like best tribe.
I don't really know about that. For me, Zephyrus was very, very slow lately. I'm not even gonna play it again. And for me, Zephyrus is
Really?
in D tier since I'm just feeling very slow when I play Zephyrus.
It does
I feel
that
like I'm
for
not even
me.
using my hero power for like anything.
Yeah, it feels
Golden
so...
Gold Grubber is still really good, I think. Like Triple Grubber is actually
Yeah.
so legit.
But
on the
that's
hero.
like that feels like the high roll for me, to be honest.
Mhm.
My
I mean,
my
I
most
know it's
recent
not,
game
but like
Probably
the
was
realistic high roll.
It
was
is, though.
was double Swabby, like Swabby start into Swabby turn 2. And I tripled into like a bonker. And then I tripled a second time into like a grubber, and then I leveled to 4 and I hit like Shaker, and I was just playing like some trash Shaker comp, but I found a triple grubber. Like
I feel like
found like a second grubber.
Zephyrus benefits a lot from kill bursts. It's very often that I go kill bursts on Zephyrus, or at least I used to when I play this
Yeah.
hero.
Yeah.
So Zephyrus.
I mean, it's still probably like it's still probably like a C tier hero, but like
I
don't
think
think
C
I don't think it's
sounds right.
yeah.
I don't think it's D, but
is
I like
fine.
really
Yeah,
don't like
I'm gonna
it
settle
anymore.
for C tier if you
Yeah,
want.
I can live with that. As well.
I kind of want to go D tier just because every time I pick Zephyrus, I top 8 because the game plan is it's so hard to come up with a plan. You know, you stay on 1, you see the
I
token
don't really stay
triple.
on 1
You
a lot
do
of the
not
time.
want to
I
press the
don't stay
hero
on one
power
with it.
I
just
either
because
G
that
favor
shit is
3 on
not
3.
worth it. If you go up, you take way too much damage, and then once you actually find the hero power, find a pair, you're gonna die on that turn.
Yeah.
So
I
that's
G-
No,
that's the
what you
story
do with
with me.
Zephyrus, like if you see a token triple, like I assume that you buy a token turn 1, right? And then you see another token of that kind.
Just
And you
fucking
can just
hate
get
the
a tier
triple
4.
token on this hero.
Yeah.
It's so
Like-
good, Victor. What are you talking about? Like you
Double
just level
token
3
is
on 3,
so
and then you
broken.
triple
You're
a
gonna
token,
press the
and then you
hero
get a
power
tier
on
4.
token
It's such
when
a
you're
huge
going
burst.
warrior
Like,
curve.
I have no
No, you don't
idea.
warrior curve. If you
you
get
don't
double
warrior
token
curve, you just
start,
level, Victor.
you go
And
3
then you
on
triple
3,
a token,
and then you
get a
blind
tier
play
4
and take
on
a
turn
4.
4.
No, what
And
I'm
then you can
saying
level
is-
quickly.
No, what I'm saying is, if you're
I'm-
going warrior curve, I don't want your hero power to triple a token. That
just
feels
don't
so
warrior curve.
bad. And
Just
if
Yeah,
I
three
go
on
3
three.
on
I
3,
don't,
that's
I
a
don't
good
play
idea.
I
warrior
usually
curve on
don't
Zephyrus.
find things, and when I find things, that's usually the turn I'm dead. I cannot stabilize.
I agree that warrior curve feels bad on the hero.
I'm
That's
looking
why I
at
don't play
our
warrior
tier
curve.
list. And
That's
I'm
why I don't
like,
do it.
I mean,
yeah.
after I did a coaching session with Excoent, he coaches me to play this hero. He told me how to play this hero, and then after that, I keep on playing this hero in this new meta. I keep on going top 8. It doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
It
Is
used
that,
to work.
is that
It was
really a
never
like a
coaching
shitty
session
coach.
at that point?
That's actually what is happening. That's why I put him D.
Yeah,
It just
but
doesn't
anyways,
work
I think
anymore.
C sounds right.
It's hilarious. I feel
Getting
like
a tier 3, tier 4 pair that actually is going to do something when you're triple is so hard. Like, if you get talking about getting 2 bunker and then press
it's
the hero
better than
power,
the
it's
stuff
so
in D.
hard.
That's the issue.
It actually doesn't happen very often.
Anyways,
We're done.
Yeah, we do
We
need
did
to
it.
move on. Now, is this a representative of all of our opinions on all of these heroes?
Only
No.
4 hours, guys. We did it.
Yeah,
Honestly,
did-
the tier list doesn't look that good. Since there is a lot to improve on.
It's actually so funny. It's actually so funny 'cause it really
Man.
doesn't look
Which
that good.
part doesn't look good?
Ah.
I think it's a lot to do with the fact that we also didn't really order within tiers too much.
Yeah, I think it's a big difference to not order, but like we also can't.
We
Right?
can make that our next discussion topic. Tier S and tier A hero.
Maybe later. I feel you. This is our baseline. I'm okay with
I mean, I
this.
think it would be cool to like do a weekly like reorder though.
Reorder
Oh
those,
my
yeah.
god. I'm not doing this again for 4
no, no.
hours.
No,
No,
we
but
have
the
the
reorder-
baseline.
I feel like
This
the
is
reorder
a
Nice.
really good
We just
baseline. The
touched
next one is going to
after.
be like 30 minutes.
Yeah, you just
Oh, yeah.
retouch it. So
30 minutes.
Okay, 30 minutes, like more like an
everyone
hour and a half.
started
It's
with this
still-
tier list. You go to play your game, get a feel how like picking heroes in this order. How does it feel? And if anything feels wrong, and then you come back next time and we discuss it together again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. All right. Glad we got through that. We have another tier list, right? Oh my god, dude!
We're probably not going to do it today.
Wait,
not
can
doing
we
that.
not do
Yeah.
another tier list, but
let's
do like
skip
a
that.
different
Can we
skip
topic?
that?
We can talk
Yeah.
about the
Other
topics
discussions,
later, like the topics after the tier list.
You wanna go
Next
straight to
one,
curves? Talking about the curves and stuff like that, or
How about
some-
tonight?
Oh, are we
We're
done
still-
for tonight? Oh, okay, yeah, okay, that's
No,
fair.
I'll still talk.
Yeah, it's
Why
4
do
hours. I
next
think
week,
it's-
guys? If we
You're right.
discussing other stuff.
You're
I'm
right.
leaving.
You're That's a good fucking point. It's been 4 hours. You're right. Oh my god. I'm
Seems
so
like Collins really enjoys it, guys.
No, no,
He
no.
still
Glad you
wants
like
more.
spending time with us.
I'm so used to the podcast where I have to get all the topics done, so I'm like, okay, we've done this one. Okay, what's the next one? But you're right. It's been 4 hours. Let's go to you're so
Collins didn't
true.
even question another tier list. He's just like, yeah, let's
Yeah,
go into the
dude,
main
He's
end.
just
No,
It's fine.
ready. Gotta
So what do you guys want to talk about next stream? Do you guys want to talk about curves or do you want to make the
Curves,
minion
yeah.
tier list?
Yeah, we can talk about
Curves.
curves. Curves
I
are
don't know.
fine.
I don't care either
Talking
way.
about curves feels pretty bad since everyone knows what Chinese curve is, everyone knows what GIF curve is,
But do
and
they?
usually you
We
don't really care
know.
about curves too much.
Part of
like,
it is
just
for
do
the
whatever you
viewers
feel
too,
like.
and it's not just about what the curve is and what you do. It's also about why you do
What
it and
minion
which
to
ones
like
put
for
heroes in
you.
what
Wait,
situations.
I have
I
a
am too
suggestion.
tired.
So,
You're so right.
okay, so we have like a whole week until we do another podcast, right?
Yeah.
And we did have the suggestion of like gathering screenshots, and maybe we can just take screenshots of early game boards where we think, oh, maybe I do this curve, and then we can discuss together and see like what others would do. Or if you caught a misplay in
Oh.
your own game, then you can take a screenshot and say, okay,
I like
maybe I
the-
should have done another curve.
Yeah, I almost
that
like
is
the idea,
actually-
just generally
I actually
speaking.
really want to
of-
talk about some tier 3, tier 4, tier 5 minion, when to stay on those minion, and when to level when you're facing those units. Because I feel like that's what most people struggle with, right?
Yeah.
When you're looking at something, is this good enough? Is this
Mhm.
good enough for, the composition I'm trying to achieve? We can talk about like those. I
Yeah,
feel.
so we have homework
Yeah,
for
I
the week.
feel like a lot of people just buy bad minions, and we need to kind
Yeah,
of
yeah,
tell them
sure.
that those
That's
minions
exactly
are
my
bad.
point.
You're not supposed to buy them and stuff like that.
Very true.
And it creates a lot of like inconfidence. Like I see
Mhm.
XQ, he's always
Yeah.
confident because he know exactly which minion is worth it to buy and which is not. But like most of the streamers, like the Popeg is like, oh, I buy this, I feel bad now because I don't know what to do with it. Like we want to solve that problem.
Did you just
Come
call
on.
me
Yeah.
Pega?
No,
Yeah.
not you.
Yes, he's
mean
particularly
myself.
targeting you specifically,
That sounds
just you,
exactly like
only
me.
you. Yes, exactly.
And we can like when you guys are ever confused in a game on whether you should level or you should buy, you should always screenshot it so we can talk about it too.
I'm insecure a lot about these things, so we're gonna have 1 billion screenshots at least
Nice.
for me. I don't know about you guys.
Don't
That'll be-
expect
that'll be
any
good.
screenshots from me.
I'm so bad at screening that stuff. I never do it.
Nice.
I don't know,
I
man.
consider
There's
this
always
first
so many
discussion a
options.
success.
Yeah,
it was-
Hopefully, people's gonna
got
love
through
the
it.
tier list we make.
a 4-hour success, dude. This is
You guys can all tweet about it.
You can't
I
publish
actually
the
wonder,
tier
do you
list.
guys have different lists or
They're
is
actually
our
all
list
It's
like
slightly
very similar?
different.
They're like pretty
They're
close to the same,
all
but they're all different.